Désolé, mec. Anyway, je fais ce bâton-là puis je m'en vais après.
Ça va. Déjà.
Ouais, mais ça donne rien pantoute de rester en live à cette heure-là, y'a personne.
Mais c'est une nouveau rank dans une demi-heure. Comme t'es là.
Ouais, une beau ring dans une demi-heure qu'on fera pas une perte.
Ah, c'est mode calice! Mode calice! Mode calice! Hey, il en manque pas gros pour le rank, les gars, je rouvre le chat. Attends, t'as combien? Hey, 740 points, mode MVP, calice. Tabarnak! Tu t'en vas, toi? C'est quoi tu fais?
Mais. J'étais en train de penser à ce que je vais faire, là. Ouais, je pense que je vais y aller. Je vais aller voir qui y a d'autre en bateau.
Ah, quelque chose.
Ouais. Personne d'autre. Danick a désactivé ses demandes. Tu es encore psychosé, Danick, ou il est calme, là? On va activer les commentaires, là. Ça va se calmer, les petits commentaires racistes de. Hey, maintenant, là. Ah, je l'ai fermé le chat. C'est correct. Il n'y aura plus de commentaires dégradants de même, là. Ok, chaque personne qui va écrire des cochonneries de Samy et Maïka, je vous calisse dehors du live. C'est clair? Dernier avertissement, je vous crisse dehors du live pour de vrai. C'est pas drôle, là. Arrêtez. Bon. Big, c'était trop facile. Il y a quelqu'un qui l'a dit tantôt. T'es. Ouais, Zad, pour vrai. Je riais pas tantôt de la chanson à Boyardi parce que c'était drôle. Je riais parce que j'étais malaisé. Là. C'est pas. Tu sais, voyons donc. Fais une tête de con en arrière en montrant la chanson. Essaie de pas rire à ça. Hein? Un peu plus dur, là. Tu t'es écœuré de te faire gosser, Cléo? C'est qui ça?
Salut Max.
Allô?
Je te connais pas, c'est mon premier live TikTok, mais je te suis depuis longtemps.
Ok.
Veux-tu faire un match, quelque chose?
Je sais pas si je retourne en match pour un soir. Je parlais avec ma team tranquille.
Ok.
Mais peut-être un autre soir, même.
Bon, ben c'est parfait.
Ok, salut.
Salut.
Ouais, ça a sorti des profondeurs de mon être. Non, Charlie est pas live. Charlie, il live plus bien, il fait plus d'argent parce que je suis plus contre lui. Là, je veux pogner Bouchard, moi. Tu plus le prépuce poché. Ah, ok, Marc. Surtout que j'en ai plus de prépuce. Je suis à demi circoncis. Pour les ceux qui voulaient pas le savoir, je suis désolé, mais je suis à demi circoncis, fait que. Je te connais pas, mais je te suis sur un bout, ouais, c'est ça. Ok, bye, ici. Non, mais là, Chris, on parle de prépuce. Je vais répondre que j'en ai plus. Je suis à demi, je suis pas au complet, je suis à demi. Le que ça répond pas. Bon, je m'en fous. Je me fous de dire que je suis à demi circoncis. C'est pas. Ok, clique sur mon profil. Il y a quoi ton profil? Bon, ok, Jérôme. Ah, ça fait plein de fois, je vous avertis, là. Des Chris. Oui. Pas que le monde qui dise des conneries de même, mon nom. Attends un peu. Je t'ai jamais envoyé photo de mon zizi, là. Non. Non. Je sais très bien à qui j'ai montré mon Zwiz, puis toi, tu l'as pas vu. Ah, t'es Expo Spinel, Ange Carrier. Ok.
Don't let.
C'est toi, ça. Oui, je l'ai vu. Je suis pas circoncis, ben non. Sûrement pas. Dis-moi merci. Ben ouais, merci.
No rent?
Ange Carrier, Expo Spinel, t'as rien à faire d'autre, hein?
No food.
Tu vas t'exposer ça aussi, que je suis à demi circoncis, ou... Non, tu l'as pas vu, mon Zwiz, même. Parce que t'as fait un faux compte, tu t'es fait passer pour une bonne femme de 40 ans. Puis je t'ai demandé t'avais quel âge, t'as jamais voulu m'envoyer une photo de ta tronche. Fait que non, t'as jamais vu mon Zwiz de 1. Puis de 2, je te l'aurais pas envoyé. Je savais pas t'étais qui, puis j'envoie pas ça à n'importe qui. Fait que, désolé, expose Pinel. Fait que durant ce temps-là, tu peux coller ton camp de mon live aussi. Ça va me faire plaisir de te crisser dehors si tu crisses pas ton camp par toi-même. Non, en fait, check bien ça. Expose Pinel. Quand elle était sur TikTok l'an passé. Hey! T'as pas compris? Ange Carrier, alias Expose Pinel. Des calices. Regarde ça, va te crisser à la porte, là, tu viendras avec ton compte Expose Pinel. Ah oui. Ah ben. C'est fait. Out. C'est la personne m'astine à me dire que je suis pas circoncis quand je suis à demi, tu sais. C'est parce que je le sens en masse que j'ai dans les culottes, là. Ça va être correct. Ça va être correct. Je la tiens à tous les jours, ma nénisse, pour aller faire pipi, là. Je le sais ce que j'ai dans les bobettes, là. Il ne faudra pas m'apprendre si je suis circoncis ou pas, là. Hey, va être ça va être correct. Bouchard est dans un match avec qui? Blake, t'es sûr que c'est Expose Pinel, la personne que j'ai muté puis bloqué? Tiens, une scène, merci. C'est cool, ok. Qu'est-ce que t'as fait aujourd'hui? Une journée tranquille, honnêtement, toi, Nini. T'as-tu fini avec le bois? Bon, parfait, merci de me l'avoir dit. That's it. Eh, mais on va y revenir, gars.
C'est bon.
Don't think basic lane open conversion is 5%. Don't blink I have. I should have done something better for the I should have done something better for no, never mind. They haven't given us a new event in a while, so yeah.
C'est correct. Non, Blake, pourquoi je m'attaquerais à la blonde à Boyardi? Je comprends pas.
Parce que Blake, c'est un puceau.
On compte pas aux blondes de personne, non? Bouchard, il m'a pas invité, fait que.
On se sent seul un peu, hein.
Ben, Big, il y a quelqu'un qui est venu m'astiner dans mon live. Ange Carrier, alias Expose Pinel, qui vient me dire. J'ai vu ton pénis, t'es pas circoncis. Ben, excuse-moi, je pense que je le sais, qu'est-ce que j'ai dans les culottes.
Ange Carly, c'est quoi ça? Darcy Géant, pas. Ange Carly.
Carrier.
Ange Carrier, c'est qui ça?
C'est un ange qui a des caries, sûrement.
Ange Carrier.
Merci, Maud, pour ton code d'équipe. Hey, Maud, je te vois tout le temps gonner des estis de gros cadeaux dans les autres lives. Pis ici, tu m'envoies jamais rien, man. À part des cœurs d'équipe. Tu vas-tu m'en donner un maintenant, un bébé lion?
Big Maud est patché, là. Ferme ta gueule, là. Sois gentil. Dis merci.
Merci, Maud, pour ton cœur d'équipe. Il est pas mal.
Concentre-toi sur Marie-Philippe, man, elle est forte. Elle est très forte, man.
Moi, juste, pourquoi tu m'envoies jamais rien à moi, hein? Bobo va pas te renier si tu m'envoies un cadeau.
Ouais, c'est bloqué.
Es-tu sérieux, lui?
Ouais, blocage. Blocage. Immédiatement bloqué. Je gagne pour ça marche pas.
Écoute, les gars, il est où?
Non, avec 4 roses des boys.
Bon, à Boyardi, expose Pinel,
Tout le monde. Big. Probablement pas, man. Et, je peux pas le savoir, anyway. Hey, hey, mon Blake, c'est pas toi, c'est pas toi qui voulais parler de ma blonde puis m'insulter ma femme, quoi? Merci, ta rose, mon gars. Merci, vite.
Ouais, mais Blake, il est fin parce que c'est qui expose Pinel.
Tu peux l'insulter T'es comme tu veux, ma femme, mon gars, là. Tu peux dire ce que tu veux, mais ils ont pas m'empêcher de lever, puis de l'embrasser, puis de la fourrer dans le cul. C'est mon blé. Bon, ben, pas trop les boys. 1.5 con est dans le ranking 3 money guns, puis je rouvre le chat. C'est pas bien là. Faut que vous ayez un peu les boys. On est tellement nombreux, man. Mais ça, là, tellement nombreux, mais on peut tellement rien faire, bro. C'est fou. C'est fou, Red. Fait capoter, les gars, man.
Stop burping, you're a pig.
Ah, moi aussi, je pense que je vais coller mon gars après ça.
Décolle ça, man, pour eux, les boys. Décolle ça, man. C'est tellement pas demandé, hein. C'est pas cher.
Ah, Nini avec la galaxie, calice! Oui! Nini, tu veux-tu me faire plaisir pour vrai? Je veux un bébé lion. T'aimes ça d'en envoyer des fois. Asti, un bébé lion, je pense que je me viens dessus. Avec ma bite non circoncis, selon les gens. Je me viens. C'est pas vrai, calice!
Ouais, ben les gars, man. Le chat va rester fermé de ce. Oh, monte! Monte!
Sorry.
On est même pas dans le ranking. 41 roses, les gars. 41 roses, je trouve le chat, mon merci. Thank you, mon calice. Merci, Jean. Merci, monde. Merci beaucoup. Merci, Sabrina. On a perdu, c'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. On s'en calisse.
Yes! Si on l'a eu, Nini, man!
Là,
Let's
je vais
go!
réouvrir le chat. Je veux des cœurs, des feux dans le chat pour Maud, s'il vous plaît. Si
MVP,
il
Nini,
n'y a pas assez de
t'as un gars
power.
x5 pour la prochaine game. Tu sais comment ça marche les x5, Nini? Merci, Nini. T'as un éclair pour un x5. Merci, t'as pas tort. Merci beaucoup, tout le monde. Vous êtes donc bien cool. Merci.
Non, c'est à elle qu'on ouvre le crise de chat.
Salut, ma belle Peggy Milf. Comment tu vas?
Fait que let's go, les boys. Pour vrai, c'est pas. C'est trop mort, man. Je referme ça, je m'en gagne, c'est pas mode. Je referme ça, et je m'en
C'est pas
gagne.
comment? Dans le fond, là, quand tu vas dans les cadeaux, Nini, là en bas, là, t'as exclusif. Puis à côté d'exclusif, t'as une mallette. Tes gants sont dedans. Ça va super bien. C'est neuf. T'as une mallette, puis c'est dedans d'habitude, Nini. Nini, mon chat s'appelle Nini. Il s'appelle de même en plus.
Ah, t'inquiète, mon blick, toi, je vais te muter par exemple, hein. Plein de choses.
Quand t'es né, ma petite fille,
C'est ça, mon gars, là. On va te muter, ça va être mieux de même. Tu casserais une galaxie, gros. On va peut-être te démuter. Salut, Big, ça va bien?
Je savais que c'était pas quelqu'un de
Caresserais une galaxie, mon gars. Monsieur, je parle des femmes des autres, ça va être beau.
Ok, ben, prochain speed challenge, Nini, drop le x5, s'il vous plaît. Si tu t'en vas te coucher, je vais me coucher dans le long, relever. J'ai pas compris la fin, mais ok.
Big, elle va rien faire, elle, là.
Big, elle est capable de péter un bébé lion solide, mon gars, fais attention, toi. Ah, mais il y a le pénis dur, peu importe le compte que tu vas prendre pour venir ici, je vais te coller dehors.
Tu veux tellement un bébé lion, tu l'auras pas.
Big. Peut-être, dans le fond. Pas bien, man.
T'auras rien, Big, hein. Tu mérites faire rien, Big. Tu mérites fuck all.
Ok.
Tu mérites rien. Tu mérites rien. Merci, Eti. C'est moi qui mérite tout ça, le gros. C'est moi qui mérite. En plus, chaque asti de météorite, je faisais un chug, man, à soir, man, ma gang de crise de poussin senti caca plotte qui pue. Vous m'avez tout chié ça dans la mop. J'ai fait un chug seulement à soir. Bon, t'enculé.
Au moins, on est dans le ranking, mais Chris. C'est déjà ça. Ça
4 autres, gang. Je sais pas si on va voir ça. Tout est possible. Ah, Nini!
Ah, Nini! Nini! Merci, Eti, merci beaucoup. Ah, yeah. Manque de rose, les boys. Merci, Evie. Il en manque une, les boys. Il en manque une, tabarnak.
Il nous manque 2 roses. Merci, Nini. Il nous manque 2 roses, gang. On est capable de les avoir, les 2 roses.
Merci, Jérôme. Thank you, Blake.
Un check, Nini, si on n'a pas le speed. Ah oui, il nous en manque une. Une d'une personne différente. Comment? Une rose d'une personne différente? On est à 2 doigts de l'avoir, let's go! Une!
Que fait-on? Ils sont capables de mettre un x5 dans le x3, let's go.
Une personne différente!
Quitte à le perdre, on s'en bat les
On
couilles.
l'aura pas fait chier. Oui, on l'a eu, merci, Maud. Ah! Nini, drop le x5. Drop ton x5, Nini. C'est x3, drop ton x5. Nini, d'amour. Qui a dit fille? Oh. x5, x3.
Merci, Sam.
Hey, fais ça, gang, s'il vous plaît, on a un x5, x3! Merde! Come on, gang!
Es-tu capable de smoke ça win, quoi? Fuck. Fuck. Tabarnak. Bien joué. Merci, mon fucking apprécié. Ah, il fait plus rien, là, on est chill. On est posé.
Nini a plus rien, c'est ça t'as dit?
Ouais, Nini a plus rien.
Merci, Nini, pour le cœur d'équipe.
Pas de bébé lion, fait chier, ça.
Hein?
Fait chier, pas de bébé lion.
C'est l'aliment, ça fait pas longtemps.
C'est poche.
I think wait.
Fait chier, pareil.
Wasn't ready for
Ça
a
arrive,
game.
hein, des fois, on n'a pas...
Welcome, genre.
The one decides to charge, so I don't have a choice.
Pas grave.
Genre, God, est-ce que ça fait chier?
I don't know how I'm supposed to
Non,
pay the
pas à ce
bill.
point-là.
Welcome,
Ça arrête chez le fun que ça arrive, mais en même temps, si ça arrive pas, mais que j'ai pas de contrôle sur ça, là.
Si je commence à m'endormir,
Ben, moi, avec, man, je pense que ça va être mon dernier le prochain. Là.
merci, Sauna. Merci, Timo. Bullock, Kiwi,
Bon, ben,
Jérôme, merci
Nini.
pour ta pote, man.
Merci, Nini, merci, Dick, merci,
Il est
t'as
dans
pas
le
peur.
top, man, ouais.
J'en fais un dernier, gang, ça serait ça.
Ouais, je pense que je mangerai la graine, ouais.
Au vrai, gang, je close up après celle-là. Fait que si vous voulez donner un bébé lion, c'est sur celle-là. Il n'y en aura pas un autre. Sinon, ça sera jeudi parce que je reviens juste jeudi. Fait que si vous voulez live, c'est là. Oh,
God damn.
merci Nao, t'es super fine.
I wasn't paying attention.
Minou? Attendez. Ils veulent te voir, Mini. Regarde. La petite fille à la grosse bétaine. Hey, bonne nuit, Nini. Merci d'être venue, c'est gentil.
Big, j'espère que vous gardez ça au moins pour la minuit, ce nouveau ranking, là, sinon on a l'air des estis de cave, Big. T'as moitié endormi toi avec.
Oh, mais mon chat, c'est Minou. C'est Mini. C'est un David, Alice. Un David, ouais. Mais lui, c'est un Bengal. Lui, c'est un vrai Bengal.
Si on se fait là avec qui, Calis, man?
Hey, oh. Hey, faut pas. Regarde en haut, là. Ah oui? Regarde-tu l'écran, Cléo?
Tout le monde s'endort. Ben moi tout je m'endors, man. C'est pas plus rien ici, c'est de la grosse d'abord.
Yes,
C'est encore de débloquer une personne de petit badge 1, bro. Des
Merci,
badges 1.
Naomi, avec l'idée dans mes mains.
Badge 1, kiss.
Dommage, gang, j'aurais aimé ça avoir mon bébé lion en soi, j'en ai pas eu un, man. Fait chier. Pardon. C'est la vie, man. Des fois, on peut pas tout avoir ce qu'on veut, hein. C'est la vie, les mecs. Ok, gang. Là, je mets ça une dernière fois. Un bébé lion pour Nini. Nini avait un bébé lion. Qui fait un bébé lion? Oui, amenez-moi un bébé lion. Un bébé lion.
On est rendu là, là. On est rendu là, tabarnak, quoi, là.
Ouais. Nini.
C'est qui est BS. Ok. Il est où ton badge 26, bro? C'est toi avec ton vrai badge 26, tu t'attends? Le gars s'invente un compte, le gars. Le gars s'invente un compte, tabarnak.
Moi, point, quand on est capable.
Ouais, je devrais prendre mon chat, moi et tout. Ça a l'air de marcher super équipé, là. Je devrais montrer mon chat. Merci, Joe. Ouais, tu es capable de le fuck up, et que c'est quoi, là? Ça marche trop, mon chat. C'est le même, là. Fait comme, est-ce que je t'aime, toi?
Oui, mais on n'a même pas de challenge, là.
Merci.
On n'aura même pas, en fait. Manque 2 roses, gang, 2 roses. Y a quelqu'un avec une rose qui traîne?
Dude.
Sacrement, c'est Simon,
Spoiler.
man. Merci, Goldo. Sacrement, Simon qui me pitch la rose, man.
Dude,
Hey,
not
je suis
cool.
vraiment PS. Je suis fini, man, mais bon.
Not quoi.
Je suis fini en soirée, c'est Simon qui me donne ma rose, Chris.
Look when Eric Mobius turned into the Nemesis.
Bon, Absco Québec, eh boy. C'est tout ce que t'as dans ton compte, mon Simon? Viens nous smoke avec une rose, quoi?
Ouais, tellement nombreux, man. On arrive tellement à rien, là. Je pense finalement je partirai même pas nouveau ranking. Je pense pas que fuck off, là. Je m'endors, là, c'est à chier, là.
Ah ouais,
Le chat est mort, man.
C'est le loyer dans 2 heures, là, faut payer. Dans 2 minutes, là, faut payer.
Les gifs, c'est de la merde. En fait, y'a pas une gif qui rentre ça dans part des roses, là.
Ben, Big, c'est mieux ça que rien, comme. Merci, Nao.
Aïe, man, je me fais smoke par Max Boy, bro.
Big, c'est mieux ça que rien, gros. C'est mieux que de rien recevoir pantoute.
Quoi?
C'est mieux recevoir des petits cadeaux comme ça que de recevoir rien du tout.
Ok, c'est payant, je vous lèche cul de même, hein. Fait comme j'apprécie ce que j'ai, puis si je vous aime la famille, je vais vous montrer mon chat. Ça a l'air payant.
Il est en live charrier pour le nouveau ring.
Eh oui, pour le nouveau ring, tu iras le voir. Oui, tu iras le voir parce que
Hey, merci, Nao, ça va pas te donner plus de
tu iras, là.
Ben non, j'y vais pas.
Non, tu iras, là. Moi, je décalisse, anyway, là. Je décalisse. Et il me demande pourquoi j'ai même pas le score d'un esti de donut, tabarnak.
Ben oui, pis ça.
Ouais, vas-y, va faire du cash big, je te tire vers le bas.
Mais voyons donc, il prend ça de même, j'ai rien fait. Il est pas là en plus, charrier. Ah oui, il est dans un match avec qui? Avec qui est en match charrier pour le fun? Anyway. Ben, dis qu'il m'invite d'abord. Moi, ça me dit qu'il est dans un match en direct. Ça me dit qu'il est dans un match en direct. Je sais pas. Il est avec Danick. Elle est seule. Il est pas tout seul, Chris. Il est dans un match en live avec Danick. Ah, oubliez ça, il va rester un peu avec Danick. Fait que, gang, merci pour la soirée. Je vous laisse là-dessus. Passez une bonne nuit. On se revoit jeudi soir. Gros love à vous autres. Prenez soin. Ah, je le sais, il est en match avec Danick. Fait que je vous aime, gang. Bonne nuit à vous autres. On se voit jeudi soir. Soir.
Okay, good.
And the other monsters all almost are equivalent to other Godzilla features that he's fought over the years. And then, whenever they're having their big fights, a lot of times I'll match square. Oh, this is like, in an anime when the two fighters are facing off and they're pushing against each other. Or like in Dragon Ball when two Kamehamehas are fighting each other, right? There's like two energy beams, they're going to mash the button or whatever. So I'm making those jokes, and I shit you not. They literally do. I said, oh, so what are they going to do? Are they going to do this thing? And then immediately they did it. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I mean, I was joking, and then they did it. And I was like, they literally have zero originality in this game. The entire game is like a fanboy meme game, where everything that happens is based off of something else from some other medium, and they just copy and pasted it together to claim like it's its own original entity when it's not. If I can joke about something that's about to happen in a fight, and it literally happens frame by frame how I said it would, that's pathetic. I could have made the fucking video game, so what I paid $70 for, right? So, you just went, and you watched, let's see, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Halloween. And then you went and you watched Scary Movie, that parodies them all, and you said, wow, Scary Movie is like amazing. It's like the best thing. Wait, no. Scary Movie just takes everything from the other movies and puts it together into one as a parody. No, it's the best thing. It's amazing. The best horror movie I've ever seen. It's not even a horror movie, don't you understand? It's just meant to be like a meme. No, it's the best thing. Oh my God. I don't understand it. It's like talking to a wall. I don't understand how people like it so much. I just don't get it. You're blaming the wrong person. If you're disappointed in my playthroughs, sadly, you've got to be disappointed in two groups. The game developers making these games so long, and the viewers who demanded I play all three at once. Because I outright said at the end of May, I would rather only play one or two, or one only, to balance with Street Fighter and have a focus. And everyone demanded, no, you can't skip Zelda. It's like Game of the Year contender. What are you, crazy? You can't skip Diablo. Diablo's the first time in over a decade because of Diablo game, and everyone wants to see you play Diablo. Are you insane? You're going to skip a mainline numbered Final Fantasy? It's like, dude, you can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it all. I'm one dude. I'm here 6 days a week, full time. And you expect me to play 300-hour RPGs. It's not happening. It's a realm of fantasy. It can't realistically happen. You understand? You just can't. So, simply put, I'm doing my best to juggle everything. Some people understand, some people don't. I can't please everyone all the time. But if you were going into June with the expectation that I was somehow going to play 3 insanely long RPGs full time and actually do 100-hour playthroughs of all of them at the same time, you're nuts. There's no freaking way I was doing it. I outright told you that. I definitely tempered expectations. I said, you have to expect what things are going to be. You see? Why? Here's the real question. Why do all the game developers release all their games at once? And here's a really interesting one. Usually it never happens in June. Usually June is the slowest month, or one of the slowest months of the year for game releases. Why do they all release their games within a month? Is there any logic to it? Is anyone who makes games, or I should actually say the people in charge, like in charge of these publishers and stuff, are they looking at the gaming landscape and saying, gee, perhaps releasing 3 high-profile RPGs in 1 month is a bad idea because they'll kind of cut into each other and cannibalize each other? No one thinks this way because they're dumb. They just throw shit out there, and then they all complain. Oh my God, their sales didn't make expectation. Yeah, because you're an idiot. Because you didn't look at everything else around you and say there's too much competition. Save it for when we should be focused on is the sole game. Now we're in July. No new releases at all except Pikmin 4.
We also got some more hair lore. With his parents going his hair, which was all the being made fun of in school, DSP's solution was to shave his head because it was too much maintenance.
From someone, I don't know who it is. It's a $5 tip to say my hair is thinning. Is there anything I can do? Normally I would consult George Costanza, but he isn't available. I'm sure there's things you can do. I wouldn't know what they are. I personally have not done anything with my hair at all, which is funny because some people have been saying that they think I am. I'm not. I literally have not dyed my hair. I've not been taking any product for my hair. Here's the truth, is that when I was younger, when I was a kid, all right, I had a full head of hair. That was nice, of course, most kids do. But my parents always combed my hair with this weird part on the side here. So it was like a comb over that went this way with a part here. It looked really weird. I don't know where they thought that was a good hairdo. I mean, it's very old-fashioned. A lot of kids in school actually made fun of me for my hair and said, why is your hair so old-fashioned and stuff like that. So eventually when I got older, I said, I don't want this hair anymore. I just want to shave my head. I want to have short hair. So I always did. Like starting in high school, I started getting like a real short hairdo, like crew cut style, right? And I kept that all throughout the 2000s. Through the days when I was a competitive Street Fighter player and all of that, I kept that same exact hairstyle. I kept it through my early days as a YouTuber. If you go watch my old videos on YouTube, you'll see me with the crew cut, right? And then what happened was in 2010, I got laid off from my office job, and I decided I was going to try to do YouTube as a living. I didn't know if it was going to work. It was a huge gamble. You know, I never intended to do it for work. I didn't know how much money I would be able to make doing it or whatever. All right? He Jasper, he didn't know either. And I decided at that point, I kind of wanted to hit the reboot button on my life. I was like, if I'm going to go into business for myself and I'm going to be independent, I kind of want to change everything. And I said, I'm going to grow out my hair for the first time since I was in high school. So for the first time in a decade, okay? I grew my hair out in late 2010, early 2011. And admittedly, it looked weird and odd. A lot of people commented on this and why it looked so different with the longer hair. At that time, I had no idea what to do with my hair. I didn't know if I should use product in it to make it like comb back and look slick. I didn't know if I should just let it go all natural. You'll see if you watch my videos from back in like 2011, you'll notice in different vlogs, my hair looks completely different depending on the vlog. Usually if I was going to film a day, let's say John Rambo was coming over and we were going to do a day of filming vlogging like our Smart Guys wrestling show, and then we were going to do gameplay on camera, I would usually put product in my hair, like hair gel. Now comb it back or slick it back or whatever, right? But after a while what ended up happening was I started having a reaction to the hair gel. I have incredibly sensitive skin, and I started getting rashes on the top of my ears and on the back of my neck where the hair gel would be touching all day. And I was like, well, God, I can't do this now. You know, I can't have my ear cracking skin and yuck, it's disgusting. So eventually, after about a year or two of me using product in my hair, I completely stopped. Instead, I would just use a hairbrush and water, and literally in the morning, brush my hair back with a brush and water, and it would be slicked back. And that was the look I used the entire time. You know, we're talking like 2011, 2012, all the way through until a couple weeks ago. That was my hairstyle, all right? So now, I decided, when I did my stream of the digital summer party 2 weeks ago, all right? I decided that I wanted to look a little different for the party. I wanted to kind of look like a summertime vibe. So I bought that cool like party style Hawaiian shirt. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get up early in the morning. Because the thing is, sometimes I'll shower in the middle of the day. And then when I go on my night stream, my hair looks kind of puffed up. And people have commented, wow, your hair looks so different at night streams. Why? And I would explain, oh, this is the day when I showered between the streams and my hair just looks like this now. This is actually the natural look of my hair when it's not wet, when it's not brushed, when it's not greased. This is what it looks like. But I knew you guys never saw it like this because I always was brushing it back or whatever, right? So I said, for this marathon, I will do my hair a little differently. I'll wash it right before the marathon. I'll wear a different shirt. So I did that. People commented that it looked really good. They're like, wow, why don't you do that all the time? Like, dude, you've been doing this for 15 years and you've always had this look of a t-shirt and a freaking slick back hair. And get it, I mean, you look the same for 15 years. Why not mix it up? Why not do something a little different? You actually look better. A lot of people in the comments, you look more your age. Now that I don't understand, I don't think that there's looks that are associated with age of a person, but I can kind of get what people are saying. And, you know, instead of looking like a kid wearing a t-shirt or whatever, you know, we actually have, you know, have a different kind of clothing on or whatever the first time in years and years, you know, look a little different, right? I get it. I totally get it.
DSP would finally finish Tears of the Kingdom, but would cry and complain about the final boss in the most DSP way.
Every hit fills you with gloom. What am I supposed to do? Every hit I need gloom healing. I don't have enough. I have one more. That's it. Seriously? What the fuck? I can't do anything. I'm done. This is incredibly stupid. You can't heal. What moron made this? Is it ultimately so you can't heal at all in the final boss fight? You have to be a complete idiot. What a waste of time. Why? The only way to beat the final boss is gloom healing. Yeah, I think I'm done for tonight. We'll do one more run, but that's it. We'll try again Wednesday night. If I can't beat it Wednesday night, I don't care. I really don't. Then this is terrible. It's actually way worse than Breath of the Wild in my opinion. At this point, they made it end like this. This is fucking stupidity and it's disrespectful to the player. They fucking. Just kiss my ass. I don't care.
Kids rate. Là, j'essaie d'aider tout le monde. Kids rate. Ouais, mais t'as-tu fait les sous pour le loyer?
I do the whole thing over, right? Fuck your mother. Yeah, I'm done. We'll try again on Wednesday, right? Now, by the way, it better fucking resume from here, right? It better. Why wouldn't it, right? It better resume from here. This is so stupid. So they expect you to do double dodge, but each time you can do two different attacks that you need to dodge. Because with the sword, you can either do this or this. So you need to see what it is and react to it and do the opposite of it every time. Or you have to reflect back all that shit. And it's like, dude, this is so stupid. Well, I might as well redo it. It literally wouldn't even fucking let me do it. It wouldn't let me feel so happy. This is fucking a waste of time.
We then had a Karen man from DSP but a vet trying to upsell him Blood Ring for Jasper. It was $300. It is important to keep this in mind for the next couple videos.
Is this vet visit, alright? I'm pretty upset. Let's explain what happened, alright? So, for the record, Jasper Kitty is not sick, alright? He's perfectly healthy. He has nothing wrong with him at all right now. He was going in for his yearly checkup, and he was going in to get his rabies vaccine follow-up, okay? His vaccine follow-up, but we had scheduled him just for a checkup and figure out we're there, we'll get everything done, right? We show up early. We actually showed up 15 minutes early because we were hoping that if we showed up early, maybe we could get in exactly when our appointment was, and we could get out early to do the rest of the stuff we needed to do during the day because we had a very busy day plan. Oh, you're early? Well, we can't check you in until it's time for your appointment. What? Yeah, we're not allowed to check you in until it's time exactly for your appointment. So you're just stuck. You came for no reason. Just sit here in the lobby. And the tech comes out and says, oh, you were early. I swear to God, this is what the tech says. She goes, oh, you were early. Well, the vet is late. Still on lunch. Stutters her word, like cuts herself off and changes what she was saying mid-sentence. Still at lunch. So obviously, the tech inadvertently admitted to us that the vet was late for work. Okay? So we can't get you in yet. You have to wait in the lobby. And once the vet is back from lunch, we'll let you in. But our appointment is at this time, and the vet's not here? Okay, so what is going on? Now, in the meantime, other people are coming in with their pets. There was someone who came in with 2 chihuahuas. They were let in within 5 minutes into an exam room, and you could hear the doctor over there examining and dealing with the chihuahuas, having a great time in the room. Another person comes in with a cat and a carrier. They're allowed right into an exam room. It's only us that are stuck in this lobby waiting with Jasper and his carrier. Now, if you add up the time, it's been over a half an hour he's sitting here in his carrier in the lobby, and we're not even allowed in yet. So finally, the tech is there. I'm like, well, how long are we going to wait? What is going on? So they say, all right, we're going to take him in. The tech takes Jasper in, but not us. What? So now Jasper's in there by himself without us in the room, and we're not allowed to come in. 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. I timed it. 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, they take Jasper back out and hand it back to us in the carrier. And I'm like, did you do anything? Did you examine? Don't worry, the vet will be right with you. We wait another 20 minutes. So now Jasper has been in his carrier over an hour, and it's not even clear if they examined him or not. We don't know what happened yet. Okay? So now we've been there an hour. Finally, a woman who oh, I'm the vet. You should have seen this woman. All right? She comes out, first of all. Everyone else that's working there has their nurse/tech garb on, so you can tell they work there. It says the name of the vet. This woman comes out in gray sweat clothes. It looks like she literally just came in off the street, maybe from jogging. I'm not sure. Her hair, you can literally tell she was late for work because her hair is dripping wet. You can tell what happened. She came in and just quickly combed her hair with water before she came out to the lobby. It literally had just been combed because it was wet as shit, right? So she comes out not dressed for work, with wet hair. Okay, so is that Jasper? Wait, what? You're the vet. Didn't you just examine him? Oh, is that Jasper? Okay, so here's what we found. Okay, so here's what the vet says. First of all, well, has he ever had blood work? And I'm like, you work here. He's been here for 3 years. You don't know if he's had blood work yet. So I said, no, he hasn't had blood work. He's never had a reason to have blood work. He's never had a serious illness or whatever. So, you know, he never had that, you know. So he's here for his exam and his rabies vaccine, right? So they said, okay, well, you know, we think he should have blood work. Why? Well, you know, it's a routine thing for these cats. Every few years they should have blood work. It's a way to check for diseases, the way to check for this or that. I'm like, all right, so let's be real here. Let's talk cost. What do I owe you now? And what am I going to owe you if we have blood work? Okay? So he goes, well, for the exam and the rabies vaccine today, it's $109. Okay? But if we do the blood work, it's $450. What? And I was like, $450? There's something wrong with him. Why do I want to do $350 blood test? Right? But this vet is actually like hard selling me on getting this blood test. He's not sick. You know? And she kept pushing it. She's like, no, really, I'm telling you, I'm recommending it that you should. I was like, we're not doing a blood test, all right? All right, this is ridiculous. Like, we're not doing this blood test. And he came here for one thing. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, by the way, at this point, we don't even know if he received his vaccine or anything. This vet told us nothing. So the vet says, all right, well, I'll be back. And goes into the back and disappears, I shit you not, for another 20 minutes. Comes back again. Well, never comes back. We never saw the vet again. If that even was the vet. I don't know. There's nothing on the thing for the person to sit there with the vet. Okay? Finally, the vet tech comes out again. So now we've been here almost 90 minutes. Jasper's been in this carrier, and he's very upset. He hates being in the carrier. And he's been here for 90 minutes. By the way, we weren't allowed into the room. If he even saw a room, I don't even fucking know, right? I have no clue. And, you know, we want to talk about a night and day experience. Last year, they're nice, they're kind. Within 20 minutes, we're in an exam room. Jasper's out of the carrier. He's out of the carrier. He's playing. He's enjoying himself. He's having a good time, right? He gets his vaccine, which is quick. We're out of there within 40 minutes. We're 90 minutes into yesterday's visit, and we don't even know what's happening. I was ready to walk out. Finally, the vet tech comes out again, not the vet, and says, all right, we're all set. What do you mean we're all set? Well, we're ready to go. What do you mean we're ready to go? Did he get his vaccine? Oh, yeah, well, we brought him back before. We examined him. We got him his vaccine. He's good to go. You didn't tell us. You never even, we would sit here an hour and a half. You never even told us that you did that, right? So I go up to the front, and I pay for the exam of the vaccine, and they give me that tag that says that he's been vaccinated or whatever. And they give me a ton of paperwork. I don't know what any of this paperwork is, okay? We know until I have a chance to read it. And I said, we got to Jasper home. We had a ton of shit to do. We had to go grocery shopping. We had to do a ton of stuff. So later that night, all right, I come home, and finally it's time. Let's read the paperwork. It's like 8, 9 p.m. now, right? So I start reading the paperwork. And on the paperwork, all of a sudden, it says all this shit on the paperwork that this vet never told us about. All right? Number one, it explains the whole vaccination process. It says last year he got his first dose. This year's the booster. Now that he got the booster, he doesn't need a rabies vaccine for 3 more years. So we don't have to worry about getting him back to the vet for his vaccine next summer. It's taken care of. Cool. We get 3 years to wait until 2026. Did the vet tell us that? No. Never explained. Another thing, and this really got me, okay? There's something on there that we absolutely should have known. The vet didn't tell us. It says Jasper is starting to show early signs of a little bit of dental plaque. Now it's early. What you can do is you can do like dental treats. You buy cat dental treats and things, and it'll actually start cleaning your teeth nicely. And as long as you do it regularly, it should not be a problem at all. He should be good. All right. But it even says on there, some cats it doesn't actually help. Don't use the dental treats, and long term they might need to get tooth cleanings. All right. So keep an eye on it. The vet didn't fucking say that at all. Now after the vet appointment, during our day out, we went to the pet store and we actually bought Jasper things. We could have bought the dental treats, but we didn't know we needed to get them because the vet didn't fucking say anything. Okay. So literally we went to the vet for an hour and a half. Jasper was seen for 5 minutes. And literally the vet told us none of the information that we should have known while we were there and expected us to just figure it out later by reading this giant stack of fucking paperwork that they gave us to go home with. Okay? Why was the vet late? Because that's the truth. The problem is, I think, here's what I really think happened. The vet is basically, we got the worst vet in the place, right? They were already late for work. So we had to wait extra just for the vet to show up. And then when they showed up, it was a rush job. Oh, he's just here for his yearly exam. Get him in quick. Let's do this fast. Okay, we're done. On to the next. Well, they're still here. Oh, shit, I gotta go out there and talk to them. I gotta do my hair. And runs out in the sweat goes, hey, everyone. So, you know, by the way, let's upsell on a $300 blood test. And let's try to scam the fucking poor people out of $300 that we definitely don't need to spend, but they're being idiots about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I made like no money on this visit today, so let's try to upsell them to make profit, right? It's exactly what it was. A $300 fucking blood test, you know? Are you out of your mind? So, we're not going back. We're done, you know? And it's sad because, like I said, last year it was completely different. I felt like he was a great vet a year ago. And then somehow this all changed. The ex-motto says, do you ever thought to ask them why the visit went like that? Yeah, it's called customer feedback, which you're supposed to give after your visit. Oh, we're going to give it to them. Don't get me wrong. Because we're going to give them the feedback that they deserve, and they're going to understand why we're not ever going there ever again after being treated like that, you know? The point is, it doesn't matter why. The fact that it happened is bad enough. I don't care, oh, it was an extenuating circumstance. Well, I want to be your extenuating circumstance. I want to go somewhere where I'm treated like everyone else, not that we're the ones sitting in the waiting room for 90 minutes while everyone else got to go into a room, and we just sit here with our cat in our carrier for that time, and you don't do anything, and you want to upsell me on a $350 blood test. Like, get the fuck out of here.
This year was DSP celebration for his 15 years on being on YouTube, so he ran a viewer's choice poll to decide what classic playthrough his viewers wanted him to play. The winner of this poll was GTA 5, which people only remember for his racist moments. This will be one of his worst playthroughs in the summertime, along with low support. Let's take a look at DSP playing GTA 5 in 2023.
Now, if you are enjoying this playthrough, please support it if you can tonight. Remember, the only stream I did earlier today was my React stream. Typically, that stream doesn't get a lot of support, which we did okay. We hit the tier 1 tips goal, and that was about where it ended. Everything else was pretty stagnant. So, if you can support the stream tonight, that would be delightful. Anyway, for example, liking the stream, that helps for engagement, okay? Super chat, super stickers, superb. I'll give you a shout out if you do one of those. Memberships are gifted memberships. Hopefully, we'll have good attendance tonight. Last night, we had superb attendance. We have similar attendance tonight. Might be a great night to give some memberships to the community. I'm sure people would absolutely enjoy having a gifted membership here. And it's a way to give back, you know, to everyone, rather than just to me, you know, think about your fellow viewer. Tips, obviously. Great. And, you know, earlier today, like I said, we did the React show. Usually it's a little slow, so it'd be great to have some good support tonight. Of any kind is much appreciated. All right, so I'm just throwing that out there. Remember, that's how I'm living. And thank you in advance to anyone who supports my stream tonight. Please do it now. If you have an early contribution you'd like to get shouted out fully, please do it now before we begin. That'd be great. But enough again, guys. Please, any support tonight, greatly appreciated. My earlier stream was on the slower side, so it was the weekly React show. Usually that one gets support via memberships. So, you know, tonight would be great to have some support on the GTA stream, especially because so many people are enjoying watching this playthrough. It'd be great if you could help out. And thank you in advance, and let's boot her up. It'd be great. Remember, if we hit a $100 tips goal anytime I play GTA 5, I've literally got the Los Santos cap that came with the collector's edition of this game 10 years ago. And I will wear that for this playthrough. I'd be happy to. I think it would be very fun.
So while he thinks,
Sacrément, ce char-là est passé vite.
do so. So thank you in advance to anyone who contributes. Wow. The good about those cars bad, the bad about those cars bad. Poor man. I'm gonna see that game, so I'm not really very good perks. That's gonna be a big problem. Oh, fuck. Everyone relax. Only last place. Oh my god. I can't even move my car. Oh, I only come back for this. It just happened to be a taxi cab in my goddamn way, right? Of course. Of course, you have to win too. Why not? I was good trying this. That was the first time. If not slightly worse. Great. Look at that! Hey, Dingle, I'm going on court. Spin out. Completely lose. Oh, look, I'm in a hurry. Alright, one more drop. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck, dude? Again? Again, look at the bus. Oh my god. Again. The dog shit. Look again. I barely touched it and the whole car spun out. I barely touched the car. This fucking sucks. This car's terrible. I don't think I can actually do the race in this shitty car. Oh my god. Get the fuck out of the way. Again, dude, what did I do wrong there? The car can't even handle high speed. It really can't. The car can't handle high speed at all. It just loses complete control of the road and spins out by itself. I didn't hit anything that time. What the hell are you doing? Oh my god, the car dramatically improved when you use that ability. Oh no! Oh my god. I almost lost the third thing I had more ability. Oh no! Oh no! I couldn't see him! No! No! Oh my god. So, only reason I just wanted was my racing ability. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in a minute. But please consider supporting the stream. Please, guys, we're halfway through tonight's stream. We didn't even hit the Tier 1 tips goal yet. It would be great to get some more support. All right, I'll be right back. Outside of that, nothing else to shout out. Again, guys, it would be great to get some more support tonight. Remember, whenever I play this game, if we hit the tips goal of $100, I'll put on a Los Santos hat, which is obviously pertinent for the playthrough because that's the cap that came with the collector's edition of the game. Thank you in advance to anyone who supports in any way. But in the meantime, let's do a bubble blow for you. Are you guys ready to continue? I hope so. Again, guys, please. It would be great for some support tonight. 5 members, we hit our member goal for the day. It would be great if we hit the 515 members by the end of the stream. Anything else, super chat, tips, please, all appreciated. Earlier today was my React day. Those streams actually are on the slower side on purpose because people usually become members over the course of the week, and that's how they get some support. It would be great if we could have especially amount of people here tonight. We can get some support. Thank you in advance. All right. But yeah, if you could contribute tonight and support tonight's stream, that would be stupendous. Every day that I play Final Fantasy 16, essentially, it's pretty darn slow on the first stream. We didn't even hit the Tier 1 tips goal today. It is what it is. But it would be great if you're having nice nostalgia vibes here tonight with GTA 5. If you could tip me, that would be great. Or anything else. A super chat, a membership, you get the membership, liking the stream, all great ways to support. I'm not just saying only tip. That's, I didn't mean to say it that way. All right, so thank you guys. Now, we wonder who was talking about. We get $100 in tips on the stream. I'll put on a hat, and I have the Los Santos cap from the collector's edition of this game 10 years ago to put on. If we haven't hit the tips goal for tonight, so if we hit that tonight, great. Right now, we'll see what happens. We're at 37. Okay. Tips goals 100 by the way. All right, so guys, real fast, I have tea, and we're gonna play for another hour. But I would say this: if you are enjoying, please consider supporting the stream in some way. We're 7 likes away from my goal of 100. All right, a super chat would be great. I think we got a couple tonight. A membership, we have 0 membership so far tonight. So a membership or a gifted membership to some of the community. I mean, look how many viewers we have here tonight. Quite a lot. So it'd be great to get some gifted members or a tip. Right now we're $39 in tips at $50 raised. I put on Gunner glasses. We get to the $100 tips goal for tonight. I'll put on the Los Santos cap, which is the cap that's from the collector's edition of this game 10 years ago. It obviously fits, right? I'm trying to get the right version of this game for 2 straight days, and it still isn't apparent that I'm getting the right version because apparently they completely screwed up GTA 5 on Xbox Live. I don't know why they did it this way. It's really stupid. I'm going to show you what I mean in a second. And I'm trying to get the right version of GTA 5. I just want to show you a little bit about what I'm talking about and why it's all screwed up. So as you can see right now, it's downloading GTA Online, even though I never told it to. And I think that it's doing that because you need to do that to actually get the version of the game that I'm trying to play. I don't know. So it's on Game Pass, and you go to Game Pass, and you go to recently added, and it even lists it here. And you see you got Xbox One version, and you got the Xbox Series X version, which it claims is installing. Do you see that? So the thing was, this would not work. When I was doing this yesterday, it wouldn't work at all. We actually did this live on the stream. We clicked on it. We clicked on install, and it wouldn't install. You can search and type it in. As you can see, Grand, you type in Grand Theft, and here's what you get. 1 million versions of the game, all right? Now, obviously, we want the one that's on Game Pass, right? So you clicked on it, and if you go here and you look through here, look at this, there's 1 million versions here, which is the correct one. There's Premium Edition, White Shark Bundle Edition, Xbox One version, right? This one claims that it has Story Mode Xbox Series S and X. So this is actually what we had installed yesterday, okay? And we had clicked on it, and we had installed it. So it installed it, all right? Then you have to go back to the list, and you have to re-click onto this. See, it says installing. See that? So I think you have to re-click onto this and then hit install here, and then it's going to install the right one. So save data items, but that's just reserved space, and but this is the Xbox One version. And when you go to Microsoft Store, it lists the other one. When you click on it, it starts downloading this GTA Online. You have to download GTA Online to get the Xbox Series X version. I tried setting it up yesterday, and it wouldn't work. I would love to play the best version. By the way, for the record, okay, I booted the Xbox One version, and when I did that, I checked the options. There is absolutely no streamer mode in there. None. So whoever said there's a streamer mode, either it's only in the Xbox Series X version or it does not exist because it's not there for me at all. It was not there, and I just, first cutscene, I paused, I started looking, there was nothing there about a streamer mode or anything like that. I guess what we'll do is we'll just chill until this finishes downloading, and then we'll see what happens, right? On Game Pass, I wanted to. Okay, so I'm being told by this dollar tipper, what I'm installing right now will have the Xbox Series X version of the game. This is correct. Favorite to ask tonight, please support this stream if you can. This is the 3rd GTA Online stream. The first one did really well with Super Chats. The last one had a very slow support, and I love the game right now. I'm having a great time playing this with you guys. But it's concerning that this is a game that's actually getting tons of attendance when I play it, but really getting almost no support. Last stream was like almost dead for support. And I said last time, I'm not gonna freak out about it, but I just hope it's not a running pattern. Okay, so please support it if you can tonight in whatever way that you can. Even as simple as liking the stream, that's support. But if you go above and beyond, like a super chat or a membership or a gifted membership to the community or a tip, any of that is greatly appreciated. Okay, please remember to like those videos and leave comments. Even comment as simple as, "Hey, this is just for the algorithm. Let you know I like your playthrough." Perfect. Seriously, that is as simple as that. Helps a ton. Bring more people to the channel. I mean, this is my 15-year anniversary as a content creator and YouTuber, and my first major playthrough of that celebration. It sure would be great to get people to know that I'm playing this game again to come check it out. So if you could like the videos, leave comments, please do. Thank you for that. And anyone else watching these streams as well, the streams have great attendance. We just started, so I will see how the attendance does tonight. And again, remember liking these streams and also supporting these streams. It's key. So thank you so very much, everyone, for chilling with me. If you guys are enjoying the chill vibes of GTA 5, please support the stream tonight if you can. And any way that you can, whether it's as simple as a like, or maybe a super chat, or gifted membership to the community, or a tip would all be great. Thank you guys for being here. Once again, attendance is good. For a night stream, having over 400 people, and it's pretty awesome. Alrighty, guys, we're heading to the second half of tonight's stream. About 1 more hour. Like I said, I cannot go later or anything tonight. I got work on Saturday, so I'm putting Machinima React event tonight. So 1 more hour, and then we're out of here. But let's see what we can do in the next hour, right? We're moving good progress tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying again. If you are enjoying this playthrough, please support it. Right now, viewers are good, engagement's decent. Again, stacking up to be a slow stream again. This is not a good sign, especially if you guys want this to be a daytime stream. I'm just warning you. If it keeps up like this, I'm probably not gonna do that then. Probably gonna have to do something different as a daytime stream, because I can't have to doing 3+ hour day streams and raising $10. As if, it's not gonna work. So I'm hoping things will turn around. If you like the playthrough, please support it. You still have a little over half an hour left on stream. And again, it would be great if people could support this playthrough in any way. Thank you for those who are doing so. Remember, only the steadily changed since back in the day when I did this playthrough 10 years ago is the ad revenue. On YouTube, it is abysmal. I don't make much or anything on ads anymore on YouTube. It's all about the crowdfunding during these streams. Or if you're watching this on demand, if you'd like to do something above and beyond, maybe leave a super thanks on the video, or a tip by looking at the link in the description of the video. That would help a ton if you could do that. Alright, it's not like back in the day where all just watch, but it just does like nothing anymore. So if you could, if you like the content, you like the fact I'm doing this for an anniversary run, please support it if you can. Anything appreciated. Super chats, tips, memberships, all cool. Thank you so much.
DSP would then complain that he had more viewers watching, but no one was supported, even showing his entitlement saying that viewership should equal more people supporting.
The GTA 5 streams are doing great viewership-wise on the streams, and also doing great viewership-wise on demand on YouTube. However, the streams are not really proportionate when it comes to the level of support they're getting versus the amount of views they're getting. Here's what I mean by that. When I'm playing Street Fighter, I get around 300-400 viewers. When I play other RPGs, I get between 200-300 viewers, right? I mean, even recently when I played Amnesia, the Bunker, I was getting between 300-400 viewers. Every stream so far, 2 streams straight of GTA 5 has had over 500 viewers. However, we have yet to hit a disc goal. We have yet to get more than a trickle of memberships. And, last night I will say this super chats were actually quite good. Tonight, we barely got any super chats too. So basically, support on the streams for GTA it's really bad. It's actually slower than a standard stream that I would actually do. It's slower than the Tears of the Kingdom streams. It's slower than the streams that I was doing Diablo. It's actually significantly slow for support. I don't know why. People telling me the feedback is they love it, right? Now, I'm aware. So far, I've only done GTA 5's 9 streams, and people have already expressed the opinions that they want this as a daytime stream because a lot of people who live in Europe want to watch this playthrough and can't watch it live because it's too late at night for them. It's like the middle of the morning. Then, if GTA 5 becomes a daytime stream, maybe we'll get more people showing up and probably support will increase. But what I'm saying is, I'm pleased with the amount of people showing up and enjoying. Thanks for that. If you're someone watching this playthrough on demand right now and really enjoying it, please consider supporting in some way, as simple as becoming a member, or maybe you do a tip by looking at the description of the video, maybe leave a super thanks on the video, which you can do with on-demand videos. I really appreciate it because here we are 2 nights with great viewership, everyone having a great time, but they're actually some of the more slower streams for support that I've had in recent memory. So obviously, I would not like that to continue if we can help it, all right? It's not a huge concern. Here's the thing. Street Fighter streams continue to be greatly supported. Every time I play Street Fighter 6, things pretty much go really well for support, and I don't have complaints. So as long as I keep that consistently in the rotation, it looks like this shouldn't really be a problem. At the same time, it's a concern. I realize right now we're in the middle of the bedtime summer. There's not a heck of a lot of new stuff coming out. I'm going to be doing a lot of anniversary style runs and games, and I'm hoping that people will support those playthroughs and events coming up. I mean, we got a Machinima React event next week. We got a couple special anniversary events coming up in August, including a Project 7 retrospective, also including a retrospective event marathon where we're going to go back and you guys are going to nominate your favorite moments in 15 years.
Speaking of DSP celebrating his 15-year anniversary, he decided to try to get free artwork from his viewers for that occasion, which no one took up the offer.
Ladies and gents, we are about to hit my 15-year anniversary as a content creator and YouTuber. If you can believe it, yes, I have now been actively making content for 15 years on YouTube. It started in the fall of 2008 when I put up my first gameplay video. Star Wars, The Force Unleashed, Star Destroyer gameplay sucks. I still remember it to this day. I remember making the video, okay? And basically, it's been a wild ride. And we're going to have a big celebration of that over the month of August. August will be a celebration anniversary month. Now, technically, the anniversary is in September, but in September are when all giant new releases start hitting, including Starfield and Mortal Kombat 1. So once those are out, I want to focus on those, which is why August is going to be our big celebration month. Now, what I'm going to do is make a public appeal to my viewers out there who have some talent, because many of you are very talented people, all right? I'm looking for some new artwork and or animations and or anything related to my 15-year anniversary. For example, you may be watching this show on the stream, and you see that pre-roll, slideshow, and we got a few cool pieces of art in there, but one of them says 14 years. Well, now we're hitting year 15, so it'd be great to have some slides to add to that says, 15 years of DSP or whatever to celebrate. In addition, obviously, if we've got some special animations over the month of August for contributions when they come in that are like kind of anniversary animations or whatever, and I'd say have at it with whatever you want to do. It could be just generic stuff that says happy 15 years. It could be the green screen stuff of me superimposed doing something. It could be, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like anything is possible. Like animation, a game that I've been playing recently, something like that. All right, so I am making a public appeal. You might say, well, why does Phil ask the public for it? Because I don't have the means to do it myself. I have zero editing skill. I don't even have software to do it. As I said, the whole success, my success on YouTube is an anomaly. Why? Because I don't have a production budget. because I don't have a team of people working behind me to make this channel work as a business. It's just me. I'm a one-man show. And it's been through you, the viewers, in the last 15 years. Your support, your talent, your never-ending backing of me in multiple different ways, saying we like who you are, we like the content you put out, you're very different from other YouTubers, we appreciate that, and that's why we support you. It is greatly, 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 greatly appreciated that I get to still make a living doing what I truly love and have passion for. And I never had to sell out. I never had to change who I was, right? Today I get to be truly me. Every piece of content I put out is my true opinions. It's not me kissing butt. It's not me shilling. It's just enjoying games, enjoying interactions with you guys because you support me and allow me to do that. So, that being said, once again, I am appealing to you to say, hey, got some extra time, got some talent. Let me know if you're interested. I would love to have a few pieces of new stuff added for the 15-year anniversary celebration that we'll be doing over August, because there will be several things we'll be doing over August. We're going to start talking about those very concretely very soon. I think we're going to be like once a week. We're going to do a special event each weekend. We'll do like a special thing. One weekend's going to be the Project 7 retrospective. One weekend is going to be the full-on retrospective where you guys are going to nominate things that we're going to do in a marathon setting and watch back and react to. It's going to be a fun event for sure.
ESP also played Diablo 4 this year. One person asked him to play. With him already playing Final Fantasy and Zelda, this was the third RPG he played at the same time. The premiere stream got around $20 and all other streams pretty much the same. He decided to rush through the game to get it over with. The Diablo bag was a hard bag.
Of course, guys, if you support the stream tonight, I really appreciate it. It's awesome when you guys do. In particular, super chats and or memberships would be great, only because we've had a real slowdown when it comes to the YouTube side support here on the channel in the last month. The tips have actually been quite good, particularly for the Street Fighter streams, but for everything else, it's kind of slowed down dramatically. It would be great to maybe get some support there, especially, we have a lot of people who lost their memberships that were gifted. Maybe toss a few gifted memberships to the community. That'd be a great way to help out tonight if you're so inclined. Just throwing that out there. We actually hit all of our gift goals, and I put out the Slytherin hat, Slytherin scarf for you guys. Since then, I don't think we actually hit the goals for anything ever again. So, we never actually talked about it after that. Went through, winding down right away. All the hype, which I knew it would. I'm not complaining. I totally knew that this game wasn't going to get a lot of hype. It's such a grindy, repetitive game. It's meant to be like a chill thing. It's not meant to be mainstream super hype. Some people thought it was going to be. I was like, you understand, it will never be super hype on my stream in a game like this. Alright guys, if you are enjoying the chill interactive vibes of Diablo tonight, it sure would be great if you could help out the stream in some way, whether it be as simple as liking the stream, that would help. Maybe a super chat, maybe a super sticker, maybe a membership, or gifting membership to the community people here tonight, or maybe a tip. All that would help a lot. Thanks in advance to anyone who supports Diablo. It would be great if we get some more members, guys. You see, we lost a ton of members. Essentially, this month has been a tough one because I've been trying to build 3 RPGs while playing Street Fighter, and essentially, no one's really superbly happy. I think people who like Street Fighter are the happiest, but it's been tough, and, when stuff like that is going on, you're juggling so much, it's hard to please anyone, so, memberships went by the wayside. It'd be great when some memberships would help out a lot. Thank you, Isaiah. Okay. Alright, guys, we still got about a little under an hour left on the stream. We'll see how far we can get. I don't know if we're heading to Act 6 yet or not, but I get the feeling we're really close if we're not. Thanks for being here. Remember, any support is greatly appreciated, whether it be a like on the stream, a super chat, a membership, a gift membership, or a tip. Thanks in advance.
With him playing 3 RPGs at the same time, declining support and memberships, DSP looked into the mirror and decided why this was all happening. It was because of the games. The man with the least self-awareness blames it on the games being too long, boring, and no one wanted them.
So we'll think about it today, right? But anyway, it is Street Fighter Friday, Street Fighter all day long, and I hope you're excited for that. Now, before we get to any of the topics at hand, which will be, kind of talking about Wednesday and my day off yesterday, I do want to just say this up front to get it out of the way. As you can see, again, during my day off, we dipped significantly in memberships, all right? So what's happened is over the last month and a half to 2 months, I was playing incredibly lengthy RPGs or Street Fighter 6. And originally there was a surge in support whenever I started one of these new games or for Street Fighter 6. Primarily what I've seen for Street Fighter 6 is a lot of tips, which I'm happy with. That is great levels of support, but what's happened is everything else has kind of been left behind. Super chats, memberships, gifted memberships, which used to be a staple part of the channel, kind of have completely dried up in the last month when I was either playing insanely long RPG playthroughs that people weren't that interested in or Street Fighter 6. But again, I'm not saying that we had bad support. I'm saying it went to one direction. You see what I'm saying? Now, in the last week, we have a bunch of people who actually supported these streams with gifted memberships, and we skyrocketed up because we were low 400s and we went all the way past 500 again. And now I went on break, I come back, and here we are again at 469. So again, I don't want you guys to freak out. It's not the end of the world. I am getting good levels of support on my streams. It's just that it kind of all went to tips, and usually we would have that more buy-in with memberships or with super chats. And that's definitely declined in the last month to 2 months because of the nature of the games that have come out. Let's be honest, taking a look at the rest of this month, there's 2 games coming out. One's Exo Primal, which I don't think anyone wants to see me play, and the other one's Pikmin 4, which a very small group of people want to see me play. Outside of that, it's basically whatever we choose to do amongst ourselves because there's nothing else going on. Next month is even worse. August is one of the deadest months ever in gaming history for games that I'm interested in playing. The good news is next month is my anniversary celebration. We're going to be doing all kinds of fun throwback retro stuff to celebrate my 15 years as a content creator. Likely that's going to get people excited to come out and support in various ways. But as of now, I'm going to continue to play Street Fighter 6 a lot. Now we're doing different game modes, which is good. It's not just ranked play. Now we've got World Tour mode. That's a chill stream for everyone. Now we've got player lobbies, which is fun because they're interactive and getting people involved for the first time in years in my content, hands on, right? And yes, there'll be a new playthrough this Saturday night with Amnesia the Bunker, which we'll talk about, as well as continuing on with Final Fantasy 16. So it's not that there's not variety, but let's be honest, is any of that like, oh my god, AAA mainstream jaw-dropping variety that's going to bring viewers to the streams? No, it's going to be a more chill summertime vibe around here where we're all relaxing and having a good time together, but it's not going to be anything crazy until September. When September hits, you got Starfield, and then you've got like literal non-stop releases like Mortal Kombat 1 and other stuff coming out, and we're going to be very, very excited and busy. Once that comes, all the new stuff, that's when we're going to see that reinvigoration of attention, right? So, all I can say is, by the way, I'm going to get rid of this guy right now because I have enough of him. All I can say is, let's have a good time together this summer, but understand that I can only play what's available. It is going to be a deader time for releases. If you like the content on this channel, if you like the fact that now finally after a month of it being the same 3 games and Street Fighter, now we finished 2 of those games. This week you'll see a new game in the rotation, you'll see variety in the kind of content I'm putting out instead of all being the ranked gameplay. I hope that you would support the channel in some way. Now, however you want to support is absolutely positively appreciated, alright? But Right now, one way that could really help the channel would be memberships. Either becoming a member yourself or giving a membership to the community. Every day when I play Street Fighter, we have around 400 people on the streams. That's a lot of people sitting there that definitely would take advantage of it, get the membership, and be appreciative of it, all right? So I'm just throwing the idea out there. I'm not saying anything that I have to do anything. No one has to contribute at all to these streams. Just come and chill with me, enjoy the summer. But if you like the content, you want to see it continue, this is how I make my living, all right? This is my hobby. I don't make ad revenue or much ad revenue on my videos on YouTube. It's mostly crowdfunding contributions during the stream. And yeah, I've taken a hit in the last month seeing that big decline in both memberships and super chats because we were focused on these certain games. It would be great to see some support in that regard if you could. All right. The reason I'm doing this up front, I want to get this out of the way. I don't want to bring it up. I just want to talk about it now, and then we can talk about everything else we want to talk about. Okay. In the last month, we have seen a sharp decline in YouTube side support on this channel. What that means is super chats, super stickers, super thanks, memberships, and gifted memberships. Why? Because over the month of June and the first half of July, I was playing Street Fighter 6 and the same 3 RPGs. There was no variety. And when there's no variety, people kind of get a little bit tired, stagnated. Now, people who were excited for Street Fighter 6, thank you. They came by every day and they usually were tipping. So the support's been good. But I saw a sharp decline in the YouTube side support. So I would say if you were thinking of supporting DSP Gaming in the coming weeks, an absolutely great way to do that would be a super chat or a membership or a gifted membership. I would actually really appreciate that. And I'm sure if you were to do something, for example, give some memberships, right? One great way to do that would be the YouTube side content or YouTube side support, such as those methods. So please think about it. That's it. I don't want to harp on it. I just want to move on and talk about the good stuff.
We would have yet another rant about people taking DSP out of context and him losing his mind.
I have a tip from Snow Carl. So it seems like recently a lot of people just try to put words in your mouth. Like saying you dislike a game when you said the opposite or trying to misrepresent your views. Why do you think this is and how can you prevent it from happening? I can't. Because YouTube allows people to do whatever they want and say whatever they want with absolutely no justification, whatever. You know, like all these years that people say things about me that cannot be factually proven because they're not factually true, but because they present 27 cases of circumstantial evidence that have all been fabricated, it must be true. So just keep saying it about Phil, right? Take everything I said about Zelda out of context and say, oh, Phil said all this and he hates Zelda. Well, no. Did I say all this? If you directly quote something I said, yes, I said it. But did I ever say I hate Zelda? No, not once. So how can you say that? But YouTube allows it. And people say, oh, that's free speech. No, it's not. There's a difference between free speech and defamation or slander. Free speech would be you have the right to criticize. You have the right to say facts. You don't have the right to literally make shit up about someone that's considered harmful to them. That's illegal. It always has been. But people get away with it all the time because there's no regulation on YouTube. You can do and say whatever you want and no one holds you to task for it. And YouTube doesn't care unless it's like harmful to children or something like that. They won't ever take action. They say just go sue them then, right? So they will always do this because why? Because there's profit and there is popularity in making fun of Darkside Phil. I've been the whipping boy of the internet ever since This Is How You Don't Play started, and it's never ended. It's just exacerbated and gotten worse, and there's nothing I can really do about it. Unless I completely retreat from the internet and decide that I will never make content on the internet ever again, and I don't give anyone else anything new to work with, that's probably the only way to end it. But the thing is, I love what I do. I love gaming. I love content creation. I love interacting with you guys every day. I have passion for it. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here every day doing it. I would have given up a long time ago, all right? So I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to continue to do what I feel is meaningful. Because you guys tell me it's meaningful every day, so I'll keep at it. And I will ignore the white noise nonsense. All I can do is urge people to check out the content for themselves rather than listen to what everyone else says about it. Why is it that there's so many, I'm not even kidding you, hundreds to thousands of people on this internet, on YouTube particularly, who've all repeated negative memes about me. But then when you come to the streams and you watch it, like, wait a minute, the meme's not true. You're right. But I can't stop the meme. That's just the nature of the business, right? And I'm sadly one of the people who's most negatively affected by it, and there's nothing I can really do, okay? So, ignore it. That's what people are like, well, why don't you do something about it? I can't. What can I do? Get a lawyer, try to sue people for 5 fucking years and have a long drawn out legal battle that will go nowhere and probably not even result in anything meaningful? Like, what's the point? Or I could just sit here and be positive and make more content every day, continue to be me, continue to be real with my audience, and just have a good time, right? That's what all I've ever wanted to do to begin with. I never became a sellout. I never became a shill. I never became someone who played the game. I don't do this just for money. A lot of people have issue with that. How can he turn down $50,000? Because I'm not in this for money. I'm in it for the love of what I do, for passion, to be legitimate, to feel like I'm putting out meaningful stuff for an audience that wants that kind of content. That's why I'm still here. I wouldn't be here. I would have quit years ago. When the harassment got so bad, I would have been out of here, man. But people don't get that because they can't see past their own world mindset, their own little, very short-sighted way that they enjoy their own lives. They can't understand that other people have bigger, better things to their lives. They don't get it. Well, I don't care about those people. I care about you and me having a good time on stream, so I'll just keep coming.
We also got some unreported begging in almost every stream as his income declined.
Great. Of course, if you could support the stream as always, particularly earlier today, because the stream was all affected by timing being interrupted and everything. It was a slower stream for support. I don't blame anyone. It was Final Fantasy 16 and it was an interrupted stream. Tonight would be great if you could support my content if you like it. If you like this Diablo 4 playthrough all along, and you want to say thanks, or maybe you want to say, hey, just thanks for everything in general here on DSP Gaming, all the content you put out. Maybe you just want to be nice. Maybe you want to help out your fellow viewer by giving some gifted memberships tonight and help them out. You don't care about me, you care about everyone else here. That's cool too. Anything is appreciated. Thank you to anyone who supports the stream anyway tonight. Again, guys, thank you for chilling with me here tonight. Thanks for your time along the Diablo 4 playthrough, excuse me. And if you could support the stream tonight in any way, like a like, or a super chat, or a membership, or a tip, would all be greatly appreciated. Like I said earlier, today was slow. Tomorrow's gonna be even worse. Like today was slow. Why? Because my stream got interrupted and it was Final Fantasy 16, so it's kind of like a double whammy. Yeah, well, tomorrow's a triple whammy because tomorrow's my React day, and I'm only streaming once. And usually when I stream the React stuff, people don't really contribute to it anyway. So it's like the quadruple whammy over the weekend. So yes, it would definitely be appreciated if you could support the stream. Hello, MildCat911, how are you? Now, guys, I'm just gonna say this up front. I swear to you, I'm not gonna mention this a lot tonight, but last time we played Amnesia 2 days ago for the premiere, it was the lowest supported stream I had the entire year to this point. I don't know what happened. There were 2 tips, 2 super chats, and a single membership. Basically, you know, it was just, I don't even know what caused it, because, like I said, people seem to like it. The comments on the videos are keep playing the game. We like the variety, you know? So, again, if you could support the stream tonight, please do. Obviously, I would like to see a turnaround and not have to have it 2 times in a row this game. The good news is the game is not lengthy. It's a 6 to 8 hour game tops, so it's not a huge deal. It's not like, oh, this is a 40 to 60 hour playthrough, I'm stuck and no one's supporting it. If I was playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and that were the case, I'd be pretty worry. This is not that case. It's a different kind of game. You understand? So it's not a giant deal. But at the same time, yeah, it would be nice if you like the stuff I'm doing. If you like the horror stuff, if you could support it tonight in some way, so with liking the stream, a super chat, a membership, a gift membership, a tip would all be appreciated. And I'll shout you out. You know, we got about 5 minutes till I start. We got to get something before we began. You know. Okay. Any questions anyone wants to talk about before we begin tonight? All right, we ready to start? What's up, SD Chargers? Good evening. All right. So I promise you all, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to mention contributions. I already said, please support the stream. The last one was so slow. But I'm going to lay down the law here. All right. I just want to say this right up front, so everyone please listen up. All right. You ready? This is my stream. It's my choice if I want to bring up contributions or not. It's totally up to me. I'm the streamer, not you. The people who come in here and say that are trolls. They're doing that because they want it to sound like the entire stream is about support. If I'm not mentioning it, then you don't mention it at all. You understand? It's not your stream. I'll be like you going into a restaurant and yelling at the customers, hey guys, spend more money here at the restaurant, please, today. No, it's not your job. It's the staff, the people who operate the business are the ones who can say stuff like that, not you. It's not yours to take care upon yourself. It's considered rule breaking because it's derailing of the stream, it's soliciting of the viewers, and quite frankly, it's not allowed. So if I see it, viewers will be timed out and banned. It's that simple. I've said this a million times before, but this is what happens. The trolls will show up and be like, oh, look, it's slow support that, slow support that, slow support that. They'll just keep saying that in a circle. It annoys me, it annoys the viewers, it annoys everybody. All right? So if I see it, it's gone. Just immediately you're out of here and don't even think about asking for an unban. I've already laid down the law. I'm not putting up with the troll shit anymore. But you're gonna see if you see me moderating the chat tonight and I say nothing, all right? That's what I'm doing. Now another thing, if I moderate someone tonight, I don't want everyone to, oh my god, did you see someone got banned? Who was it? Why did they get banned? I want an explanation right now. Nope, that's the railing of the stream. And you also will be moderated appropriately, because that's not what we're here for. I have the right to moderate my own stream, and I don't have to explain myself to anyone at all. It's my business, not yours. So don't bring that crap up and mind your own business. It's that simple. I don't want to hear it. You know, everyone knows the process to be unbanned. You email me, darksephil@hotmail.com. It has to be unbanned. I'll look into it, and if I unban you, great. And if not, it's my prerogative, it's my stream. All right, please don't bring that crap up. All right. And that's that. So I've explained the way of things. I think people understand. We're here to have a good time, talk about the game, and interact and chill. We're not going to be talking about this bullshit. All right. So please, no bullshit tonight, and let's all have a chill time together. All right. So everyone, allow me please to go through my shtick before we begin. So tonight we're starting a new game. Obviously that's exciting, right? I don't know how long this one is. People are saying it's on the shorter side. That's fine. You know, we're gonna play exclusively as night streams in 2-hour increments, as long as it takes. You know, some people are like, oh, it's like 6 hours long. I guarantee we will not beat it in 6 hours, only because, as you know me, I take my time with these games. I read the logs. We're gonna have interaction and talking when I play. It's gonna take longer. I guarantee you we probably won't finish it this week, which is fine because we are in absolutely no hurry to finish the game. All right. Now this is variety, which you guys have wanted. I've also am happy to be playing variety on the streams as much as I'm enjoying Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy 16. I'm awake when I'm playing Final Fantasy 16. To have something different in the rotation is a good thing. I'm happy we're getting to this finally. I told you guys we would get to it when we get to it. We got to it now a month later. I'm excited for this. It would be great if you guys could support these late night horror streams. And there's many ways you can do that. You can simply give the stream a like. And engagement is absolutely key right now. The last couple of months, my engagement has tanked here on YouTube because I've been playing things that really naturally people haven't thought about liking. Like, for example, I don't talk about liking the stream usually when I'm playing Street Fighter. So sometimes we don't hit 100 likes and that hurts the channel. Comments, I get almost no comments on my Street Fighter videos. And that's a lot of the ones that are coming out. So if you could like the stream tonight, and if you're watching the videos later on, if you could like them and leave comments, that would help a ton. Now, of course, you can always go above and beyond and support in one of these other crowdfunding methods. For example, a super chat or a super sticker or a membership or a gifted membership would be great tonight. We're trying to build the memberships back. We've lost a ton of gifted memberships that had been going on over the last couple of months. And, you know, this morning we got some momentum back, which is very nice. We got back to 500 members. It would be great if we hit 510 by the end of the night stream. That would be absolutely superb. And the thing is, that's not just helping me, that helps the whole community. A gifted membership means someone who can use emotes, who can talk as much as they want in the chat. They get a cool chat crown badge. They get a bunch of benefits. So that's a great way to support. That's not just about me, but about everyone, you know, kind of, you know, getting something nice out of it, right? So please consider that. Of course, tips are absolutely appreciated. And, you know, we have reward goals for tips, a silly hat or a vest or whatever. Absolutely, that would fit into tonight's stream format. It's not like Street Fighter where how to be, you know, intrusive here. I can buy whatever you want. So good stuff all around. Anything that you can do to support tonight's stream would be greatly appreciated. I don't want to talk about it all night, so I try to get out of the way now. You know. All right. So shall we jump right in? Do you guys want to talk about a few things? I don't know if you want to chat a little bit. We have a little bit of extra time here, a little early. I don't know if you want to chat. If there's anything to talk about, you want to tag me in the chat. All right. Normally this would be the second where I do shout outs. We have absolutely no contributions whatsoever so far tonight. So I guess we're going to get started with the game. Yeah, we got none to shout out, so I might as well get started, right? Final streaming night of the week. It would be great if you could support the stream. You know, up to now we got $14 in tips and about $19 in super chats, and that's it. We didn't hit the likes goal yet. We can definitely do that. You know, anything would be appreciated right now to end my week strong. All right, so thank you guys. If you like the stream tonight, please support it if you can. You for 100 likes. Let's do a silly bubble blow for you guys tonight for giving me the engagement on the stream. I really appreciate that. And if anyone wanted to support the stream in any way, you know, I really appreciate that. Thanks to anyone who does support the stream, and I'll give you a shout out if you do in some way. All right, let's do it, guys. Let me get one new member tonight. Just one. That's all I ask. Here you go. We literally got no new members today in an amazing day of streaming. Give me one member, and I'll be happy for tonight. That's all I ask. How about that? One person become a member tonight, and I'll be ecstatic. Because I'm upset that we got no members today. I know we can do better than that. All right? I know we can. There you go. That's all I'm asking for. One.
In the past, whenever DSP would bring up drama or something happening in his life, he would get pity, support, and views. DSP tried everything and anything to start drama, even going as far as hyping up a garbage disposal being replaced, a big thing. He decided he would start drama with his fellow cow, who in the past would be referred to as the Black DSP, for his toxic nature and the way he plays fighting games. During one of his pre-streams, DSP revealed that he watched a Clips channel video of LTG and decided to make fun of his layout and how he wasn't making money, despite having more viewers.
The name of the video is something like this. You ready? LTG can't handle the jab, jab, jab. An hour-long edit where basically they took matches that he was playing. And it's weird because I think the matches they picked were the ones he lost, but at the same time, it's not like there were matches where he was getting like blown out constantly and freaking out. I don't know. I think what it is that people like to act like things are way more drama than they are. Watch almost the entire video. Like basically, I became absolutely fascinated with this content. Okay, allow me to explain why. There's multiple reasons why I was fascinated by this content. Okay, like so many things were going on. All right. So number one, his layout. Okay, here's my layout when I stream. Okay, here's my layout. As you can see, okay, keep in mind this camera should be fitting into this frame right here. But you see my layout? I would consider that my layout is a minimalist layout, all right? And what I mean by that is, as you can see, I give the game 95% of the real estate on my screen. For me, when I'm playing the game, it's about the game, right? LTG's layout essentially is he's over here in the upper left-hand corner, and he's got a big widescreen camera. Below him is his stream chat. And I think he's streaming on Twitch currently, so below him is the Twitch. So this whole third of the screen over here is him and his chat, okay? Then over here, like this segment of the screen is the game, but it's small. It's like crushed, like small. And then he's got like stuff on the bottom of the screen running that says what music he's currently playing. He's one of those streamers that he doesn't use the game's natural soundtrack. He has one of those things where he just plays his own custom soundtrack, and it's all video game music. Which, by the way, I actually liked a lot of the music. He's playing like old Street Fighter tunes and stuff. I was like, this is good music actually. Some of it, not all of it. Like he was playing like Mega Man X8, and I was like, I can't stand the later Mega Man X shit. But he was doing some good stuff, like Street Fighter Peter Strike, old Mega Man games. I was like, these are pretty good tunes. Like this is good stuff. But to me, if I'm playing a game, I want the natural soundtrack from the game to come through. I never understood streamers who play other music over the game. I don't know. I guess it was always a common thing or a popular thing to do. I never did. I always just played the game soundtrack, right? So he's doing that, and he says the track. But the other thing, like there's stream stats going on, and the stream stats were baffling. Okay, allow me to explain what I mean by that. According to his stream stats, when LTG streams Street Fighter 6, he's got 2,000 viewers. Really, LTG has 2,000 live viewers on Twitch when he streams Street Fighter 6. That's great. My jaw dropped. I was like, holy shit. He has 2,000 viewers when he plays Street Fighter 6. He's got to be one of the top Street Fighter 6 guys. If that's the case, I'm not aware that the FGC gets that kind of views on just random. I know it's a tournament stream or whatever, but this is him just randomly playing, right? I mean, he's doing something right. If that's his honest viewership he gets every time he plays Street Fighter 6, he's doing really good for himself, and that's good for him. Well, I was actually blown away. I had no clue this guy got that kind of attention, right? So that was interesting. But the thing that got me at the same time was, like, for example, he has his chat on the screen. I didn't see a single piece of intelligent thought out of his chat. Like, it just seemed like it was the normal, what they call the normal Twitch stream monsters for fighting games. They're just spamming dumb memes and shit. They're insulting him when he's playing. They're just being toxic. And I was looking at this, and I'm like, I don't actually see a single reason to have that on the screen. Like, he's not adding to the stream. In my opinion, it actually took away. I would rather see more of the game than the chat. The chat was too distracting. It was very stupid. Like, I didn't get why the chat was on the screen. It wasn't entertaining. He didn't add anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, the audience that was there, yeah, a lot of them were toxic towards him. And I was like, I don't think this makes sense to have that on the screen then. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand that. The other thing that got me, I'm going to be honest. I'm being shockingly honest here. So I watched this. It was an hour. Now, I guess this hour comprised 2 different sessions, a Friday night session and a Saturday session that he played. And both times he's playing it from 2 to 4 in the morning. He has the time, his local time on the screen when he plays. And I'm like, geez. But I could never imagine playing Street Fighter at 2 to 4 in the morning. That would not be the time that I want to play it. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be playing it prime time. And he's playing like 2 to 4 in the morning. Like, holy shit, right? I don't know how he's doing that and I'm falling asleep, honestly. So he's playing at these times. And the thing that I noticed, so it's, I watched an hour. It was an hour video. But each, the segment, I guess if it was unedited, it would have been like 4 or 5 hours of gameplay. But I'm noticing, with 2,000 viewers, okay, now this is me being honest, this is not me shit talking. He wasn't getting any contributions at all. Like, he had on his screen, he has all these stats and shit all over his screen. At the top of his screen, it's like, this person resubbed for this many months, and this person, or whenever someone would contribute, to be like a pop-up on his screen, this is Covenant or something, or sometimes if someone did like a $3 tip, it would be the AI talk, or it would say something that they wanted to say or whatever, right? So, he's basically, he's talking and doing his gameplay, and he's got 2,000 viewers on the stream, and the only thing I'm seeing is toxic shit in his chat, and really very few people supporting him. And I was like, wow, that kind of sucks. Imagine if you were getting tons of viewers, but maybe what it is that the vast majority of viewers this guy gets are all people who don't like him, and they're just being real toxic to him. I actually started to feel a little bad. I was like, that sucks ass. If that's the case, again, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever watched this guy's content. So imagine you're bringing in thousands of viewers, tons of viewership, but the people are there just to basically take a dump on you, rather than actually support what you're doing. Like, I was like, that sucks, right? For me, listen, I know I got trolls, but I also know that I got a good number of people. Every stream I do, I got hundreds of people who are here to be positive, to be happy, to have a good time with me. It's not every single time I play a game people are here to dump. Listen, you guys razz me. I get it. When I play Street Fighter, especially, you guys fucking razz me. All right? I get that. But I was just shaking my head. I don't get it. I see a toxic chat. Oh, by the way, this is another thing, too. His chat wasn't really moving that much. And I'm wondering if he has a lot of moderation on his chat, because his chat wasn't moving as much. If there's 2,000 people on the stream, why wasn't many people chatting? Stand it. Because, I'm a streamer just like him. And I didn't get it. Like, his chat didn't seem to work like my chat. His views were way more than mine, but at the same time, it seemed like he was getting way less support than me. And I was like, it was so confusing. I was just like, it was really weird. It was like he studied almost. I was trying to see how this worked, right? The actual content, all right? First of all, immediately when I started watching, I wanted to commentate on the match. I was dying to commentate. I was like, dude, I would love to watch this live with my audience and commentate on the gameplay. Because I'll tell you, some of the things he says, I agree with when it comes to the gameplay of the game. He's mad because certain characters are getting away with just jabbing like crazy and interrupting his stuff. I agree. I think that the game has a big problem with that there's certain easy mode characters who can just fucking walk up jab or react jab, wake up jab, and they beat everything. And that's actually what the name of the video I think was trying to poke fun at. But it's a valid criticism of Street Fighter 6 in my opinion. So I was kind of agreeing with him on a lot of that, all right? And basically, I was enjoying it because I was actually watching it neutrally. I wasn't against LTG, but also I wasn't like pro LTG. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just trying to watch it objectively. And I was starting to analyze his gameplay, and I was starting to see some flaws in his gameplay that I think that he could dramatically improve his gameplay if he made some changes. But one thing immediately baffled me. Maybe you guys can answer this for me, because I would love an answer if you guys have an answer. For those of you familiar with LTG, okay? So this was gameplay from Friday and Saturday of this past week. So this was yesterday and the day before. So he plays 2 characters in Street Fighter 6. Marisa? Excuse me. Oh, man. He played Marisa and he played JP. Those are his 2 main characters. I don't know if he used anyone else, but that's all for this compilation. That's all that they showed, is that he had those 2 characters. Okay? So here's number one what confused me. So he plays Street Fighter 6 a lot, right? I would assume he plays more than me. That's his game. That's what he's getting views. I've seen 2,000 viewers a stream every time he plays the game. So this is what he's playing, right? So his Marisa is, I would assume, his lower character. She's 1-star diamond. Okay, so kind of same level, maybe the same level as my Luke. I would argue that my Zangief and my Lily are coming up, and they're going to hit diamond very soon. So it sounds like his Marisa is kind of like a secondary character, and she's like 1-star diamond, okay? But his best character is JP, right? And he's only 2-star diamond. And I was like, if you've been playing this game nonstop since the game came out, how is he only 2-star diamond? You know, my Blanca is 4-star diamond, and I don't play once a week. I play Blanca, if that, and I'm 4-star diamond. And I'm like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I wonder what's going on here. So immediately that's what hit me. I was like, dude, I thought for sure he'd be like master. I thought for sure LTG would be master rank. I'm not even shitting you. If he's playing this nonstop, I thought he'd be master rank. I would think that most people in the FGC who are playing real hard are master rank by now. I'm one of the few, you know, I like the game and I played it a bunch, but I'm not master rank because number one, I'm not playing it full time, and number two, I'm playing a variety of characters. You know, I got Blanca, Luke, Lily, Zangief, Ryu, I'm having a brain fart now. The characters I've been using. I'm actually having a legit brain fart. Marisa, he's super. So here's what LTG does. And he's about to lose the match. He closes. He quits the dashboard. He doesn't close the game. He just quits the dashboard. And then he waits like 20 seconds, and then he goes back to the game. And I was like, why does he do that? I was actually really confused. Like, he's not pulling a plug. He's not like disconnecting or rage quitting. He just quits the dashboard. But then he goes back to the game. The game's still running. And I'm like, why is he doing that? And it wasn't once or twice. He was doing this like the entire compilation. It was an hour compilation. He was doing it like every match he lost. And I was like, why is he doing that? I was confused. Because here's the thing. All right? Let's say, for example, it's an ego thing. Let's say he just can't stand losing and watching himself lose. Okay. And the thing is, in previous Street Fighter games, maybe he's like, I don't want to give that person the satisfaction of watching a video where I lose to them and they can see the animation of them killing me. But the thing is, with Street Fighter 6, every single match is archived. Every match you play online, the code is there, and anyone can go watch it from like a third-party view. Like, you don't have to be watching my stream to watch my matches. You can go access my matches outside of my streams and watch them back anyway. That's how Street Fighter 6 works. So for him to quit to the dashboard doesn't actually like make any sense. When he loses a match, and he'll even say shit like, I couldn't believe it. He was like, he's fighting a platinum player. All right, he's in diamond, he's fighting a platinum. And he's fighting like, oh my god, why am I facing a platinum level player when I'm in diamond? This is unacceptable. I don't know why they're matching me with this player. And then he beats the player, right? That's a free win. That's 3 points for him to rank up. And he goes, oh, I don't want to play platinum anymore. And he goes and he blacklists the player, blocks him, so he'll never play him ever again. I was like, isn't that counterproductive? You banned the person who you could easily beat, and you get points to rank up even further. Why did you ban them? Like, why would you block them? And there's other people, like, basically, when, you know, he loses to anything, if he loses to a cheap guess, if he loses to a bullshit mix-up, if he drops a combo, if he, you know, all these things, he blacklists the person. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, immediately, you gotta think about how it works, how Street Fighter 6 works, okay? The way the netcode works is that it looks for optimal connections, but it also looks for people with skill level similar to you in rank, but it also looks for regions. And a lot of people aren't aware of this, but it does. Street Fighter 6 is regional based. So you may have noticed the last few times that I played Street Fighter 6 rank, sometimes I'm playing the same person 2-3 times in the same session. You might say, wait a minute, there's like a million people who bought this game. At any given time, there's probably like 100,000 people online playing. Why are you playing the same people over and over? Because it's region based. And this is a game that he's obviously, by the way, he's shitting on the game constantly. He's saying things such as, this game sucks, this is the most noob-friendly Street Fighter. And I mean, everyone has said that for every Street Fighter that's come out in the last 15 years. I said it for Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 5, I don't think Street Fighter 5 was a Street Fighter game. It was a pattern play game online. It was complete shit. Okay? I agree there. And I do feel like if I played enough, and I practice enough, the scrubby shit won't come through anymore. Like, I feel like if I get characters to master, you're not gonna have to deal with driving past spam anymore. You don't have to deal with people who just mash jab. It's gonna be a higher level of intelligence player who's playing at a higher competitive level. They're not gonna do those stupid online things that you're not expecting because they're trying to play like they're in a tournament. You understand? It's just a matter of getting through those ranks. I actually feel like doing a commentary on video hits would be cool because I see things in this game that I know he can improve. That I'm looking at, I'm like, dude, if he just did this, he'd be doing so much better. He'd be winning this match. And I'm watching, I'm like, dude, maybe I should do commentary, not just on him, but maybe I can do commentary on my Street Fighter video. Because I'm learning the game, and as I'm learning, I'm seeing the holes in other people's game. Oh, I don't care. Bonnie Dad says LTG will never collab with you, and he'll be pissed that you did a segment on him. I don't care. I'm not looking to collab. I don't care about collab. I'm telling you, this is what happened with just me. And again, this video randomly showed up in my feed. It wasn't anything I was looking for. I just happened to click on it. You know, I was like, let's just see what this is. I clicked on it. I was immediately fascinated.
LTG would respond with a 10-minute video making fun of DSP and telling him to stop clout chasing, as he would not work with him in any way. DSP then used this to react to LTG on his pre-stream for drama views.
As all of that was going on last night, all right, I start to get messages saying, did you hear what LTG just said about you? He's going on a big rant about you on his stream, and he's going off on you, and he's ripping you a new asshole, and he's really, you know, going in. And I was like, first of all, I was very confused. I'm like, so he's insulting me. That's what people are saying. Like, he's basically, like, really insulting you badly on his stream. And I kind of scratched my head saying, like, why would he do that? Because when I talked about him on this show yesterday, if you didn't see it, it's still live here on the channel, or all my haters literally clipped it. Like, it was like 20 minutes talking about a stream that I watched the other night. And again, when I was talking about this, I was not attacking LTG. I was not saying anything real personal about him at all. I was just being kind of neutral, right? Like, I was asking genuine questions of my chat about his content, about his rankings in Street Fighter 6, about how, you know, how it operates. Because I was kind of fascinated. You know, I'd never seen any content of his before. So it was confusing to me how he operated and all that. I was just trying to absorb it like everybody else. You know, did I say a few negative things? Yeah, I did. I said I didn't like his stream layout and stuff like that. But I didn't go in on the guy. In fact, I would say I agreed with a lot of the stuff he was saying about the game. You know, the jab thing. How a lot of characters can just mash jab online is very scrubby, and it seems to be a lot of stuff. I don't like that. And he hates it too. So it was confusing to me because I don't recall saying anything that would have been like inflammatory in my video. You know, it wasn't like I was calling him out or insulting him. I was just very quickly and honestly telling my thoughts about his stream. And I even said, I think after watching his stream, I was like dying to comment on it. And it's not just him, but anyone who plays Street Fighter 6. Like now, I'm like so into the game. I was like, do you think you guys as an audience would enjoy watching me comment on Street Fighter 6 gameplay? And a lot of people were like, yeah, that might be something we'd like to see in the future. So essentially, it's that simple. Like that's all it was. I wasn't insulting the dude or anything like that. I didn't think there would be anything too inflammatory there. I mean, I don't know. But apparently, yeah, it was the opposite. Like, he took this as all personal insults, and apparently he went in on me. So we're going to watch that live on this very show. I know I've never done anything like that on the Level 1 podcast before. I have a whole reaction channel for reacting, but we're going to do it on the show this morning. Why? Because I want to do it not live, get it out of the way, because we're going to focus on Rashid today. You know me, I'm not going to focus on drama all day long. I just want to play the game today and have that be what we're talking about. And I don't want every possible person coming in here talking about this nonsense today. I'm already going to give my thoughts on it, all right, by the time that we get to Street Fighter 6. Fair enough?
Then we had a legendary moment, including DSP learning to work on his sexy, learning about bands, and being crispy.
To LTG's layout. Here it is. Wow. Nice and clean. Right? Wow, just immediately I know exactly where to look and what's going on this stream. Like, wow, that's just amazing. Whew. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Nice, spiffy, shining stream. Look at that. I mean, do I really have to say a word about his stream layout? You know? Now, listen, more power to him. Do whatever you want. A lot of people are successful with different stream layouts. Chats all over the place. Now, by the way, technically this is a restream. All right, we're watching an archive of a restream. What's the name of this guy? Izzy Jones 19, who, basically, he was restreaming LTG. So I actually think what I'm blocking with my camera right now, I think is not LTG stream. Is that correct? I think that his stream is the whole, like everything here to the left of my camera is his stream, correct? Like that's where it cuts off. This jack here under the camera is not his, right? I think, I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is, right?
He watched away.
Here we go.
No matter how much you guys try to push it, there will never be an interaction between me and DSP. There's no ties there. We're not in the same correlation of anything. We're not in the same media space, nothing. Like, I told you.
That's a restreamer saying, I told you. Okay. Whoa. That's a lot to unpack right there. That was a ton. That was like rapid fire. All right, so what do you say first? If you don't hit the gym daily, you can't speak to me. Okay, it's a little weird. So if someone's not like up to your standards of physical fitness, they can't even speak to you. If someone has like they're not groomed or they have an ugly goatee in 2023, you can't speak to me. What? Why do you care about someone's personal grooming or facial hair? What does that have to do with anything? Why does that matter to you? And what was the other thing that he said? He said something. What was the third thing he said? He said 3 things. I missed the other one. God, what was the other thing that he said? He said, oh, the height. He said, if you're 5 foot something, I'm literally like 5'11" and a half. Right? I used to tell people I was 6 feet tall, but then I realized it's kind of stupid. Like I'm not ashamed of my height. So I tell them, technically I'm 5'11", right? So I'm about half an inch below 6 feet. I can't speak to him, like because of half an inch. What are you talking about? Like, huh? There's a disconnect here. I feel like it seems like we're talking about 2 different things. Why is he so hung up about how I look? Right? Like everything he just said about my looks, my height, my physical fitness, and my facial hair grooming. Why does he care about how I look? It's a little odd, isn't it? Why does this man care about why another man streamer looks? Like what's going on here? I'm a little confused. All right, well, let's continue. Oh, that's right. He said my voice. Listen, my voice I can't do anything about. I've had a more high-pitched voice my whole life. When I first started streaming, the first thing people said when I was on camera was, oh my god, we had no idea you looked like that. Because we heard your voice and you sounded like you were like a skinny Poindexter nerd and we thought that's exactly what you were going to be. So people outright thought we were going to look like James Rolfe. You're going to look like any video game nerd when you get on camera. And when I did, I looked how I did, people were like, we had no clue that's what you would look like because your voice doesn't seem to fit your body. Listen, I can't make my voice sound any deeper or any, you know what I mean? Nothing I can do about that. So that's kind of silly, but hey, if you think I have an annoying voice, I guess there's not much I can really do about that, right? But I guess my question is, why does that bother him so much? And what in the holy hell does that have to do with anything that I said about him yesterday?
He's touching up just that narrative.
What narrative?
If I was him, I would literally focus on trying to rebuild my brand. Like, hit the gym, get hair transplant surgery, or wear hats 24/7 on stream. Stop wearing a pussy face goatee. Like, you know what it looks like on people? Pussy hair. It's not even crispy lined up, bro.
What? Again, what is he talking about? Why does he care about what facial hair I have? What does that have to do with him at all? How is it personally an affront to him in his existence that I have facial hair he doesn't like? Like, what is he speaking of? The other funny part is he says like a patchy, unlined up goatee. My goatee is perfectly lined up and fine, but it's all white hair, so it looks like shit. I have white hair on my face, but that's because I'm not afraid of embracing my age. You know, I'm 41 years old, I'm getting older, I'm gonna look older, I'm gonna get white hair. It's something that naturally happens. It's not something to be ashamed about as you get older. You shouldn't act like you're peripherally 20-year-old. You're not gonna be eternally 20 years old. You have to understand that, you have to accept that, right? You're gonna get older, you're gonna become more wise, you're gonna become an elder statesman, as they say, and you can accept that, you can pretend forever like you're some youth and live in denial. I don't live in denial. I know I'm older. I know I'm a spring chicken. I also know I'm not very good looking. I just told you guys the other day, all right, on my stream, how I have a very bad self-image in my head of myself. I don't ever feel like I look good. Even people outright tell my wife tells me, you guys will tell me, God, I feel you look good, right? You actually look good today. Or, you know, oh, look, you're wearing different shirt style recently, and we like that, and this and that. I don't believe I look good. You understand that? Like, I actually always think I look like shit. I wake up, I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I'm disgusted at myself. But that's how I've always been. I had a bad self-image because I messed up stuff that happened to me when I was younger. So I don't really give a shit about my goatee being perfect or whatever. Why is this guy so hung up on how you look, your self-image? Like, it seems like that's his whole thing, no? Like, if that's so important to him, right? Why is his whole embodiment of existence about how people look? That's a little odd to me. Like, you know, anything else you think matters in life? How about having a conversation with someone? Oh, if you're ugly, I'm not going to talk to you. What? I mean, what kind of vain existence is that, Jasper? Please relax. What kind of a vain existence is that you only speak to people you find attractive? Right?
I'm going to need 5 bands. You could have gave me the 5 bands if you would have been too pussy to do the podcast.
5 what? 5 bands? What the hell is he talking about? I'm going to do 5 bands? Huh?
50 racks.
50 racks? What the fuck is he? What is he talking about? 5 bands and 50 racks. Dude, there's a language, I don't know if you've heard about it yet, it's called English. You want to start using it? Like, you're talking to a public audience, you realize that, right? Like, I have no clue what the fuck this guy's saying right now. I mean, I guess it's just some kind of lingo or you know, some kind of fucking, you know, what the fuck he's saying, dude. If you're talking to a group of friends, and a group of friends all speak the same way, then you use that kind of language. If you're talking to a public audience, you use English, so people understand what the fuck you're saying. What the fuck, racks and bands and fucking this shit, it's called money. So I think what he's saying is he wants me to pay him $5,000 to be in my content, or... And then he says it's bad that I didn't take... Why is he so... Here's another question. Why is he so hung up about the fact that I didn't take $50,000 to be on Keemstar's podcast? Why does he keep bringing that? What does that have to do with anything, right? Literally, what does that have to do with anything?
Focus on your sexy, bro. Focus on your health.
Focus on my sexy and focus on my sexy. Another male streamer wants me to focus on my sexy. I think you need to focus on yourself if you're so concerned about how other dudes look on their streams. Like, what is going on there? Why do you have such a focus on how I look on my stream? This is very weird. He actually said my sexy. He said sexy about me. That's disturbing. It's absolutely disturbing. I'm actually kind of freaked out right now, dude. Like, and here's another weird misconception, right? Like, okay, so I went through bankruptcy. That's correct. That was years ago. You know, I'm getting back on my feet now. Like, I really am. I'm starting to get back on my feet. This is good. You guys have been very supportive this year in all the endeavors that I've done, right? Where is the poverty status exactly? I'm a little concerned, or confused, I guess I should say. Not concerned, I'm confused because, you know, I don't know what he's talking about. What poverty streaming? I mean, what people do is they reference like a stream I did 4 years ago, the reveal of Jasper's stream, where I raised $1,000 on stream, and I said, hey guys, guess what? I have a pet, and he'll be in my streams from now on, right? Stuff like that. That stuff has. When was the last time that I did an emergency fundraiser stream? 3-4 years ago, right? I don't do that stuff. Since I started getting back on my feet, you know, became a full-time YouTuber, whatever, this hasn't happened in years. I've actively tried to stop with the overshilling and all of that. I'm trying to basically do my best here to improve. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to improve.
And by the way, go fuck some bitches or something, bro. Take that.
Who? He's talking to me? Or is he talking to Chad, or is he talking to me? I don't know who he's talking to now. He's talking to me. I'm married. I don't need to go fuck some bitches. I'm married, dude. I'm good. I'm set in that regard.
Action figure. You know what? I'll just dislocate your god and maybe I'll get some of his trolls in my stream, and my stream will pick up.
I didn't dislocate your god. Literally, it was a very neutral observation about his stream. I was looking for information. I wasn't looking to insult the guy whatsoever. I was trying to be very neutral, and I agreed with a ton of things that he said about Street Fighter 6. Like, it couldn't be further from the truth. He did not watch the clip at all. He's just talking out of his ass.
I get this, bro. Focus on that hairline, bro. How about this? Your next stream goal
Here we go.
should say turkey transplant hairline trip. So
why are you talking about my looks? Who cares about how I look? I can call it a paper bag on my head. I can call it like Jabba the Hutt. Like, who cares about how, dude, I'm a game streamer. You understand? I'm not in a modeling agency. I'm not trying to be in fucking the Barbie movie, right? Why are you so hung up on looks? I'm really at a loss. You realize you're a streamer too. Maybe oh shit. Oh, maybe we touched upon. Maybe he doesn't realize he's a streamer. Does he think that he's like a movie star or something? I mean, does he, you know, to him, everything's about looks, right? If I came out here looking like fucking Brad Pitt or John Stamos or any of the guys you probably think are attractive currently, no one would give a shit. I wouldn't get increase in viewership. No one would care. No one's tuning into Dark Side Phil to see me be sexy side Phil.
Crispy skin, peanut butter complexion.
What does that mean? What is peanut butter complexion? I have an answer to this one. What does peanut butter complexion mean? I want to know. What does that mean? When I think peanut butter, you want to know what I think about? I think about like Jif chunky peanut butter and like smearing it on your face and having like big chunks of peanut, like big fucking pimples all over your face and shit, like big acne all over. That's what I think of. I think peanut butter complexion. I think like big lumps and shit all over your face. That's what, you know, I don't see that as a compliment. What is a peanut butter complexion? Get the peanuts off your body. Peanuts are to eat, not to be thinking about that's what your skin's made of. That's fucking weird, man. That's weird shit. Look what I look like when I was born. I look like a fucking big, swollen, bloated corpse. Right? I look like a piece of meat that you soaked in your fucking sink overnight in water. Look at the jowls on my face. This is how I look. I can't fix that. That's how I look. I'm ugly. Big fucking deal. People who aren't all about that realize it's not a big deal. But for you, like, dude, you were born that way, and you act like that's like some big accomplishment. You know what he is? All right, ladies and gentlemen, you want to know who LTG is? He's the Black Johnny Bravo. He's so obsessed with himself, and everyone around him is laughing. He doesn't get the joke. He thinks that this is like actually his focus in life is his looks and how good he looks, and then he can't understand everyone else is laughing at him every time he mentions it. No one cares about how you look, bro. No one.
This Walmart NPC that I would just pass by when I'm picking up some fucking walnuts. Bro, get this.
I'm an NPC here at Walmart. He's picking up walnuts. Wait a minute. Why are you going to Walmart to buy walnuts? Hold on a second here. He's supposed to be the pristine being, the Adonis, right? Why are you going to Walmart to buy walnuts, bro? Shouldn't you be going to like some green store? Shouldn't you be going to like fucking Whole Foods to pick up your green drink and your fucking protein powders and all your shit for your fitness? Why are you buying walnuts at Walmart? And why buy me my NPC ass at Walmart? You want to know where you won't ever see me? Walmart. I'm going to fucking Walmart.
Clout, whatever. But I hope it works because
clout.
Your shit's
First of all, what clout am I trying to steal? What benefit do I get? How many insane amount of contributions did I get on today's stream? I think I got like 4 super chats, totaling maybe $15, right? I'm not doing anything for clout. Literally, I'm not allowed to watch a piece of content like anyone else is. Legally on the internet, I can just watch a stream and make just very neutral comments on it, apparently. It's not allowed, because I'm Dark Side Phil, I'm not allowed to do anything. Everyone else can do that, not me, right? I can do whatever the fuck I want, you know? Really, do whatever the fuck, I'm not trying to steal your clout. What clout do you have? Really, like, what benefit do I have at all from having interaction with you?
But it's me out beating it like he was caught on stream. Matter of fact, I don't even think he was really beating his beat on stream.
What?
I think that was a failed attempt at trying to make some buzz around his name, bro.
What?
The dude fake masturbated in front of the fucking camera.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad I faded to the end. We almost missed it because I thought we were done. We almost missed it. Yes, I fake masturbated. Oh my word. I mean, how do you even respond to that? That's lunacy. It's literally out of all the things that have happened to me in my life, is obviously going to be the most embarrassing moment that's ever happened to me in my life. I will never live it down. There will always be people who remember me for that, correct? And there's nothing I can do about it. But I've learned to live with it and laugh at it. It's not a big deal. Don't bring it up all the time because it was a stupid, silly mistake. But why would I have fabricated it? What in the fuck are you talking about? You are insane. Like, what? Really, what would the benefit have been? I mean, if I reacted to it wrong, that would have been the end of me on the internet, right? Now imagine if I had completely, utterly, 100% said it never happened, right? Or that would have been nuts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when shit like that happens, I'm gonna fess up to it. It's public. It's right there. I'm not stupid, right? Like, that literally could have been the end of everything, right? And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna fess up to it. Actually, that's some really good advice too about it. That I should just fess up to it and roll with it and make jokes about it, which I did, right? But why? I don't understand. What is your reasoning that you think he says I was gonna get something positive out of it and it didn't work? What positive thing would I have gotten out of that? What are you? This guy has some really weird notions. So he thinks the only way you could be a good streamer or a streamer we're talking to is if you're really good looking and you work out and you're tall.
And it didn't even work.
For clout.
What dude does this when they're masturbating?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can't stop laughing. That's pretty good. He literally reenacted it. That's pretty funny. Here's the actual funny part about it all right? That happened to me once. I literally had no clue the camera was on. Literally, it was just shocking to me that the camera was on. Oh shit. So obviously, the things that happened were unconscious. That was not conscious thought to look like that or act like that on camera, right? It's just unconsciously acting like that during a private act. How many other people have impersonated me doing that? What's more embarrassing? Impersonating someone who's masturbating on purpose because you actively chose to try to put on your real O face, or actually just, doing it by accident once? But what are you doing? Why are you trying to fucking impersonate me masturbating, bro? Oh my god. Hi. Holy shit. How about this? Alright? How about this? Take some of the money you make every month for your 3,000 paid subs on Twitch and go see a fucking psychiatrist about your problems that you project onto others. No one cares about how a streamer looks. No one. I don't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't care about the podcast I turned down. You shouldn't care about my camera quality. You shouldn't care about any of that shit. Go work on yourself in your glass house before you start throwing stones at people out of it. Dude, why do you think you have 2,000 people on your stream? Do people love you? No, it's because, like I said, you're the Black Johnny Bravo. People laugh at you because you're so obsessed with looks. Other people look at your looks. Nobody gives two fucks about your looks. They care about when you're playing Street Fighter 6 and you get your ass whooped and you quit to the dashboard because you're so embarrassed to see your character die during the round that you blacklist every character. Like, seriously, pretty sure if he keeps going the way he's going in Street Fighter 6, there's gonna be 2 players left he can play. There's gonna be 2 monks living in the fucking mountains at the vet. There's the only 2 people left he didn't blacklist. I was gonna play the game. It's absolutely ridiculous the way this guy behaves, right? When he's playing the game, and I was fascinated by it. And I was genuinely asking questions about it. That's it. That's all I wanted to know. I didn't insult the guy. I don't care about his hygiene or how he fucking looks. This guy's nuts.
You already know your midsection has at least 5 to 6 creases.
My midsection has 5 to 6 creases. This is another thing. He said another thing about my physical appearance. Now he wants to see my abs, or lack thereof. He actually wants to see, or else he wouldn't have said it if he didn't want to see, right? He wants to see the abs. He wants to see the crease. Show my abs. Show your abs. You can't see my abs, but I lost a lot of weight. I absolutely have. So again, he doesn't know. He's looking at old ass videos of me, right? He's looking at all the old shit. He doesn't know how much I lost weight and everything. He really has no clue. Shit. He's just talking shit out of his ass. I'm not gonna take my shirt up, but I showed you guys how much weight. Look how much weight I've lost. Look, I'm not sucking my stomach in. Look, there's no roll of fat there. You see? I went, no exaggeration. I went from like 225. I'm down to around 200 now. I lost all that weight. I'm not ideal. My ideal weight is 185. I want to be 185 again, but I have to actually actively be working out to hit that again, like I used to do when I was younger. But I lost a ton of weight the last year. Everyone's complimenting. Say, come to the stream, dude, you lost a lot of weight. Yeah, here's where I don't lose it. The jowls. When you're older, you can't lose this. There's nothing you can do about that. Like, nice fake Valentine's shirt. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop, that incredibly overexposed anime that was on Cartoon Network for like 17 years, and no one fucking watches anymore because it was so overexposed and actually wasn't that good. Nice necklace that you're wearing on the outside of your shirt. So it's nice how you're wearing jewelry on the outside of your clothes. You probably wear a long sleeve shirt and put your fucking watch on the wrist, on the sleeve, right? It's like, I can do it too. I can do this shit about your looks. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about how you look. Really. Wear whatever you want. No one gives a fuck. You can stop talking about people's looks. No one gives a shit. All right? But I'm saying, and here's the thing. You hear what he said? If he wants me on his content, $5,000. That's not for me to do. That's for your fans to do. So if it's so important to you to raise the $5,000, say to your fans, hey, raise $5,000 and I'll play DSP. Duh, right? Here's the thing. I'm not going to do that to my viewers. I'm not going to say, I have to raise a certain amount of money in order to play LCG. I'll just play it. I don't give a fuck. But if it's so important to you, appeal to your own fans, get the fund the money. If they are so into you and they love your looks and your peanut butter complexion and all that, they'll probably throw all this money at you to do it. And then kick my ass. Come kick my ass. And if you don't kick my ass, you still got $5,000, right? So where's the lose in that? It's a win-win situation, correct? And now all that being said, it's time for a celebratory double blow because we got 100 likes on my stream. You want to know when the best time would be to do it? During EVO. I don't know if he's going to EVO. Do EVO weekend. Maybe it's that the match is so hype that people who are at EVO open their fucking phones to watch us play each other on the internet instead of what's going on at EVO. Now that's how you fucking make an event. You trump the people who think they're so important. You trump that shit with your own stuff. That's called hype making. That's called matching. That's exactly how you do it. Because I'm not going to EVO. I don't even know when EVO is. When is EVO? It's in August, right? I don't know when the fuck EVO is, right? We'll do it during EVO. Fucking set that shit up. But someone's got to pay him $5,000 first, okay? Here you go.
DSP would get views from this, but just like when he was made fun of by TikTok for Zelda, it didn't result in major support like he hoped. He would then go on to challenge LTG to a match during EVO, saying that it would be bigger than EVO. It would break the internet, and no one will care about EVO, including the competitors. After all this, LTG, hilariously being the calmer one of the two, and not buying into DSP's trauma bait, decided to DM DSP on Twitter, telling him to leave him alone, he won't work with him, and then proceed to block him, which set DSP off on a crazy rant, saying if LTG doesn't respond, that he is his bitch forever.
feedback that I received yesterday on the podcast. I've been working on my sexy. All right, so I switched up shirts, so now I'm wearing a nice tight pop culture reference shirt to be at the height of fashion, and also I'm wearing a piece of jewelry and necklace on the outside of my shirt to try to look nice and sexy for you on the stream today. Now the problem is, sadly, I'm poverty status. All right, so because I'm poverty status streaming, I couldn't afford to get a real piece of jewelry, so I just grabbed whatever was hanging around in my office here and I just tossed it on. But at least now my looks must be improving, and it must be getting up to standard of what's expected of a professional level streamer who would be spoken to by another streamer, correct? And yes, I am going to further respond to the whole LTG situation because it has progressed further. So I have more to say. If it didn't progress further, I would have ignored it. But there are updates. Sorry, I got so ahead of myself. I was so into my sexy that it completely distracted me from everything else, as it should be. When you are so focused on yourself and your looks, that's all that should ever be on your mind. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's yesterday, today, tomorrow, a week, a year. As long as you look good, that's all that matters. So anyway, and then I want to get to the LTG thing. I know many of you here, I have over 400 viewers, are here for an update on the LTG situation, which I have a big one because there were developments. Let's just put it that way. After yesterday's podcast, I didn't know how it was going to go. Well, it went in a direction, and I'll tell you that direction. All right. Oh, the Walmart NPC in chat is telling me that I'm looking sexy today. Not sexy, sexy. There you go. Thank you. I tried to look as crispy as possible. I don't know if you look. The hairline, the jawline. I got my jewelry on the outside of my branded pop culture shirt. I'm trying to look nice and crispy for you. Fair enough. Even my haters who like clip shit out of my podcast or whatever didn't really negatively spin it in a way that was unfair. They kind of said, here's what Phil said. It's kind of tame. Curious what'll happen, right? But what's funny about it is, it seems like everyone kind of knew how LTG was going to react, despite the fact that I didn't insult him. I said nothing negative about the guy. They apparently knew how he is, okay? He says things that I need to work on my sexy. Yes, he actually says another man should work on his sexy on his stream. This is what he's saying. I'm not putting words in his mouth. He literally said that, okay? If you want to see the whole thing, check it out. Okay? So after reacting to that yesterday, and telling a lot of very telling things I did about him, I think he needs to see a psychiatrist, quite frankly, with some of the stuff he was saying there. This is all established. So where he said, he seemed like he has this weird, complex in his head about me that he can't get over. And so you're pushing a narrative. What narrative? There's no narrative at all. You made up the narrative in your fucking head, or other people are bullshitting you, telling you the narrative when there's no narrative. I don't even know what he never actually explains it. He just keeps saying that over and over, right? No, the only content that we could ever do together that would be beneficial would be to do a grudge match of Street Fighter 6. And I think that we should do it, because I think that it's going to be something that our fans want to see, our viewers want to see. I say fans and viewers because they're kind of different. Sometimes you have a fan base, but you also have a hater base, right? And I think our haters would equally like to see us face off of Street Fighter 6 as much as our fans. And it would be hype, and everyone would want to see it, right? I even proposed, let's make this big business. Let's get this so hype. Let's do it during EVO. While EVO is going on and they're doing the qualifying rounds of bullshit, instead of watching the paint dry, people could jump over to our streams and watch us fight. And people would be hype. I said, how much do you want to bet if we did this during EVO? People at fucking EVO would say, fuck EVO. I'm going to watch it with this shit on my phone right now. Everyone's going to be sitting there watching it on their phones because they want to see it because it's so hype, right? So I made this proposition. Let's do it. And, the thing is, during his 10-minute unhinged rant, he basically said, well, the only way I would ever do anything with Darkside Phil is if I got paid $5,000. So I even said this. Get that from your viewers, because you have supportive viewers. Are you not aware of that? I mean, the guy has 3,000 paid subs on Twitch. He's making bank every month on Twitch just by streaming. So if that's the case, I'm pretty sure your viewers would love to see you do a grudge match, and they would support it. If they like you so much, why wouldn't they support you? So let them support you. Let them give you $5,000 to do this grudge match. And let's fucking trump EVO. Seriously, let's just trump that shit. Let's actually get more attendance and more interest on our stream than the EVO stream. All right? Development number 1. I was contacted by someone. And I am fascinated by the information that was presented to me. Now, keep in mind, this is just information that was presented to me. I really don't have any way to vet or confirm this information. All right? But I received an email from someone, and I'm going to read it word for word. I'm not even going to spin it away. I'm literally going to read the email word for word for you guys. You ready? Why LTG is bitter about the 50K. Wings was once asked if LTG should replace you on the podcast. Wings stated that he suggested being a good replacement, but Keemstar rejected it, saying LTG wouldn't work. Is LTG angry about the 50K? Because he didn't get it. He didn't get offered it. Right? So he's mad salty because he wanted that bag. He wanted that payday. And he's not offered the payday because no one wants him on the podcast. But again, if you're looking at value added and whatever, people are looking at it and saying that wouldn't add the value to the podcast. In addition to that, there's another big follow-up, ladies and gentlemen. All right? This is really the reason why I'm talking about this today, not the email, because the email is just speculation, right? So after my podcast yesterday, all right, obviously all the haters clipped it. It was all over the internet, tens of thousands of views everywhere, right? And of course, here's the thing. I would say, oh, LTG got wind of it and watched it, and then he responded. No. Do you want to know what happened? You ready for this? Here's what actually happened. You ready for this? LTG DM'd me on Xer, not Twitter anymore, it's Xer or X. He DM'd me on the X app, okay? Would you like to know what he said? Sure, I'm going to show you what he said right now. I'm going to show it to you word for fucking word, all right? This is what he sent me yesterday. Okay, keep in mind, I have not DM'd this guy since June when Street Fighter 6 came out, and I said, hey, just so you know, I'm always open to a match if you ever want to do one, even though I know you're probably not interested. It was a very friendly DM that I sent him in mid-June, okay? So I haven't talked to this guy in a month and a half. This is what he sends me yesterday on X. Stop clout chasing, bro. If you want to play me. If you want to play me in anything, so I guess it's a grammar error. If you want to play me in anything, it's going to cost you $5K. But what about the 5 bands? I thought he wanted 5 bands. This pisses me off because I was actually contacting local bands here in Seattle I was going to send to him to perform, but now he wants 5K, not 5 bands. So that's a little upsetting because I did all that extra work by accident. This is sad AF. Stop mentioning me and upgrade your streams. Godspeed. Okay? So here's the thing. Read that again. Stop clout chasing, bro. Clout chasing. Let's analyze this message. Okay? Let's actually tear it apart. Clout chasing. LTG actually thinks I'm clout chasing him. LTG actually in his own mind thinks that there's clout associated with him to chase. He is living in a parallel universe. He actually thinks people care about him and that associating with him is somehow clout worthy. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He really has absolutely no concept of reality. He thinks in his head that because he has a crispy hairline and a peanut butter complexion and he works out every day and he has a deep voice and he has the godlike setup and he has the HD camera, that he has clout. He has no clout at all. Zero. He doesn't even have enough clout to be offered to be on the Lol Cow podcast. But he thinks I'm clout chasing him. I made a small segment on my podcast commentating about a stream of his that I watched an hour snippet of. And all I had was a few common, tame, unwild questions about it. And he thinks that's clout chasing him. Okay? Interesting. Let's continue. If you want to play me in anything, well, I'd like to play you in Street Fighter. I want to play you. But if you want to play me in anything, it's going to cost $5K. Okay? Let's analyze this portion of the DM. Okay? It's going to cost $5,000. Okay? LTG, I have something very important I need to tell you now. I hope people will clip this portion of the stream. Please do. And make sure he sees it. LTG, Mr. Low Tier God, I have something I need to tell you. It's very important. Okay? Please listen. There's absolutely nothing in this realm of existence, this plane of existence, this dimension of the multiverse, this planet, this country, the state you live in, the city you live in, the town you live in the home you live in, on the stream you stream. There is nothing at all that someone would ever pay you $5,000 for. At all. There's not $5,000 of value that you could provide. Do you understand? No one will ever pay you that much money for anything in your life. So it's time to give up on that. I don't know why you think that someone's going to pay you $5,000 to do a match or to be on a stream. No one's ever going to do that for you. Okay? It's never going to happen. No one's going to pay you $50,000 to be on the Loud Cowcast. No one's going to pay you $5,000 for a Street Fighter grudge match. You don't have that value. Do you understand? Get it? I hope this is like a big smack to the face and maybe you can wake up now and realize your true value. You have value to an audience on the internet, but it's not a $5,000 payday. And that's absolutely ludicrous to ask for that from anyone. No one would pay you that much money for anything you would ever, any service you would provide on this planet. No one would pay you that much money. It's time to have more realistic expectations. You ever watch the old skit on SNL? It was called Lowered Expectations. It was a running joke where people would be like, well, I guess I gotta settle if I want to find a partner. Because, I'm never gonna find anyone who's like perfect. It's time to lower your expectations, all right? If you really want something, be more reasonable. $5K is never going to happen because no one values you that much. Do you understand that? This is not me insulting you. I swear to God, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to give you reality here. No one likes you enough that they're going to pay you $5,000 for anything. Period. Okay, let's continue. This is sad as fuck. For you it is. Because you literally didn't even see what I said on my show, but you still slammed me for 10 minutes, completely unrelated to anything that I said. Stop mentioning me and upgrade your streams. Now, this is great. Once again, I said I would not mention the guy again if nothing came of it. But you contacted me with a really stupid DM. All right? And you say, upgrade your streams. Okay? We already went through this yesterday. My streams look better than LTG's. My streams are clean. They don't have a bunch of clutter on the screen. My camera quality is better than his. My backgrounds are better than his. My entire setup's better than his. He doesn't get that because he hasn't seen my streams in like a year. So he's thinking back to the old setup. He's not looking at the new stuff. You know what I mean? So what are you talking about? What, seriously, what on earth are you talking about? You know, you're talking literally out of your ass. So this is hilarious. Here's the ending. Godspeed. And with lickety-split Godspeed, LTG proceeded to ban me and block me on the X app so I can't actually respond. Because the truth is, I would have just responded directly to him and not shown you this today. I would have actually just, let's have a gentleman's conversation and talk about it. But instead, he blocked me. So why would you send me this and say, hey, for $5,000, I'll be in your content, but then block me so there's no way that I can actually respond and say anything about it? What if I actually was going to say, okay, yeah, all right, $5,000, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Let's have you in my content, right? So he's blocked. So now the only venue that I have to talk to this man is this right now, publicly speaking to you on a stream that will now end up being clipped and restreamed and made into a joke because you shut off the opportunity for reasonable conversation because you're a fucking idiot. You fucked up, all right? I was being very reasonable. I was being very nice to you. I had calm, very commonplace, non-accusatory, non-criticizing questions about your content, all right? That's all it was. I had no problem with you at all. And you took it upon yourself to do a 10-minute rant about my personal appearance, about the quality of my streams, about a million things about me that were all unqualified, including continuously bringing up a 50K podcast, which obviously you're incredibly jealous you're never going to get offered. You're fucked up because you took the first step towards public feud. Now, I don't like feuds. I don't want to be involved in a fucking public feud at all. I don't want to go back and forth with you endlessly because that's a waste of everyone's fucking time. The only reason that I would ever involve myself in something like this is because I feel like we can get something out of it, all right? So, I have some recommendations for you, all right? I want you to reassess your own streams. Since you're going to give it to me, allow me to give a little bit back to you, all right? You know how when you're criticizing yourself and you're praising yourself, and you say, I don't want to talk to anyone, all right? Because I don't want to talk to you if you don't go to the gym every day. I don't want to talk to you if you have a high-pitched voice. I don't want to talk to you. If you're going to criticize people, all right, at least use proper, like descriptive adjectives, use proper vocabulary. For example, something was nagging me yesterday. After I watched your video, all right, your 10-minute rant against my looks, something just kept nagging me badly. And it was just the references you were making. Peanut butter complexion. You actually kept saying peanut butter complexion against yourself like it's something positive, okay? Do you know what peanut butter is? You understand what it is? It's fat, it's oils, it's grease, and it's all smashed together into this ooey, sticky paste. You ever actually touch peanut butter? You know what it feels like? It's gross. It's disgusting. You get it on, you're like, oh, it's stuck on my hands. I gotta wash my hands. I can't get it off. There's peanut butter all over me. It gets stuck to the roof of your fucking mouth when you eat peanut butter. It tastes good, but it's actually gross. So like I said, when you say peanut butter complexion to me, right? I think you're taking peanut, chunky Peter Pan or Jif peanut butter, and you're like spreading it on your face, and you got these big lumps of peanut stuck all over your head, and it looks like you're covered in fucking giant zits, big infected zits ready to pop. When you say peanut butter complexion, it makes you think your skin is gross. That's the worst adjective you could use. Stop using it. Say, I have a clean complexion. I have a nice, smooth complexion, acne-free. Then I would understand what you're saying. If you're saying peanut butter, no one knows what the fuck you're talking about. You sound like an asshole, okay? Let's do something else. You know something you kept saying that really drove me nuts? Nice, crispy hairline. Nice, solid, crispy jawline. He loves the word crispy, okay? Now, When he's saying that, what he's meaning is my hairline is neat, symmetrical. Look at my face. My face is like proper. Like if you go geometrically proper, my hairline is good. He kept bringing up my hairline. My hairline's fucked up, right? You see how fucked up this is? Yeah, he's bringing that up. But he's like the crispy, okay? Crispy. Do you know what the word crispy even means? Okay? Crispy is referring to something that has been cooked or scorched to the point that when you touch it or you bite into it, it makes a crackling or crisping sound or sensation. That's what the word crispy means, all right? The word you're looking for is crisp. A crisp hairline, a smooth and equal hairline, a crisp jawline, not crispy. The only way that your appearance is crispy is if you're dumping your fucking head in a deep fryer every morning before you go to strain. So what the fuck are you talking about? You're not crispy, dumbass. You're crisp. Use the right fucking word. You sound like an idiot every time you open your fucking mouth and you say something dumb like this. Fucking grow up and use an iota of it. I know you're intelligent. I know you're an intelligent dude. But you said the dumbest shit and you're trying to use it as an insult against someone. Say the right fucking word, you moron. Like seriously, shut the fuck up about other people's appearance if you can't even describe your own in a way that makes any kind of fucking logical sense to the audience you're talking to. 90% of the people listening to you are laughing at you because they don't know what the fuck you're saying. 5 bands, crispy, what the fuck? Let's do it. Evo weekend. Play me first to 10. We'll lay down some rules. We'll make sure that both parties agree and both of our fan bases and hater bases are on the same page. It'll be one of the most streamed events ever in Street Fighter 6. People will be super fucking hyped for it. Let's do it. Or, shut the fuck up forever and sit there on your stupid stream, rage quitting the dashboard, blocking everyone, playing the same 5 players because you blocked everyone else on planet Earth, losing. There's a reason why you're 2-star fucking diamond after 2 months because you lose all the time and you can't deal with loss. Like I say to everyone, the only way to be a winner is to become a good loser, to learn from your losses. Now, that's a little hypocritical for me because I rage a lot when I lose, but I regroup, I come back, and here I am, actively progressing and getting better and better at Street Fighter 6. For the first time in ages, I'm actually getting better at the fighting game again. Get Street Fighter 6. So, either play me or shut the fuck up and be a little bitch on your screen forever. It's that simple. If you kept your mouth shut and not sat there insulting me for no fucking reason, we wouldn't be here. But now, you either play me or you're my bitch forever.
Well, 1 month. Next video, we will look at August 2023. Fallout of the LTG beef will play a bigger role in the future as DSP tries to work on his sexy. What is going on, guys? We are back to look at the month of August 2023. This one was supposed to be the big month for DSP, as it was his 15-year celebration of being on YouTube. One problem with that is that his anniversary was actually in September, but he wanted to make sure September was free because he would be focused on big hype games such as MK1 and Starfield. We saw the return of the Ants along with friends. Back in February, DSP said that Ants overtook his house and was infested. Now in August, he claims the ants are back, along with fruit flies in his garage. DSP has admitted that he loaded up his garage with garbage bags instead of going to the dump, so months of DoorDash containers and throwing out food was building up in his garage.
So here's the deal. We've been in such a crazy heat wave here in Washington. This summer, in Washington State, USA, we've had more hot days than any summer before on recorded history. We've had more days above 90 degrees Fahrenheit than we've ever had. Now, it's not the hottest we've ever had. 2 years ago, we had an insane heat wave. One day was 111 degrees Fahrenheit. The pavement outside was starting to melt. It was so hot. It's not meant for that. This weather is not meant for that, you see? But this year, despite not having temperatures that high, we've had overall more hot days. We had such a heat wave this week. I had my air conditioners on maximum blast with the door closed and it was still 80 degrees in here. In this one small room that I broadcast from. That's how hot it was. But finally yesterday, it cooled down, which was really nice for it to finally cool down, okay? But, sadly, some negative things have happened as a result of this crazy heat wave, okay? So, here's what happened. Basically, because of the heat, there was a lot more insect activity around here. Fruit flies, among other things. And I have trash in my garage. We can only, listen to this, we only get trash removal every 2 weeks. And so it builds up. Your trash accumulates. And because of the trash in the garage, we started getting a bunch of fruit flies in the garage. I was like, oh, this is nasty. Now I have bug spray. And I was going out there spraying, but still, it was so hot and everything. These fruit flies were looking for somewhere to go and multiply. And they were doing it in our garage. Like, this is disgusting. So yesterday, I basically had to go to the dump, all right, to get rid of these bags of trash that normally we would have accumulated and thrown out normally every 2 weeks, but there was just too much, too many bugs. I had to get out of here before these bugs start trying to come in the house and everything. So it's funny because I was getting the bags ready to take to the dump, and guess what I noticed? Ants everywhere on the ground as well. So we had fruit flies and ants coming in because of the heat, trying to get to the trash in the garage. And I'm like, oh, this is nasty. Now we have both, right? That's deadly. We have air and ground attack. What's next? What we have water bugs too. Then we got land, sea, and air attacks all coming into our house, right? Good news is it was isolated to the garage. Okay, it was just in the garage. That was it. And it was isolated to the area of the trash cans. It wasn't like, oh my god, the whole garage is infested or anything like that. It was just these bugs were, coming into the garage. It was very annoying. So after having sprayed with bug spray for about 2-3 days, realizing there's no way this is going to stop, I gotta freaking get this trash out of here. Yesterday I geared up these giant ass rubber gloves, and I took giant garbage bags. I piled our trash into these garbage bags and tied them up full of bugs, disgusting. Tossed them into the car and went to the garbage dump. And I got rid of them. Of course it was gross, in the car all of a sudden some of these bugs are coming up. Like, this is nasty, right? This is freaking ridiculous. So anyway, I got rid of it. It wasn't a huge deal, but then when I came home, now the bugs are confused. The ones that are still live bags, because of course a bunch of them were in the trash and some of them got killed by the bug spray. But now I got ants still coming in, because you know how ants work. Don't they communicate via, isn't it like a pheromone or something, like they smell and they communicate that way, and that way they know where to go? So they think there's food. Now there's no food anymore. It's all gone. The garage has nothing in it for them to eat. So they're coming in and they don't know what to do anymore. So they're just walking in and they're walking like a circle and they're confused. So like, what am I going to do is I had to kill them all. It sucks. I don't like having to kill a bunch of ants and ants didn't do anything. But they're coming in my garage. And what I ended up doing was making a perimeter of kind of bug spray at the bottom of the garage. And I already have ant traps from previous invasions at the other end of the house at our back door. And I put down the ant traps at the end of the garage and basically let it sit for the rest of the day. And one more time I went out there and I saw some and I got rid of them. And by the end of the day, I went out there again. finally gone. So no fruit flies are gone, and the ants are gone. I just checked this morning, and once again, no fruit flies, no ants. The other good thing is the heat dissipated. The heat wave ended. So because of that, I think the bugs are going to go back to their normal behavior. Rather than freaking out because it's so hot and desperate for food or whatever, you know, they're actually going to kind of relax a bit. Because that's the problem when the heat goes up, all these things have changed and things become intrusive, right? You know, wild animals going crazy, you got bugs going crazy, they all want to get inside and eat your shit. Like, what is this? They usually wouldn't do that. But anyway, yeah, it seems okay now. Like I said, I checked last night and this morning. No ants, no fruit flies. It looks like they've probably gotten the message there's no food in here anymore, and I think we're all right. But it was kind of a gross day of me having to deal with all these bugs.
One of the major stories of August was the loss of a whale. Ever since Street Fighter 6 came out, GameTracker would tip between $50 to $100 per stream to tell DSP advice on Street Fighter 6 or tell him his win-loss record. Street Fighter 6 was the only thing that was making DSP money, as this summer was one of the driest summers in DSP history, as his #1 whale outside of OIC was a major blow in his 15-year celebration month.
We do have something more serious to talk about, all right? So I hope you guys are ready. All right, so I have a special message that I have to read this morning, and it came along with a contribution, but I would like to read the message first as to not, you know, dilute what we're going to talk about today, all right? So I have a message here from GameTracker, all right? So everyone please listen up. For those who don't know, GameTracker has been literally consistently supporting Street Fighter 6 since the day the game came out. Every single Street Fighter 6 stream I have played, he has supported. He tipped every time. Crazy, he didn't miss a single one, right? Now, early on, in the life cycle of Street Fighter 6, you know, June and July, he was giving me all kinds of gameplay tips. He's the one who explained to me how various gameplay mechanics actually work, which I didn't understand. He's the one that, as I was getting better with certain characters, he would explain various little nuances of the character and ways to improve and things like that, all right? So he's been a critical part of these streams of Street Fighter 6. He's been a critical supporter and component of me playing the game as much as I did. In addition, for those who don't know, he's always been a supporter of my streams. I mean, I remember last year, was it, or the year before, playing Hades, and he showed up for every Hades stream and supported and was giving me tips and that. So he's been around for a while as a very positive part of the community, okay? So here's an announcement, all right? I'm going to read it word for word so you guys get it right from him, not from me trying to translate, but I'm actually going to read his messages word for word this morning. Okay, so here we go. Hey everyone, I have some bittersweet things to say today. I've already sent Phil an email about this, so he knew that this was coming. I've been considering this for a couple of weeks, when it would be the best time to step away from my engagement with Phil's streams, and I eventually settled on today. Basically, my life this year has not gone the way that I wanted it to. It's not a problem with money or trolls, it has to do with my responsibilities. My work has just become more and more busy. Plus, I've needed to give support to an increasing number of people in my life, on top of my own health not being at its best at this very moment. As a result, I've ended up with very little time to watch Phil's content at all, and I'm seeing the signs that I need to commit to a shift in focus. Okay, that was part one. Now we're going to read part two. I've already made arrangements to pass the torch of counting Phil's fighting game wins and losses to a different fan of his who prefers not to be named. As for my tips, well, you know, there may be times in the future when I'll have something to say, and I'd like to see Phil respond in this podcast, for instance, but it's true, generally you will not be seeing me anymore, at least for the time being. I greatly enjoy contributing to these streams with my tips and tips, meaning financial and tips about the game as well. But nothing in life lasts forever, and I've been reminded of this a lot recently. That said, I've always been a fan of Phil's, and I still hope that someday my life will calm down and I can come back reliably and chill with all of you. And I know that, at whatever time that does eventually happen, he'll still be here making content. So there you go. So rather than just disappearing, which by the way, I will say this, that was nice of GameTracker to write everyone a message, because here's the people over the years who supported me, and they moved on, and that's perfectly fine. That happens to everyone, right? But in a case like GameTracker, where he's been here consistently for every Street Fighter stream, he's had so many things to add. He's had tips and things for me to learn the game. You know, people want to say, whatever happened to him, right? Is he all right? Is he alive? Did he move on? What happened? In this case, he opted to actually write a personal message to everyone so that everyone knows what's going on with him, right? And the thing is, something like this happens literally every day. Literally, every single day. This kind of thing happens, where people say, I can't do it anymore, whether it's like, I can't watch the streams anymore. You know, for me, I'll be honest, when I was younger, I used to be a humongous fan of the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Nostalgia Critic, okay? And then, basically, when I got to a point in my life where it was like, well, I'm making my own content now. I'm too busy to be watching their content constantly. And I used to be a big proponent and supporter, and, you know, not, you know what? It's time to move on, and I did, you know, and that's fine. That was my personal thing, I just didn't have time to watch. I wanted to make my own content for YouTube, and I never have time to watch all of theirs anymore, nor did I want to, because I was afraid if I watched too much others' content, it would influence mine, you see? So, I get it. Things in life change. Priorities shuffle around. And I'm happy to have entertained GameTracker for as long as I did. I'm happy that he liked the content so much that he supported it in such a way that allowed me to play Street Fighter 6 as much as I did. Can I be honest? Yeah, him coming by every single Street Fighter 6 stream and tipping allowed me to play as much as I did. All right, without his support, maybe I wouldn't have been able to commit as much time or as much effort as I did. And by the way, not just financially, but his tips about the game actually taught me a lot about the basics when I was trying to learn them back in June. And it was a huge help trying to get on my feet and hit the ground running in this game rather than just kind of starting over. Keep in mind, I hadn't played competitive fighting games at a serious capacity for over a decade, and trying to jump into it, you know, being that far behind was a daunting task, but I did it, and now here I am. I have a Master Blanca. I'm trying to get 2 characters to master on the other console now. I'm doing really well in the game. People are enjoying my ongoing content of it, and you know, in a major part, that's from people like GameTracker supporting. All right, so thank you, GameTracker #1, for all of the support over the last several months. The years before that, because I knew you were always around supporting other games as well. You know, things change, and I get it. You know, no, I'm not gonna be upset. I mean, my God, you know, it's completely the opposite. That I'm just happy and grateful, right? That people like this come by and chill and support when they can. And if things change and time, you know, you move on, that's good as well, right? Thank you for leaving. By the way, thanks for leaving on such nice positive terms. It was really nice to have written a community a message like that so everyone knows what's going on. And obviously, I wish you all the best. And basically, the way I see it is, you know, if you can ever come back, you're more than welcome. But hey, man, I get it. If life, if you know, sadly, if you move on, this is it. Well, thanks. Thanks for the memories, and thanks for chilling on all the awesome streams you were on. And thanks for being a great positive influence here on DSP Gaming and on DSP Reacts as well. Wish you the best, man. All right. Now, the reason that I read those messages the way I did is because he also tipped, but I wanted to read the messages first so we could all enjoy the impact of the messages before idiots started going crazy because he tipped me $150 with those messages, okay? So rather than go, oh, he tipped, oh, where's the hat, where's the vest, oh, where's the glasses, Phil? Instead, I wanted to fucking read the messages and let's talk about them and let them sink in first before we start freaking out about contribution like some people do, okay? So, yes, Game Tracker tipped $150. That's how you sound? I don't know. Maybe that is how you sound. The way that some people behave over things like a contribution on the stream is pretty ridiculous. I mean, I'm happy to get support, but the way some of these people act in chat is ludicrous. To be honest, you know, people it's like, they lose their shit over contributions. Like, guys, relax. We're gonna get to it. There'll be all the rewards. There'll be hats and vests and everything. You don't have to freak out. We'll have time for, we really will have time for everything, right?
Speaking on OIC, he had to take back the spotlight from Game Tracker and decided to let everyone know he was transitioning to become a woman.
All right, Only Iced Coffee. 27 months. 27 months. Re-up the membership. I haven't seen you in ages. How you doing? 8 years of repression. I came up and start HRT. I have no idea what that means. Thanks for re-upping your membership. I have no idea what you're talking about.
For his 15-year celebration month, he decided to play games from his past. One of the games was Chrono Trigger, which he said was not well received back in the day, but today's audience would love it. Let's see how that worked out.
Last night was my second session of Chrono Trigger. I'm excited for more. I love Chrono Trigger. Now I want to say this, all right? Chrono Trigger's not getting a ton of views on streams, all right? Chrono Trigger did not get great support last night, okay? Chrono Trigger's a game I wanted to play for a decade. It's a game that's one of my favorite games of all time, and I want to play it regardless, you understand? I'm gonna be honest, 10 years ago when I played Chrono Trigger, it also did poorly. And that's when I was 20 times more popular. When I played Chrono Trigger 10 years ago, people said, why are you playing an old game? I don't understand why you're playing old games. Why aren't you playing a new game? Why don't you play Grand Theft Auto? Why don't you play this? And I was like, because it's a retro game that I love. I grew up playing it. It's a game where tons of other games have learned from and were evolved from. It's part of gaming history. You really should give it a shot. And most of my audience a decade ago said, oh, I hate this game. Don't play old games. Play new games. And it was frustrating. It was one of the times when I actually got into arguments with my audience. Even on Twitter, I was posting up on Twitter. People were arguing, oh, you're so offensive to your audience. You should listen to what your audience wants. And I was like, oh, so basically, I should never play classic games ever in my life because you guys are basically being very ignorant towards them. That's pretty stupid. But anyway, you know, it was pretty bad a decade ago. I'm not gonna lie. People were so demanding of constant new stuff. Didn't ever want to see me play retro stuff, which really sucked. At least today, what I can say is, when we play a classic game, all right, I get an audience for it, and they come and chill. So, for example, with Chrono Trigger, there absolutely is an audience who's there to enjoy Chrono Trigger, and I'm very happy for that. I'm having a good time playing the game. Okay, today, views don't really matter to me. I don't care if I have 200 viewers on the stream for Chrono Trigger. I really don't. It's not a big deal. And as long as everything evens out, meaning as long as everything else is going well, then it doesn't matter that Chrono Trigger ends up being a slow stream. Okay, it could be the slow stream, but I'm nervous that what's going to end up happening is this game ends up being the slow game, and it doesn't get support. And what if there's a day when also the other stream I'm doing doesn't get support? That's going to be a concern. So what I'll say is this. First of all, for those supporting GTA, for those supporting Street Fighter, thank you. You guys are making it possible for me to play Chrono Trigger. And I mean that, too. That may not even be your intention. Your intention may be, hey, I love Street Fighter, that's why I support it. Or, hey, I love the GTA playthrough, that's why I'm supporting it. Well, you don't even realize that your generosity and your support of my content allows me to then go on and play other things that I like. You see? Thank you for that. A lot of people take that for granted. I don't. I love Chrono Trigger. This is a game I wanted to play for 10 years, and ever since I became an interactive streamer 6 years ago, I wanted to do a second run of it. Now I'm doing it, and I'm having a grand time doing it. So thank you for allowing me to have these nice streams that are so fun and chill with an audience that actually cares. 10 years ago, the audience didn't care. They didn't even want me to play the game. They were yelling at me that I played it. Today, I have a different kind of audience, and I'm happy for that. Okay? So, I didn't update the schedule. I will fix that. People are saying I did not update the Nightbot schedule. Thank you for telling me. I will update that right now. Okay. That should be fixed now. Let's test it. Shall we? Perfect. Look at that. On the flat corrections. Thank you for telling me. That's what it's all about. It's about community interaction and the community help. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for telling me that my schedule was wrong. There you go. Okay, so once again, thank you to those supporting my streams and content who are allowing me through your support to play Chrono Trigger. Right now, Chrono Trigger is very slow for support. Just being honest. Now, maybe that'll change. Maybe things will pick up. Maybe we'll have some good streams of Chrono Trigger moving forward, you know, and it won't be the dead last stream when it comes to support. Or maybe it will. I don't know. All right, but as long as everything else keeps going the way it's going, then it won't matter. Okay, so let's see what happens. If you're someone who's watching Chrono Trigger on demand, please enjoy. Please consider, first of all, engaging with the videos, liking, and leaving comments. And of course, maybe a super thanks on the video, or perhaps a tip. That would help tremendously, since I'm not making anything else on the videos, or on the plate. Like I said, the stream, you know, very solid. We had like less than $10 of tips, and maybe one member, and maybe like one super chat. It's like, well, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and bitch, because I'm having, you know, everything else is good. If everything was bad, that would be a different story. It's definitely not that at all. It's the complete opposite. So.
Every month, it seems like DSP defends Derek, even though he's a liability, and this month was no exception.
All right, guys, if you are going to sit here and complain, I'm just going to ban all of you. The people who are sitting here, you're way more derailing, sitting here bitching, than the person you're complaining about derailing. In fact, I'm just going to get rid of this guy here. I'm going to get rid of this guy here. So fuck off. Okay. Michael, seriously, what are you bitching about? This is why I have rules. Listen, if someone breaks the rules, I agree fine. I know. I've talked to Derek about it before. Sometimes I feel like sometimes Derek spams a bit, right? Right now, he hasn't been overly spamming the chat. It's just people don't like it for some reason, and they try to fucking harass him. So stop. Stop harassing him. All right? Seriously, you're fucking being stupid. Yeah, for some reason, because people follow detractors. That's why. So how about this? If you want to follow detractor trauma, get the fuck out of my stream and don't come back. Because I don't care about any of that. I'm not going to sit here and hate on a stream chatter because you idiots follow distractor shit again. If you're a bunch of little future bitch fucking drama balls. Leave your drama out of my fucking stream. If you bring it up again, you're out. The fuck you are. You're not allowed to derail my stream with your drama. Idiots. Shut the fuck up.
Not in the ride. Damn, that's nasty.
Well, you parked in the car now because I wrecked the car. Idiots.
I told you to slow down.
That's what happened. See, here we go again. Here come the trolls. Fuck you. Kiss my fucking ass. Same people. Where were we? Now I failed the mission. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder why I failed the mission. Maybe because I couldn't concentrate on it. I didn't even know that I was supposed to be driving nicely for that guy. I had no clue. I wonder if that mission will come back later. It might. Hopefully it does, because that sucks that I tried to do it and I failed it because of fucking idiots. Yeah, VIP treatment. All I hear me do is rant about the immature morons. Yeah, I couldn't hear him saying not to speak. I couldn't hear anything. Because I felt fucking idiots who were being dumb in the chat. I had to ban trolls.
We had a sneak peek at a future storyline as DSP had a Comcast employee come out and take a look at his internet line.
What happened yesterday? Okay, because people are curious what happened. And now that the story is completed, now I can actually tell you the story. Okay, so why did I have an interruption yesterday? Also, why have I been frustrated about, things recently? Allow me to explain. So, as you guys know, I'm a full-time streamer, full-time content creator, and that means that I need to have really, really good internet. If I don't have good internet, unlimited, upload and download and all of that at a good speed, I would never be able to be a full-time content creator, right? So, I have 2 different internet business lines here at my house, all right? One line I have literally right here in the office, right next to me. And this line is 100% for everything that I do, uploading and downloading on streams, period. That's what it's for. I literally use it for nothing else, okay? So that one has the faster speeds. It's got, the higher capacity. It's the more expensive of the 2 lines. I have a second internet line in my house. This one is downstairs, not upstairs. That one is the wireless setting. Basically, what that one's for is for everything else. My cell phone, connected to it. My wife's cell phone, connected to it. Our TV downstairs, wirelessly connected to it. Game consoles and the like that are using wireless are connected to that one downstairs. So that way, this modem is solely for uploading, downloading, and playing games online. And anything else we do in this house is on the other modem. That way they don't interfere. They'll never have, because my wife turned on the TV downstairs or whatever, oops, now the internet's affected and stuff like that, okay? It's been like that forever. 9 years I've lived here in this home because that's the best way to do it. Now, here's the really weird thing about this. When I moved out here 9 years ago, all right, I was told by my internet company, there is no way that you can have 2 internet lines on one account. What? Why? And I've never, in the 9 years I've known this company, had any kind of explanation. No valid explanation whatsoever as to why. So I need to have multiple accounts with this company in order to do that. Okay? It makes no sense at all. And yes, I have to pay 2 separate internet lines. I can't just have one bundled line. It's 2 separate accounts and all of that. Okay? Now, for the time that I've been with this company, the way that they deal with stuff is they do bundles. 3-year bundles of service. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you get multiple services, you save money, and they sign you into a 3-year agreement to lock into a certain price. Once the 3-year agreement is up, you have to renegotiate with the company to get the best price for the best value and also the services you need, okay? When I first moved in here 9 years ago, okay, things were a lot different. Back then, you couldn't even really get any of these on-demand subscription internet-based TV services. They weren't prominent 9 years ago. They were just starting. So at that point, I still had cable TV, if you can believe it. Yeah, I still had 2 different cable lines going to my house. One was going to my bedroom, and one was going to my living room downstairs. And I had cable boxes, yes, all that old legacy tech. I had it all, okay? And that was my first agreement that I had with this company. For 3 years, I had 2 internet lines, an actual home phone line, separate from like my cell phones and stuff, but a separate home phone line, plus 2 cable TV lines. So I had a lot of service coming into this house from this company, all right? What's happened is, over the last 9 years, I have phased out a lot of these services. First of all, the first thing to go, the TVs are not needed. Cable TV is so expensive, I'm not kidding. When I got rid of it, I was paying like $80 to $90 a month for it. What the holy hell do they think they're doing? $90 a month for cable TV? You can get like 4 different subscription services over the internet for the price of the cable TV. That's insane. Why would I do the cable TV, right? That's just insane. So that was the first thing that I cut. I was like, that is a huge waste of money, and I cut that right out of there. Over the years, I tried my best to phase things in and out. One of the things that was always really silly was the way that this house was set up. Because 9 years ago when I moved to this house, I was told, well, if you have all this service in your house isn't equipped for it. So we need to install all this extra equipment to get your house to work with all this equipment. But the thing is, over the years, I've been phasing out all the service. The only, real service I need in this house right now is the 2 internet lines. That's it, okay? So why am I telling you all of this? Well, because this is my 9th year in this house. And so I was starting up, essentially, a new contract with my internet company. So I had to call. Well, I take that back. I could have called, but I decided to do chat. I did the online chat where you just go connect to an agent. And basically, this was about, I want to say 2 weeks ago. I think it was about 2 weeks ago, where it was my day off. And here's the thing, because you guys might say, Phil, why don't you do this kind of stuff on your days when you're working, all right? I'm going to tell you exactly why, all right? So it was my day off, and my wife is getting ready for us to go out for the day. So I said, all right, I got a little bit of time. She's getting ready, she's putting on her makeup and all of that. It's going to take a while. Let me go to the office and let me try to set up the renewal of all the contracts and all of that for the next 3 years. Let me do it. So I go into, the chat. I'm talking with this agent, okay? And every time I do this, I get told different things. Oh, the service is improved. You can get this better one. You can do this. You can do this. They try to upsell you. Oh, you bundle this in with this and this. No, I like my things how they are. I'm going to keep it how they are. But what if you bundle this? No. I just told you. I don't want that. They try to upsell the shit out of you because they make a lot of money doing that, okay? If they bundle all this stuff together, they make an insane amount of commission trying to upsell you. So, I shit you not. On my day off 2 weeks ago, it took me almost 2 hours. I'm not exaggerating. 2 fucking hours in a chat to work with an agent or customer service rep to renegotiate my contracts, to get into new 3-year agreements, to sign those agreements, and to get everything set up. 2 fucking hours. One of the things that really sucks about using the chat, the good news is when you use the chats, a lot of times you don't have to wait. But if I call on the phone, every time I've ever called this company, I'm waiting 45 minutes before I speak with a human. Okay? It's always been like that. But if I get in the chat, I can usually talk to them right away. But here's the catch. When you're in a chat, you type them something, they take 10 minutes to respond. What the fuck are you doing? You gonna take a dump? You're picking your ass? You're talking to your friends there in the office? Why aren't you answering me? But they take their sweet time. There's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta wait for the response, right? It's not like on the phone, we're like, hello, are you there? Hello, right here, why aren't you talking to me? Right? So, yeah, like, I'm not kidding. 2 hours. Now, the good news is I renewed both internet lines for 3 years. One of my internet lines for free is getting an upgrade to be faster. It doesn't even, it's just standard now that you would have this faster speed. So I did it for nothing. Like, I'm not paying any extra for it. And in fact, after the renegotiations, okay, my actual price on the internet is going down for the first year, and then it goes slightly up year 2, and then year 3, it goes to basically what I'm paying now anyway. So basically, with this renegotiation, a lot of stuff is decreasing in price. That's great. I'm going to save some money for a couple of years, right? Sounds good. But a couple things. One of the things is they're going to basically come out and uninstall a lot of the old shit that I don't use anymore. That's just kind of sitting around. Old wires, old splitters, all kinds of old equipment and shit needs to be removed from the house. Okay? So basically what they say is they want to have a tech come out to uninstall the junk, to check on the equipment, possibly upgrade the existing equipment if possible, and to run the new software settings or whatever so I get the better speed. And I was like, so someone really has to come out here to do that? They're like, yes. All right, fine. Let's do it. So I wanted to do it as soon as possible, and as soon as I could have got them out here was yesterday. Okay? I feel like this was almost 2 weeks ago when I scheduled all of this. The earliest day to get someone to come out here was yesterday. All right? So I knew that I was going to have an interruption during the stream, and there was nothing I could do about it. All right? I was assured it wouldn't be a large interruption. Oh, this will take like 20 minutes is what they said. All right, whatever you say. I know that's bullshit, but whatever you say, okay? So where we left it is renewing my internet contracts. I'm going to actually save money this time. The price is going down, and I'm just going to equivalent to what it is now already. So I'm not increasing my price. I'm locking into my service for 3 years. Everything's good. Okay? Someone's going to come out here. They're going to uninstall old legacy equipment or whatever, upgrade equipment to new stuff, and that's that. All right, great. This sounds good to me. All right? So everything's well and good. We're good to go. A week passes. All of a sudden, I get an automated message from the company, a text message. Oh, you now have a second appointment set up for another install the next week. What? What the hell is this? Why do I automatically have an appointment set up for an install the next week? I never spoke with anyone about this. No one ran it by me. No one made sure that I was available that date and time. Why am I getting an automatic second appointment? What the hell is this? I don't even know. Now, once again, I absolutely knew that doing anything with this was going to be a major pain in my ass. So I waited until my day off again this week to deal with it. I knew if I tried to call or talk to someone during a work day, I wouldn't have time to do it. I told you it took 2 hours for me to sign up for my new internet contracts. So I knew if I called, it was not going to work during a work day. I got to stream, right? So I waited till my day off. So a few days ago, it's my day off again. And, my wife again is getting ready to go out. All right, I'll deal with it now. Okay? So this time around, I go to do the chat, and it says, no chat agents are available today. What? No chat agents are available today to chat with you. You have to call us. What the hell is that? Why? Well, that's stupid. You're supposed to be there 24/7, and no chat agents are available. All right? So I have to call. Already, it's a huge hassle. So I call, and I put my information in. Of course, none of the options in the menu are like talking about, oh, you have a second installation appointment for no reason. You don't know why, and you want to talk to someone about it. Of course, there's no menu option for that. So you're fucking around with the automated menu trying to figure out, put me somewhere to talk to somebody. I'm not kidding. I had to go wait on hold 25 minutes, and the phone hung up on me. I was not pleased, okay, to say the least. That really pissed me off. So I had to do it again, and eventually I get to talk to a rep. I'm not kidding, probably took me about 45 minutes to finally get a rep on the line. I talked to it as a sales rep. I explained the situation. And the sales rep says, well, yes, I see in the system you have one appointment for your first date, which was yesterday, but you have another appointment for next week. I said, I never made that appointment. I don't even know what that appointment's for. I need to talk to someone about this and figure out what is going on. All right, well, we don't deal with that. We're going to have to forward you to the booking department, and they'll talk to you about it. All right, fine, whatever. So they forward me over to this other department. A woman picks up, incredibly heavy accent. So you know this is not in the United States. This is a call center somewhere, okay? When you get to a call center somewhere, you know that they have no ability to help you. I'm sorry, it's just the case. You get forwarded to a call center. Call centers mean they just sit there, they read a script. And if you go off the script, they can't help you, okay? So I'm talking to someone in the call center, and she says, okay, here's what happened. You have 2 accounts. So when you initially did that 2-hour conversation with the sales rep to renew your contract, he put up the installation appointment for one of your accounts. But you need 2 installation appointments because you have 2 accounts. And I said, no, I don't. I'm going to have 1 appointment where one tech will come out here and do all of the work. I'm not going to do 2 appointments for you because you don't know how to run your company. I'm going to have 1 appointment. It's that simple. I'm not wasting time with you. We're going to have 1 appointment, and it's all going to happen. And this woman, her brain proceeded to melt through her ears, all over her shoulders, because she probably had never heard something like that before. She had no idea what to do, okay? She couldn't change the appointment. She had no, I said, well, can I talk to your supervisor? Can you forward me to another department? She had no idea what to do. She literally admitted to me on the phone, I have no clue. All I do is read a script. I don't know what to do at all. I said, can you help me in any way? No. Oh, you can't? No, there's nothing I can do. All I can do is reschedule appointments. So if you want to change the dates and times of these appointments, I can do that. But outside of that, I can't help you with only having 1 appointment. Like, there's no way to do that. The system doesn't allow for it. There's no supervisor she has that can interject or help. She has no one to go to. She just sits there and does this all day at a call center and has no power to do anything. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so what do we do now? And she's like, well, I don't know. I was like, well, she's like, here's what I want to do. I want to send you back to sales. you want to send me back to the sales department, the department that I took 45 minutes to talk to, and couldn't help me and directed me to you. Okay, so she tried and said, oh, I can't get sales on the line. I said, no kidding, it took me 45 minutes to get them on the line. What makes you think you think you're going to get them on the line? So literally, she lied to me. She had no idea what she was doing, and she lied to me and said someone will follow up with me. No one followed up with me, okay? So then what I proceeded to do was I contacted the social media team for my company, and I explained the whole situation. I said, this is the stupidest thing ever. You guys don't know how to run your company. They agreed with me. They said, this makes no sense. One person should be coming out to do all the work. So what they said they were going to do was notate in the account everything going on, okay? When the text came out, you know, if they needed to interject, they were going to try or whatever. And basically, they were going to try to figure all this out. Okay, good for you, right? Whatever you say. So knowing that basically all this meant nothing, I had wasted all that time. So again, that was probably another 90 minutes to 2 hours again on my day off. Wasted. Trying to figure all this out. There's anything going to come of it, right? So now fast forward to yesterday. So my first appointment for an install, all right, is supposed to be yesterday between 12 and 2. But I don't know when they're showing up. They could show up at 12, they could show up at 2, or they could show up any time in between, and you won't know until they're like 5 minutes out. So now you know why yesterday I had no idea what to tell you guys was going to happen during the stream. I had no clue. So while we decided to do the Honda placement matches for ranked, all of a sudden I get a text, oh, they're 5 minutes out, they're going to be here. Oh, great, right? So basically, I hurried through my Honda placement matches. I had to cut the stream short because the guy was at the gate. I'm not even kidding, like, he was here, all right? So the guy shows up, and I let him in, and I explain the situation. He goes, this is not the first time I've heard this. This will not be the last time I've heard this. This is incredibly dumb. I agree with you. First of all, you shouldn't need to have 2 accounts or 2 internet lines. There's some weird way, some reason why the company does it that way. He says it's always been that way. They don't seem to want to change it, and it's a big hassle because there's multiple businesses who have internet lines more than one, and they need to have like 10 accounts. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense, but that's how they do it. He says, in addition, yes, this whole thing is wrong. I should be here to do all the work. He goes, but guess what? I have a job assigned to me. My job today is to upgrade one of your internet lines, to do a different install, which was news to me. I was like, a different install? What are you talking about? And to remove some equipment. So that's the job he had. He didn't have the job for the other internet line. So he's like, technically, I can't really do anything for the other internet line equipment-wise. That doesn't mean I can't do other stuff while I'm here, because I'm here, I'm going to help you out as much as I can. All right? So basically, here's what happened yesterday. Okay? You ready? Here's what happened yesterday. Hold on one second, everybody. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, so here's what actually went down when the install guy showed up. First of all, the guy was very friendly, knew everything about everything, was incredibly informed, not only on what he was here to do, on new products, and all. We had great conversations that basically in the next few years, I may actually be able to get rid of the 2 internet lines. Right now, it probably still wouldn't make sense, but in the next few years, I may be able to get rid of one of these 2 internet lines. Only get one that's like the highest capacity, and it should be enough to handle everything. Plus, apparently, they're going to be doing infrastructure upgrades and things, and when they do that, I might be good to go forever. Like, I won't have to worry about all this nonsense ever again, okay? So that was good news, okay? Now, did he do any hardware upgrades whatsoever? You ready for this one? No. He literally didn't upgrade anything. He didn't have to upgrade my modem in the office. He didn't have to upgrade the modem downstairs. I kept all the same equipment. So why did he have to come out? Well, there was 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is because with this new package that I got something new that literally the customer service rep didn't even tell me I was getting. Okay? What I received is a totally new piece of equipment. It's weird because I don't know if I'm ever going to utilize this. Okay? Here's what it is. It is a cellular backup device. Okay? What does that mean? It means that for some reason, if my internet goes down, all right, I have a device that I can plug in my PC into it. And instead of using the internet lines like I use now, it's a cellular phone internet service device that will connect to the satellites that the cell phone services use and give me temporary internet. Now, is it good internet? No, it's 4G quality internet. It's outdated. And in fact, the guy outright admitted to me, he's like, this is not fast enough to do anything you're doing. He's like, you're not going to be able to be streaming. He's like, if you try, it might work a bit choppy. He's like, it's not going to be good. This is for basic internet use. If basically your internet goes out, you'll have a means to connect to the internet. And by the way, it's like this huge thing. It almost looks like a modem in itself with a giant antenna thing on it. So it's way more powerful than, say, this. This is what I do. My internet goes out. I try to connect with this to the internet via satellite. And I'll post up on, like, Twitter or my channel page. Hey, guys, the internet's out. I'll let you know when it's back. So this is like an over-glorified, way more powerful version of this, basically. All right? But you already said, now, you are not going to be able to do your normal work. It's not going to work. It's not that fast. It's meant as an emergency backup. Let's say a business have a point-of-sale system where they check out customers and their internet goes down. This is a temporary way to keep running transactions, basically. But that's it. That's what it's for. And I said, so this cost me the extra. He's like, no, this is part of your package. So whatever you signed up for, this is what you got. It's your backup. He goes, literally, you can never use it. You don't have to. It's right over there on the floor. Okay. He says you can plug it in. It has battery backup that lasts about 12 hours. So even if your power goes out, it still runs. So you'll still have internet for 12 hours, even if your power goes out. But he's like, yeah, that's all it is. He's like, so why would I want this? He's like, for you don't want it. He's like, another business that has, again, sales transactions, that's why they would want it. He's like, you have no reason to have this. So essentially, I got this. I was never told by the sales rep I was getting this. I didn't even see that in my contract, but I got it. And so I just have this thing that I have here, sitting around. That I don't know if I'll ever get any use out of it at all. Isn't that nice, right? So, okay, so he's like, that was one of the main reasons he showed up. That was actually the primary reason why he was sent to the house, okay? And I was like, so what would have been the other reason? Because everything they told me was that you're doing equipment upgrades. He goes, we're doing no equipment upgrades at all. All I'm going to do is restart your modems with new software. We're going to push a software update out, and you'll get better speeds. But outside of that, everything's the same. And he even admitted, he's like, this can be done from the office. No one had to come out here to do this. The reason that they had me come out here today was money. He goes, that sales rep made a commission when he made his appointment today, he made his commission. He said, of course, I get paid for being here, so I'm happy I'm here. But he even said, he's like, is there something I can do to help you because I'm out here? And I said, well, you know what? You know, I have all this legacy equipment out here, and I would like to see if we can get rid of a lot of it. So he basically, what he did is he went through my house and he looked at all the different lines and everything. And he said, whoa, you still have this? And we were in the bedroom, and I have this little thing, it's a little power adapter in my bedroom, plugged into the wall, and it has a cable line coming out of it. Now, I never understood what it was. It was never explained to me what it was. 9 years ago when I moved in, I was just told, you must always have this plugged into the wall. If not, all your internet will go out. That's what I was told, okay? So if you haven't noticed, every once in a while, my internet goes out, and I said, oops, it was the power adapter in the bedroom. It got loose. And now that's why the internet went down, so we just plugged it back in, and now it works again, okay? So come to find out, you want to know what that was? An amplifier. What is an amplifier? An amplifier is a device used to strengthen the signal of cable and internet in a home where it doesn't really have the capacity to handle what you're trying to do in that home. So for example, when I first moved here, 9 years ago, I had 2 television cable lines, a home phone, and 2 internet lines. This house couldn't handle it. So I needed to have an amplifier in the bedroom that would boost the signal throughout the entire house. And if that amplifier got loose, everything would go off. So he's looking at it, he goes, all you have left, all you have is 2 internet lines. And he's looking at it, he's like, you don't need this. So he's like, let me do something for you. And he went outside, he went to the cable, outside is where all the main lines are, all the boxes. He comes back in, he goes, I'm gonna do this. He unhooks the amplifier, he unhooks a ton of couplers and shit that were in the house. I had extra wires out the ass in this house for no reason. He unhooked a ton of cables, a ton of splitters, all this shit. He goes outside and he comes back in, let's try your internet. We turn it on, the internet is even faster. He goes, yeah, because what's been happening is your internet's been slower because you've been running it through this amplifier and everything. You don't need this anymore. At one point you needed it. He's like, all you have is 2 internet lines. You don't need any of this anymore. So now you're going directly to the outside line. You're not being rerouted to your whole home through this amplifier. You're right out to the lines outside. Your internet will now be better. You won't ever have to worry about hitting that stupid thing, getting it loose and losing your internet, and all these extra wires and shit that could be a potential problem have been removed from your home. And I was like, dude, well, I'm happy you came out here. You know, I mean, at first it was going to be a complete waste of my time because you're telling me I didn't need any equipment upgrades to begin with, but now I'm happy you came out here because you did me a solid basically. You didn't have to do that, right? So then he goes, well, what about this other appointment? And I said, well, let's look at it. So we were able to look at it, and basically the other appointment literally was a phantom appointment. I didn't need a second appointment for any install. There was no install. He says that modem you have downstairs is exactly the same modem they're going to give you for that level of internet. If someone comes out, they will literally come, restart the modem, and walk out the door. There's no install to be done. It's another phantom appointment where a sales rep is trying to make a commission. So they're trying to force a second appointment on you, and you don't need it. I was like, wow, that's pretty messed up. So basically, he spent over an hour here, but in the hour he was here, he installed a piece of equipment I will never use, this weird 4G internet device that I'll probably never use, too slow to do anything I wanted to. But he did upgrade my internet to be faster, and he basically cleaned the house up with all his excess lines and shit, so now my internet is actually going to be better. You know, I'm like, okay, great. So basically, all this happens, right? And now he leaves. I'm like, well, let me test everything. So I turn it down. It was great, man. Everything in the house is great, you know? But it's funny because then immediately I get a message from the social media team. And they say, so what happened? Because they don't even know. What happened with your visit? And I was like, well, the person who came out here was outstanding. They went above and beyond. They cleaned up a bunch of stuff in my house they didn't need to do. So I give that guy top ratings. If you send me a survey asking me about his service, I will give him the maximum rating possible. All right? And I was like, but I found out a bunch of stuff. I found out that basically you guys have multiple appointments for no reason. You're trying to waste my time to make money. I don't appreciate that. And I want this taken care of. And they go, all right. And the next time, your appointment for next week has automatically been canceled. Yeah, they just canceled it. So, I mean, pretty much admitting I never needed it to begin with. That was just a way for them to make extra money. Right? So they just canceled it. And that was it. And after that, nothing. Now, was I ever contacted by anyone in regards to the situation like I was told by that scheduling rep? No. Was I given any kind of, you know, actual... I can't even rate the install guy. I would love to. I can't. There's no way to rate him positively. I got an email today asking about the scheduling. Not about the install guy, but the scheduling process. What do you think I rated that? Right? So anyway, that's absolutely ridiculous the way I was handled. I mean, literally 2 hours in a chat to renew my contracts just to be told one thing, not to be explained what I'm actually getting with my contract. I had no idea that 4G unit was even part of the contract, not even told that. All right? I get an appointment for an install, come to find out, you know, I didn't even need an install, right? So that was baloney. Then a week later, I contact them for this second phantom appointment. No one can help me. No one knows anything. I wasted another 2 hours talking on phone lines with these people in a circle. No one can help. The social media team says they're going to do something. They do nothing to help. Literally do nothing at all to help. Thank God the install reps know what they're doing. Because the guy was really nice. Probably, and the thing is, I don't think I've ever had a problem with anyone coming out here. And the moment a physical person arrives at your home, they're informed, they're knowledgeable, they're honest, and they help as much as they can. The problem is everything before that. Everything before that is a waste of your time. We don't care. Everything automated, or go to a person who's reading a form or a checklist, or, you know, their stupid instructions. No one can freaking help you. No one. And you say, well, escalate to someone who can. Oh, we don't have the ability to do that. Then what do you get paid for? Why are you even employed? You do nothing. You just sit there, read a script, and you help no one. Why are they employed? It doesn't make any sense at all, right? So, it baffles me the way these companies are operating today in 2023. So, sorry that yesterday we had the interruption. Good news is it wasn't bad. Like, that was the least of the problems. It wasn't a big deal at all. And like I said, my house is better now. I have all the extra lines and shit are gone. The amplifier's gone. My internet works fine without it. And this is nice. So I was very pleased with the ultimate resolution. The problem was the hours of wasted time to get there. It was so ridiculous. Okay? So, yeah, I wish this company were better. But the thing is, I don't even have opportunity to give them feedback to tell them what they did wrong. I don't. Why do I tell them? Well, I can't call anywhere. There's no line to call for customer feedback. They sent me a survey, which was click a number. I'm serious. Click a number of rating. Okay, I clicked it. All right, done. Your survey's done. Well, how the fuck did that help you? So, anyway, that's what happened yesterday. So, I'm happy. I mean, I'm having 3 years. I'll have better internet. Not really better. It's basically the same speeds. It's better download speeds, which I'll never use. Like, when am I going to use better download speeds, right? Probably never. Upload speed, that's kind of important to me for obviously for streaming and, you know, for getting videos to YouTube, but that hasn't really changed. Here, I don't have the top of the line package. There is a top of the line package available, but it's way more expensive than what I'm paying now, and I didn't think that was going to benefit enough from it. If ever I decide to upgrade my equipment where I can, like, do 4K quality, then I would probably upgrade my internet. And like I said, what I was told was, give it another year or two, and they're going to actually start doing major like changes to the kind of internet that they're offering. And when they do that, if I go to the new offerings, I may not need the 2 internet lines anymore. That one internet line might be way better than anything they have now, and therefore I just have the one account, cancel the other account, and only have to deal with one from now on, and that's enough sufficient for my whole house. That would be great. If those days come, I can't wait for that. Okay, so here you go. All right, so that's what was going on yesterday, in a nutshell. All right, I'm sure you all enjoyed that story very, very much.
Another game that DSP played was GTA 5. DSP said people wanted him to replay this, and named it the 10-year celebration of the last time he played it. It of course failed big time. Let's see how bad they thought.
Thank you guys for the engagement. I appreciate that. Any other support would be greatly appreciated today. We still have quite a ways to go on today's stream. Let me check here. Yes, I did receive a $20 tip from 1 Minute Man. 1 Minute Man with his usual support of all of my content and streams. Thank you very much, 1 Minute Man. Let's get you up on the leaderboard and your animation. Thank you for that. That is the biggest contribution of the day, by the way. We got a slow start today. It'd be great if, again, if you guys are enjoying, if you could support. The last 2 main streams we did with GTA 5 as the daytime stream did really well, which I was very happy for. So, you know, obviously I'd like to keep that up if possible. Thank you. Why do I do advertisements and sponsorships and stuff? Because to me, this is not about making money. This is about having fun with games, chilling with you guys, having meaningful content, having a good time. If I can make a living doing it while I do it, that's the icing on the cake, you understand? Like, I never intended on this being my job. I never did. Like, not once in my life did I say, oh, I want to be a YouTuber and mess around on the internet. Never. There's too many content creators out there. Their entire content is intrusive shit, shilling crap, playing games they would never have interest in just because they get paid to play them. I don't do that. You know, I refuse. I don't know. All right, guys. If you can support, please do. I don't have to mention it all stream. We got 2 more hours left. The last 2 streams did really well, but the night streams, this is a night stream, this did very poorly. But I was very happy the last 2 streams did so well. You know, again, today I really hit 100 members. We got 0 so far. And yes, it would be great if we could at least hit the tier 1 tips call today of $50. So if you like this content, and you like the fact that I don't do the ad placements, I don't do the product shilling, then please support it in some way, all right? I really want to talk about the salt. I just want to enjoy the game with you guys, so I think that's what we're going to do, okay? All right, everybody, I'm back for a final hour of GTA 5. I hope that you guys are having a good time. And, I'll say for the last time, please, guys, if you can support the stream. I mean, at this point, I'm not going to beat the dead horse. As you see, we had 0 memberships. I was hoping to hit 500 by the end of today. We got none. We got about $20 in super chats, which is nice, and $35 in tips. I was hoping to at least hit the tier 1 tips goal for today. You know, again, the last 2 GTA 5 streams went really well for support, and all of a sudden it seems like we're right back to it being dead again. Which obviously is a concern. If you heard, I read this morning that I'm actually playing this another, like, 20 plus hours in the next 2 weeks to try to finish it before Starfield. You know, I was under the impression that there would be some support for it. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and talk about it all stream. I'm going to piss myself off. So instead of that, I'm just going to say, let's have a good final hour and everyone be chill, and if you can support, please do. All right, final half hour, guys. Thanks for being a great audience. Again, last chance if you'd like to contribute in some way. I was hoping to either hit my members goal or at least the tier 1 tips goal today. Those would be great ways to contribute if you enjoyed the stream. Thank you. All right.
DSP would do something drastic this month. His head was bigger than usual, as he got Blanca into Master and was making money from Game Tracker, and wanted to start getting into fighting games competitively online. He said he needed to buy a new fight stick to play on PS5, a second copy of Street Fighter 6, a copy of MK1, and PlayStation Plus.
What the fuck are you doing, Phil?
He begged his audience to help invest in Fight Stick and go,
It's my joystick that I have for PlayStation. It's PS4, PS5, although it was designed for PS4. It's the Hori Real Arcade Pro 4 joystick, okay? I bought this joystick right before the beta for Street Fighter 5 came out. I bought it at Fry's, which is a game or electronics store that doesn't exist anymore. They went out of business, okay? So, just to show you, all right, this joystick is worn. You can even see there's corrosion all over the bottom sides of the joystick from me using it over the years. This joystick I used for Street Fighter 5. I used it for Mortal Kombat 10 and 11. I used it for Injustice 2. I used it for Tekken 7. I used it for all the retro fighting games that I played, including the Capcom 30th Anniversary Collection and Capcom Fighting Collection. All right, so it's worn out. It's beat up. The buttons, they're all right, but they're definitely worn. Like, I use this joystick so much that I figure out those buttons are kind of shot. And the joystick too, from playing it. Now, is it broken? No. I could use it right now. I can play games on it. All right, but it's really worn out. And, you know, in general, when you're someone who's a competitive fighting game player, joysticks you want to swap out every couple of years, or you want to completely overhaul the joystick. Like, you want to open it up, you want to change all the components out, you know, you want to do all that. And quite honestly, you know, I haven't done that because it's so old, right? And, you know, I haven't played fighting games on, oh, by the way, the door, like, this was have a door here. You put your wire inside the door, just comes right off. It's supposed to stay out, it pops right off by accident, you know. I said it's worn out. So, it's not that the joystick's broken. If I absolutely wanted to play fighting games on PlayStation, I could use this joystick. But it's definitely worn out. And being that now, let's be honest, I am playing games at a higher level. It's not like me casually playing and dicking around. I actually got pretty good at Street Fighter 6, right? Let's be honest. And people are enjoying seeing me play at a higher competitive level. You want to see me do well. You don't want to see me just jobbing it out and messing around and quitting the game after a couple of weeks. You like to see me invest time and learn characters and all of that, right? So, basically, the way I see it is if I'm going to tackle fighting games in the future in a more serious manner, I need to have better equipment, all right? So, you wonder what I'm doing. I'm just storing the cord inside here. Let me see if I can even get this. I didn't broke it. Did I break it? I hope not. I hope I didn't just break my joystick for. That would suck. No, there we go. Okay. So there we go. I stored the cord inside it. Here's the thing. Can this joystick be upgraded? Yes, but it's not meant to be. Meaning, inside there's probably seals and things that make it not easy to upgrade. It probably has maybe even soldering on the inside of certain components. While this joystick, the current joystick I use for my Xbox, is meant to be a fully moddable joystick. It's meant to be, you open it easily. It's got a button. Where this thing is on a hinge. You open the stick, and now you can easily go inside. That's what I did. I just upgraded my buttons to be Samba buttons instead of the stock ones. This one is meant for upgrades. That's designed that way, okay? That joystick is not. That joystick would probably be a chore to open it up, change the components, and do everything. Well, this one's easy peasy, okay? So, looking at the situation, we've got about 2 weeks until the Mortal Kombat 1 beta, all right? And I got to decide what format to buy this thing on. And, you know, I'm thinking, hey, I could get it on Xbox. Probably there won't be a lot of people to play the beta against, all right? Because it's going to be such a small player base. When the game comes out, yeah, I'm going to be severely limiting who I'm playing for weeks and weeks, if not months. And here's the thing, so I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm going to like Mortal Kombat 1 as much as, say, Street Fighter 6. You know, Mortal Kombat is not my forte. Mortal Kombat is not a game that I've played insane amounts over the years. I played it in arcades. I played, you know, Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11. I liked them all. But these are not games that I grew up playing as much Street Fighter or loved as much or ever really entered tournaments for. I'm not saying I'm going to do that either, because I'm not even doing that with Street Fighter 6. But, you know, if I'm going to take it seriously and try to at least give it a shot competitively, then I should be playing it on PlayStation. It's just a no-brainer. There's no one who's going to be playing this on Xbox who's serious about the game. Xbox players will be fuck-around players. We're just here to mess around with the game. We don't really care about competition because if we did, we get it on PlayStation. You understand? So, if I'm going to get it on PlayStation, I hate to say it, this joystick, nearly a decade old, is beat up, busted up, and probably needs to be retired, all right? Probably not going to be making sense to try to play it on this stick. And so there's two options for the new sticks on PS5. I talked about them yesterday, okay? Let me go put this back. So, one option, all right? One option is this joystick, this exact joystick, but for PlayStation. It's the same exact one, Fighting Stick Alpha. It's $200, but I would have to upgrade the buttons. Like I said, the stock buttons, I didn't really like as much. I used them for 2 months here for Street Fighter 6. I want Samba buttons. So I went on Amazon and I bought the Samba buttons, and these are really good. So I would definitely want to do that again with that stick. And it was about $20 to buy the set of buttons. So that joystick is $200, and I want to buy Samba buttons. The bummer is that the joystick, I would probably want to get a Samba stick as well. Now, someone contacted me and said, beware. Listen to this. A lot of the sellers on Amazon selling Samba joysticks are selling knockoffs. That they have a friend who did buy components off of Amazon, and a lot of the joysticks on there are baloney joysticks. They're junk. And it sucks because Amazon doesn't know the difference. So they sell it through official channels, and they have no idea that they're selling junk components. They're not really good. If I wanted to get a Samba joystick, I probably should not buy it off of Amazon, but instead I should try to find it from a reseller. That means it's going to be more expensive. There's going to be shipping costs. You see? So it's not that I couldn't get that joystick and upgrade it, but it would be a little more expensive. So I get $200 plus $20 for the buttons, plus having to go to a third-party site to buy the Samba joystick, which is probably going to be around $30 plus shipping. So you're talking probably all ends, probably between $250 and $300. All right. The other option is not a Hori joystick at all, but a Kanba joystick. All right. And this joystick is called, hold on, the Kanba Q7 Obsidian 2. All right. That joystick is big. So this one, that joystick is like even longer, and it weighs 7 pounds. I would say this joystick weighs about 3 pounds. Okay, it's very lightweight. That one is a 7-pound joystick. It's meant to be a giant, sturdy-ass joystick. Okay, it's got all Samba parts on by default, and it's the highest tournament grade parts. The ones that all the pro players think are the absolute best. Those are the ones you want in your stick. That's what's in that joystick. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Of course, what's the catch? Catch is the cost. It costs $320 on Amazon. It's a big investment. It's a big investment, $320, right? So that's why I'm a little skeptical. That's a big investment, $320 for a joystick. I mean, the good news is, from now on, moving forward, I would play fighting games on PS5. In fact, I'm considering rebuying Street Fighter 6 on PS5 and kind of starting over. I know that would suck because I just hit Master with Blanca. I'm thinking, having the ideal state, best controls, having the console where I'm going to have the biggest player base for fighting games moving forward, both Mortal Kombat and Tekken and other future fighting games. All of this makes sense. The only thing holding me back is the money investment, because it's $320 for the joystick, and I would now have to get a PlayStation Online membership, which I haven't had in years. I haven't had one in like, 2 years? I've been doing everything on Xbox, because I have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, but now I would basically have to get that as well, which is like $20 a month or something like that. So there is cost involved here, all right? It is what it is. But I'm trying to weigh in balance. It's like, if there was no cost involved, this is a no-brainer. I would do it right now. And I could have the ideal state joystick too. Like, that joystick is the one everyone wants. Everyone says, this is the one I want to play games at home. So, but the problem is the investment, the cost investment. This is a lot of money. $320, plus I got to play for PS Online. Rebuying Street Fighter 6. You know what I mean? Right? So, if any of you are interested, let me know. You want to help out with getting this joystick, or the cost of rebuying Street Fighter 6, or any of that stuff. I'm all ears. I'd be open to anyone who wants to help out and chip in. I have 2 weeks to decide. Well, a little bit under 2 weeks to decide if I want to do this or not. If I don't do it, then I'm just doing everything on Xbox, which just sadly means I know for a fact we'll have way less players on MK1. It's probably going to be a far inferior experience. We're not going to have a variety of players. We'll be the same people over and over. And here's the thing. So everyone's throwing questions at me. Can you get an adapter for your joystick? Yes, and it will just make things worse. Adapters for joystick, to have them go cross-platform, all add input lag. So, my joystick now works on PlayStation, but now everything I do is even more delayed. So what was the point? Right? You just hindered yourself even further by doing that. So you don't ever want to do that. That's the worst thing. That's only for casual. Only for casual. B-Boy Cyclone says, why replay Street Fighter 6 on PS? I get playing MK1 on PS. Why replay this? Why not continue Street Fighter 6 on Xbox and swap over to PlayStation for MK? Because if I'm going to use a controller for fighting games, I got to use the same controller. Okay. Imagine if, all right, how can I say? Let's say you're an Xbox player, so you're always using this controller. But then you decide you're going to play a competitive game, and you're going to play on PlayStation. So now you're trying to play with the PlayStation controller, which has a different kind of buttons, different feel to them. The thumbsticks are positioned differently. The controller is a different weight. There's differentials there. You understand? If you're trying to play something and get good at it competitive, you want to have a standard. All right? If I'm going to play competitive fighting games, I want to have a standard. This is now my standard. You see? This will be the controller that I'll be using moving forward for all fighting games. So I'll get used to it, I'll master it, and it doesn't matter what fighting game I'll play, this will be the one that I'm used to. I want to have one stable way to play fighting games. And since most fighting games are main played on PS5, this is my way to do it. Okay? That's what I mean. So if I were switching, just think about this. Remember I told you, wow, it's very different. My other joystick, which was the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, it has completely different components. It has much different joystick. It's much looser. This one's a tighter joystick. You gotta get used to the change. You can't. If you're trying to switch between the two, you'll screw up. You absolutely will. You gotta get used to that one style of joystick. So that's what I mean. Like, I gotta have a standard. I need to have a standard, that's a competitive standard that makes sense. That I don't have to be swapping. I don't have to be messing around. I can just play everything at once on one, and that's what I've done now. Yes, was it an investment of money? It was. Is it an investment of time to get everything onto the one console? Indeed, it is. But at the same time, I feel like in the long run, it's gonna be worth it. I do. Okay, the good news is, if you take a look at the characters who I'm using, for example, Lily Lu, if I do placement matches on PS5, chances are I'm going to get into Platinum anyway, which is where they were. I think Lu was Diamond 1, but Lily was still in Platinum. I'm probably going to get into those ranks anyway if I do placement matches. So it's not like I've ruined my chances at good placement or anything. If anything, it was Blanca that I screwed myself. Because I was Master and I went down to freaking Platinum 1 and I'm grinding up. So yeah, I agree that's an annoying waste of time, but at the same time, long term, I think it will pay out. I think it'll pay off.
No one took him up on his offer, so he just decided to buy it.
I have my coffee. I'm all coffeeed up. The reason I was a few minutes late tonight is because, you ready? I'm ready to make the announcement. I bit the bullet, and I am essentially going to be converting over playing fighting games on PS5. I made the decision during the break. All right. So what I did is I got PlayStation Plus. I got Street Fighter 6 on PS5. I installed it, and I got it all set up in sync with my Capcom ID and everything, so that when we play Street Fighter again this coming Monday night for community night, we'll play it over there. It won't matter. It won't affect anyone. It's going to look exactly the same to everyone out there. It's the same game and everything. It's just a different platform. But the game looks the same, seems to run the same. I did play a practice match on my old Hori Real Arcade Pro 4 joystick. I don't like it. It works. Don't get me wrong. But you can tell it definitely doesn't feel as good as this joystick with the new Samba buttons I just installed. And so I did it. I ordered a joystick. I ordered a PS5 joystick. So it's coming sometime on Tuesday. No guarantee of delivery yet. But it's coming for this week. No, I'm losing my ranks. You do not get carryover ranks when you carry over from platform to platform in Street Fighter 6. I know that's stupid, but you don't. So I gotta start over. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Like, for example, take a look at my Honda. My Honda started in Diamond, and within one day I got into 3-star Diamond. So it's really not like a lot of lost. I don't feel like it's a lot of lost progress at all. Like, I get the feeling the first time I play with some of these characters in ranked, I will likely get them to Diamond anyway. You know, so I'm not really too worried about that. No, I got the cheapest PS Plus. I don't need any of the bells and whistles or anything like that at all. I don't want any of the free games or nothing. You know, if I want to upgrade later, because there is a good free game, I'll think about it. But there's nothing on there. I just got the base level PS Plus. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, starting Monday night, I'll start playing Street Fighter 6 on PlayStation, and I'm going to be using the old joystick for now, and then I'll convert over to the new one when it arrives sometime on Tuesday. I don't know if it'll be in time for the stream or not. And go from there. This is good because now I can get. Oh, I see Jay, you're watching SummerSlam. All right, I'll see you when I see you. If you know, I'll watch SummerSlam. It's all good. But I'm going to pre-order MK1 soon, and that means I'll have the beta, and I'll be able to play the beta from the 18th to the 21st on PS5 with the bigger player base on a brand new joystick. So it works out. It's going to work out, I think. Even though it's a lot of money investment, what I would hope is you guys like the fighting game stuff. If you could please support my streams the next few weeks, because I just dropped a lot of money. I just bought a joystick. I just bought a game. I just bought the freaking PS Plus for the year. I bought everything all at once. So that's a lot of money I just dropped. So it'd be nice if you're enjoying that, and you know, if you can support it, I really appreciate it. Okay. Monkey Span says I thought it was cross-platform. What? You thought what was cross-platform? Exactly. Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, what are you speaking of? Street Fighter is cross-platform, but your progress doesn't carry over. If you play on Xbox, you can play people who are also on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC. They all play each other, but your rankings don't carry over. I know, that sounds pretty stupid, doesn't it? But that's just how it works, sadly. They don't carry over. So because of that, I lose my rankings when I play on PlayStation. Yeah, I'm starting over with those rankings. No, I didn't buy Mortal Kombat 1 yet. I just spent like over like $400, almost $500. It was a joystick and the other two plus all the tasks and everything. I was like, dude, I'll buy Mortal Kombat soon, but not yet. That's crazy. You know, I'm like, dude, I'll buy it in a week or two if I can afford it. You know, I mean, I'll afford it by then. You know, what? No, I've not done Battle Hub once in Street Fighter 6. I haven't even bothered with it. Yeah, Jay, now I'll have it on both. I'll be able to jump across, but there's no real point. Like, once you get settled into one platform for Street Fighter 6, it's fully cross-platform. It doesn't really matter. Like, why would I play it back on Xbox if I'm playing on PlayStation 5 on a brand new joystick with all new components? I'll probably just stick there. You know, I'll probably stick on PS5. And I'm considering getting Battle Pass for Street Fighter 6. What are you talking about? The Battle Pass? You mean that you earned the in-game stuff? I'm doing it all along. That's another thing, too. That doesn't carry over. None of that stuff carries over. None of it. So, if I'm going to do Battle Pass, what I'd have to do is I would have to buy the in-game currency to purchase the Battle Pass and then earn back the Battle Pass points. You see? However that works.
Last month, he told a story about the vet trying to upsell Bloodwork for Jasper, and talked about how he didn't have the money for it. So, of course, people got on him about buying all this stuff instead of getting Bloodwork for Jasper, which set DSP off on a rant.
So now they move on to the next narrative. What's the next narrative? Oh, well, you see, even though Phil invested in his business, that's bad. He should have bought a blood test for his cat because his cat is sick. What? So just listen to this narrative, all right? Last month, I told a one-off story on my podcast that I've been to a vet, and this vet was very unprofessional and tried to scam me. I was never invited into the room when my cat was being examined medically. I was told a bunch of stuff about my cat that I had no clue if it was true or not, no evidence if it was ever shown. I was trying to be upsold by this vet, who looked completely unprofessional and wasted my time that day. I mean, I told you if you want, you can watch the podcast like a month old now, okay? And essentially, I was very upset with the way I was treated this vet. And that was that. Now, what you guys don't know is in the meantime, there's been follow-up. I'm not going to tell you because it's no one's business. We had an actual meeting with this vet. Not the vet, but the company that owns that vet clinic. And we talked with the management about it and explained the entire situation from start to finish. And the management agreed with us that this seemed like the entire thing was wrong, that the vet was not doing what they professionally should have done, that it was completely unprofessional. Yes, they were trying to upsell us on a $300 blood test that is not needed on our cat. We were outright told, yeah, you're right, that your cat did not need that blood test. You were being told lies. Because we were told Jasper needed a $300 blood test in order to find out if he has any kind of problems with his urinary tract. No, he doesn't. We know this for a fact because years ago, he went to a vet, like four more years ago, he went to a different vet, and that vet did not do a blood test and immediately diagnosed him with a urinary problem and gave him antibiotics. So we know he doesn't need it. And this, the management of this vet clinic agreed with us that this vet was in the wrong. This was 100% this vet trying to outsell to make money. And they said, number one, you're never going to have to deal with that vet ever again. If you continue to have business with us, you will never deal with that vet ever again. We're going to sit down with that vet and explain to them why that was completely in the wrong and make sure they don't treat another customer like that ever again. Right? So we had that conversation with the vet. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys that because who cares? It's none of your business. Who cares about that? Right? It doesn't matter. But these idiots, all right, literally, these idiotic trolls on the internet actually think that they're vets. And they say, you see, if a vet tells you that you should have a $300 blood test for your pet, you should just do it. And the fact that you wouldn't do that for Jasper, but you bought a joystick instead, shows that you don't love your pet. I'm not shitting you. This is what these idiots are saying and doing. They're morons. They're completely fucking insane. They will do anything to create a false conspiracy theory narrative to try to make you look bad, so they have content to put out. And they've been trying all week long. First, it was the mini PC bullshit. Then it was this joystick thing. Then it was a Jasper thing. It's insane. I had someone come to my stream last night, all right, and contribute and say, I hope that this helps Jasper. And I said, what are you talking about? And come to find out, they actually watched detractor content and thought that Jasper was sick because the detractors are lying and saying horrible things. It's like, what the fuck? So all I want to say to you guys is, thank you, because here's the deal. If you haven't noticed this week, despite the fact that these idiotic people are constantly trying to say negative things about me and my content, none of it has affected me or my content this week. The content's been good. People are showing up to watch and enjoying. We're keeping the drama out of the chat, and the support's been good. I have zero complaints. Everything has remained great, and I have no complaints whatsoever about anything. I want to say thank you because you've been an outstanding audience this week. With all the white noise bullshit that these idiots are pushing out there, all the false narratives, you have done a great job of just staying here and relaxing and enjoying the content for what it is, all right? In fact, I received an email this morning, and I know it's an amazing coincidence because all this is going on, and all of a sudden I get an email that is so pertinent that I wanted to read it here live on the stream today. And I'm not going to read this person's name, obviously for privacy reasons, all right? So, are you ready? This is word for word an email that was sent to me this morning. Hello, Phil. I just want you to know I originally found you through troll content. I still keep up with some of it here and there. From what I am seeing, you are becoming more and more admirable every day, so allow me to explain. Number one, the fact that they are constantly doing crazy amounts of mental gymnastics and logic jumps to spin new narratives is becoming increasingly laughable with every passing day. Number two, they're becoming more angry and jaded as their narrative continues to fail and negatively affect you or sway people away from supporting you. Number three, the content you put out is some of the most consistent and well-thought-out content I think I've ever consumed. I will say, I appreciate that comment. That's very subjective. Personally, I don't think that I'm hot shit. I don't, but it's nice to know someone likes the content. And number four, you clearly care about what your viewers think. The trolls and LARPers, I don't know what you mean by LARPers, think it's cool or funny when they persuade or trick you into playing something that your general actual fans probably wouldn't care that much about. In reality, that shows that you're thinking about your fans and viewers to a greater extent. It was your consideration, or excuse me, your considerate nature that they're just taking advantage of. I'm loving the content. If you don't know what he's talking about, by the way, or she, because I don't know, it's like when I do a poll. So I'll do a poll, and the poll will be, hey, what game would you guys like to see? And, I get a voting, and then I play the game, and everyone's like, well, we don't know why you played that game because we didn't care, right? And I'm like, well, I polled. Like, all I can do is try to get public opinion. That's the best way to do it, right? But what people say is whenever I try to do a public poll, these idiots come and they try to skew the poll to the way they think that it benefits them. Like, again, they don't think people would actually like to see, right? Or again, that will only work for one stream and then will fail or something like that. I don't know. Again, most of the time when I do a poll, it's because I actually don't know what's going on. I don't know what's best for the streams. That's why I asked you guys for your input, right? Anyway, I'm loving your content. They say that you make detractors out of your fans. Well, this is one detractor that you actually made a fan. And I hope this message finds you well. So, thank you very, very much. I agree. That's a really nice message. And it just kind of stands to reason, okay, that as long as you stay the course, and as long as you don't allow yourself to be distracted by all of the white noise bullshit around you, you can continue to succeed in life, right? And that is really my philosophy these days. This week, people tried so hard to derail the content and to make it all about them and the drama they created, and it didn't work. People showed up, enjoyed the content, we didn't talk about their bullshit, and here we are at the end of the week. It's been a great week, moving forward positively, good stuff. Thank you. So that's why I want to thank you, the viewers, because those of you who stay away from their bullshit, for those of you who listen to their bullshit, I feel bad because I don't create the bullshit. They do. Some people genuinely contacting me overnight saying, is Jasper okay? Yeah, he's fine. He's not sick. There's nothing to be concerned about. It's scumbags making stuff up to try to create drama, and people sadly believe it. And I get it. You guys love Jasper as much as I do. He's a cute guy. He's on the streams. He's a great part of the content. He's a great part of my life. Like I said, I think I see him like a son. I wanted to be a healthy cat, and he is. Thankfully, he's a healthy cat. Trust me, if there was something wrong with Jasper, we would be at a vet. Probably not that vet that just scammed us, but we would be at a vet or an emergency clinic or whatever it needed to be. In fact, we've done that before. One time we sat in an emergency clinic for 5 hours.
So let's say his new joystick attachment, he decided to try the MK1 Beta and Street Fighter, and let's see how it went down.
Get my driver. Did you get my butt slam? Wow, I can't get my butt slam. I'm down back and up forward roundhouse, and it gave me forward roundhouse. I'm having problems on this joystick, facing right, and getting the incorrect moves, and that sucks. I totally didn't do that move. I did butt slam, heavy pump butt slam. Instead, I took the butt slam, and I got forward roundhouse. I didn't push. That's not good. I didn't get my push. What the hell? I didn't do that. Again, I did butt slam. I did butt slam and it gave me standing roundhouse. What is going on? Why will it not do up forward motions on his joystick right now? I can't get them. It's pissing me off. It's another incorrect move. That was Commando. Should have been out. I would have actually stopped him, so. Yeah, I don't know. I'm dropping a lot of moves right now. I couldn't get any move that went from like down up forward facing right. I literally couldn't get it. Like multiple times in a row my move drop. And I also can't drive rush right for some reason. He just stands there and doesn't dash. He just gets frozen in place. I don't know what's up with that. I'm actually at a loss. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully the joystick isn't fucking up and breaking. That would not be good. That would definitely not be good.
Round 2, fight.
I'll be honest, I don't want to play anymore. I'm bored. The game is so boring and plays horribly online, so I am done. Exactly. In fact, here. It's fucking, I'm seriously bored. I think it's terrible. I'm gonna be honest. That is nowhere near even trying to hang with Street Fighter 6. Not at all. The game is delayed to hell. It's a high-low mix-up game and a cameo game. That's it. There's high-low mix-up and cameo, and that's it. That is incredibly boring. It's slow. It's floaty. The hitboxes are imprecise and wonky. They literally, I mean, the only thing about it looks nice, but even then it doesn't look as good as Street Fighter 6. It feels like they really are way behind right now. Like, they just weren't ready for their competitors. This is not even close. You know, when you look at each game in a franchise, right, and you get a new numbered entry, you're looking for something as an advancement. I literally feel like this is a step back. Like, they removed interesting gameplay elements from the last one, like the wake-ups, reversals, you get out of those corner situations. They're gone. There's no wake-up reversals or anything like that. Instead, it's all based solely on this cameo system, which isn't good. If someone does a lockdown pattern with a cameo or whatever, it seems like that's what the whole game's going to be about, and that's terrible. You know? And again, why is it that I'm playing it, and I live in Seattle. I don't live in, you know, out in some country town. I live in a highly populated gaming hotbed area of the country of the United States. And all the connections, the best connection I had today was like 65 milliseconds, but most of them were about 80 to 100, and some were like 200. That's terrible. In Street Fighter, I frequently am getting way better connections than that. And this is supposed to be the beta, right? That's supposed to show you, oh, this is what you can expect in the full version. That's terrible. You know, and a lot of people bought this. It's not like, oh, not a lot of people bought it. A ton of people preloaded or pre-bought this so that they could play it early. To play this beta. This beta is incredibly disappointing. Katana's worthless because she has no combos. All she can do is throw the fucking fan and try to do fan mix-up using the cameo fighters. It seems like it's going to be 100% a gimmick game based on the cameo fighters and being able to block high-low mix-up. So once everyone learns the high-low mix-ups for every character and they block them all, now it's just cameo gimmick the whole game. But it's imprecise, it's floaty, it's slow, it's bad online connections, and it seems like gimmicks. It doesn't seem like it has the elements to make it a sound fighting game. I'm just being honest. Initially, from what I saw playing All Day today, it doesn't seem to me like it's up to standard of what Street Fighter 6 has created at all. Like, it doesn't feel anywhere near as competitive as Street Fighter 6. I know they're not the same game, but they are competitive 2D fighters. They're supposed to be competition. They're not. I'd say it's not. I say this is a big rung down the ladder from what Street Fighter 6 is. It just feels terrible compared to that game. And you know, when all the cast is out and when you're able to play with all the different characters or whatever, maybe it'll feel a little better. But like, I'll be honest, like today I played with Johnny Cage, I played with Sub-Zero, I played with Liu Kang, and I played with Katana. I'd say Johnny Cage is the best of all of those with his mix-up, high-low mix-up, and I would also say Sub-Zero. I don't think Liu Kang's good because he doesn't have high-low mix-up at all. I think he has giant combos, but you have to lure them into the combos. I think anyone with high-low mix-up is going to be the better character. I think Katana's atrociously bad. When I saw there was her Lee Mei, she looks good. Looks like she does have some mix-ups that can lead to double combos. So, man. Maybe once the rest of the cast is out, the game will be better, right? But for what I'm seeing, I don't like it. I'll be honest, I played 5 hours today. I feel like I kind of like, I'm bored. I'm seriously bored. Like, I was supposed to play it again tomorrow. I actually don't want to. I'm bored right now with the game. I really don't feel like playing it again tomorrow. I'd much rather play Street Fighter 6 if I'm going to play a fighting game or any other game right now than this again. I'm super bored. And, man, I really, because I'm telling you right now, I'll probably, when it comes out, I'll give it a shot. I'll play with some of the other characters. Like, I'll be honest, these characters that are in it, like, I'd probably say Sub-Zero, Scorpion, like I said, if they have one of 3 characters, like, if they have Cyrax or something, I love Cyrax. I'll probably try to play with him. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking, like, honestly, maybe it's just character selection, I don't know. But right now, I just don't like it. I have like a million complaints things I don't like about it. Because I was thinking, I'm going to do YouTube short tonight. I don't know how I'm going to do YouTube short about it because I have so many complaints, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm incredibly disappointed. This is literally the opposite situation of what happened with the Street Fighter 6 beta. If you remember when the Street Fighter 6 beta came out, I played it. I craved more of it. I felt like I played it a whole weekend, and I felt like I didn't get enough. I felt like, man, I wish I could play more because I didn't get enough. And at the end of the weekend, I was so pleasantly surprised. I was mad about Drive Impact, but outside of that, I was pleasantly surprised. I loved so many things about it. The visual presentation, the complexity of the online engine, the great connections I was getting for the beta over and over, right? There was so much to like about it. I feel like this is the complete opposite. There's so much to not like. It seems like a step back for the series. Yikes. It's not good. Like I said, again, I hope the single-player content is good. because I love the single player content in Mortal Kombat. It's always had a good story. The last 3 all had a good story, and the crypt was always good. But if there's no crypt in this, I'm literally pissed off if they have no other content, because it doesn't look to me like this is what I'm going to be investing that much time into, honestly. Unless when I play it at launch, the connections are better. There are other characters that are fun to play that aren't from this launch, group. Maybe things will be better by the complete release. But right now, this has completely diffused me. Like, it's deflated me. It makes me feel not excited for the game next month. That's not good. That's the opposite of what a beta is supposed to do. It's demotivated me from playing the game. Yikes. It's sad. I wish that there was a light here that I could end with and be like, oh, but don't worry. But I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like it. So anyway, I want to say thank you to everyone who did join me today. At least we played it and now we know. As opposed to not knowing it all and then the full game coming out and being like, oh shit. But yeah, that's disheartening. It really is. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. Yikes. Disappointment 101. The complete opposite experience from Street Fighter 6 beta. Bad. NetherRealm, you fucked it up somehow. I don't know how you did it this bad, but you did. That's not good, man. Last game I thought was better. All right, well, I guess we'll see when it finally comes out in the middle of September, guys. All right? See you later. Wow, guys, that's pathetic. Seriously, that's one of the most pathetic experiences I had with a beta. That every connection was far worse than the connection I get in the competitor. Like, what on earth? And it wasn't, oh, Phil's just saying, you could see it, the numbers were on the fucking screen. The best connection I had tonight was 60-something milliseconds. That's considered a mid to bad connection in Street Fighter 6. And that's the best they could do here. Like, wow. And the thing is, a lot of people went into it getting more excited, right? Like, oh, this is good, we're going to have the year of fighting games. No, you know what this is? This is going to be the year of Street Fighter, and everyone else staying the same, and realizing, oh shit, we can't just do the status quo anymore, because Street Fighter knocked it out of the park. That's what I'm feeling. At least Street Fighter knocked it out of the park. I'm very happy about that, but I'm disappointed now that their competitors don't do better. That's not good. Yeah. Alright. Well, everyone, that's going to be here's the thing. I swear I'm not playing this tomorrow. Fuck it. I don't want to play this tomorrow. This sucked. This is boring, slow, imprecise, too laggy. Like, there's a million reasons to not play again. So, tomorrow, I think we're going to do Street Fighter. Alright? Now, I know normally I wouldn't have done it like this, but I guess what we'll do is during the day, we'll probably continue with my Honda gameplay. I'll probably do a stream of E-Honda Ranked tomorrow on the day stream, and then tomorrow night will be community night like we had planned. Alright? Because some people are like, why not do React tomorrow? If I do the React show tomorrow, how do people miss it because I told them it's Monday? That's not right. To change that back. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing I can really do is some kind of a random multiplayer session, So, that's what I think we'll do. Alright? So, yeah, Cosmic Daddy, thank you for the super chat. I don't care what a lot of YouTubers are praising. I don't give a fuck. They can like it if they want. I hate it. I really don't like it at all. They can love the game if they want. I think shit. I'm being honest. Comparing apples to apples comparison, Street Fighter 6 to this, Street Fighter 6 knocked it out of the park. This is like a small, hit to the side, dribbling to the side. You know what I mean?
DSP is an idiot. He leaves on all his electronics and refuses to shut them down or restart them. In particular, his PC/laptops. He leaves on 24/7 and has said he only shuts them down or restarts them once or twice a year. So when Windows forced an update, it closed his browser and he lost it.
Hey guys, so normally I would start the show. I turn on my laptop, okay? And I open everything up and it's ready to go. And all of a sudden a pop-up appears, something about, oh, Windows has auto-installed something. I don't know what it is. I just click OK. It closes all my browser windows. They reopen and everything is blank. So I have to reopen everything on my laptop because Windows decided to auto-install something without my permission and overrode everything on my laptop. And I have to start over. I have this open every day ready to go, and now I literally have to start from fucking scratch. It completely fucked up everything. What a piece of fucking shit. Wow, thanks Microsoft, you dumb fucks. Yeah, I really want to redo this for 10, 15 minutes now. Reset up my entire laptop because you guys are fucking morons. What a great way to start the day. Seriously. I'm pretty pissed right now because I have a nice setup I do on my laptop every day. It's all set up and ready to go. It's got the stream open, it's got the chat open, it's got the pop-up window open so I can read, when you guys are contributing and stuff. It's all gone. I have to start from scratch. They deleted the whole fucking thing. You pieces of shit. What a pain in my ass. So now here we go. Here's the stream. So let me get this open. My apologies. I totally would have had everything going by now. What a bunch of assholes. Gee, we always like to see if we'd like to override everything the customer has set up. That sounds good. It's a great idea. Even my window that has, notifications for PayPal is gone. It's all just gone. They just closed it all. You fucking rat bastard motherfuckers. Wow. Okay, so now this is here, but I need this to pop out like this. Yes. Oh my god, this is going to be a major pain in the ass. I literally had this set up for 2 years and never had to redo it. It would always just reload. And these fuckers just deleted the whole thing. It's not click here to restore. No, it's just gone. Just start over. How about don't delete my setup, you dumb fucks? Alright, let me see. What was it? Nah, I have 2 other things. I think this was one.
He also talked about how his wife doesn't want to be on stream because of harassment. However, as of February 2024, he said his wife has been wanting to come back on screen for 2 years, but is waiting for the right time.
Derek, I've never gone to flight school in real life, no. Seriously, the anniversary made me reminisce. It made me emotional thinking about all the years I followed you, and I forgot the video you made with Cat, and that felt so long ago. I agree with you. Here's why it feels so long ago, it really isn't. It feels so long ago because I never had her videos again after 2018 because people were too mean, and basically she didn't want to be emotionally harassed, and I don't blame her. So I never asked her to be in a video again. I told her she's always welcome, and she has never once said to me I would like to do it again. She just doesn't want any trolls to mess with it and make fun of her. So